Are we live? What's going on?
Well, should be. Well,
It says live in the top corner. Boomer, boomer.
I don't know why we put Chad in charge of tech. It never works out.
yeah, we're live.
We are?
We're live. I figured it out. You can go fuck yourself. Welcome to Josh and Robert's podcast. I'm Chad. I figured something out.
1C.
Drunk Chris up in the left, and that's Andrew on the bottom. How you doing, buddy?
Doing good. This episode is brought to you by Kraken Rum.
Episode is also brought to you by a Whole Foods future sponsor, PBR.
Future sponsor?
Hey, if it's sponsored by PBR, I'd be the happiest guy in the world.
Dude, remember when that was the Sex with Wizards joke? We kept trying to get a PBR sponsorship by turning every video into a fucking PBR commercial at the end.
We should do for Big Anchor, get them to sponsor us.
You think this is enough before I add the Coke?
Yeah.
That's like my drinks. My whiskey drinks 3/4 gin, 3/4 whiskey, 1/4 ginger ale. So how was your day today, guys? While we wait for our other pals to come on.
Well, I've been struggling through Cyberpunk. I am determined to beat the game despite the bugs. I see it as a personal challenge put out by the developers.
How many penises have you seen so far?
Just mine, and it's very small.
I've seen a lot of videos on that glitch with the penis clipping right through the pants.
Yeah, it happens to my guy all the time because my guy's wearing like skin tight tie-dye rainbow like leggings, and sometimes the model will just fall out, and it's like
That's awful.
There's a fuck ton of naked chicks in this game though. Like every female like takes her clothes off at some point in this game.
When they take their clothes off, do they ask you to subscribe to their OnlyFans?
I don't know if OnlyFans exists in Cyberpunk, but there's a fuck ton of crazy ads.
No, I haven't got the DLC yet for it.
Yeah. Oh, since we're on the topic, you guys hear about what happened to Pornhub?
Yeah.
The Great Purge, and everyone's freaking out, and it's like, I didn't know masturbation was that important to so many people.
It's only verified accounts now that can upload or whatever, which is so stupid.
But it's like, at the same time, like people were uploading child pornography and shit. But then again, it's up to the community to police itself, you know?
Well, yeah, exactly. You just click report on that shit. I don't want to see.
Are they going to make it easier for people to become verified to go on there? Do you actually need to be like a serious porn?
I think all you need to do is put in your credit card info and you're verified.
Really?
Yeah, like maybe like take a photo of your license or something.
Well, that's not that bad.
Nah.
And then you have all these amateur people being like, man, all I want to do is have sex on camera, put it on the thing, and not verify myself.
I don't think a lot of the amateur was the person who uploaded it, you know? I think a lot of videos are like girlfriend revenge porn and shit like that.
Oh, so is that going to be the end of girlfriend revenge porn and everything?
Probably.
Actually, there was a great website for that, and it's gone now.
Yeah. I think the military cracked down on that one.
Ugh.
So I've had a nightmare of a day. It's been nonstop at work, so that's why I made my drink extra stiff.
Works for me.
Meeting after meeting after meeting after. Hey, let me tell you something. Once you get up to management level at corporate, it kind of sucks.
Yeah, never fun.
It's not all rainbows and sunshine.
The pay is good. Pay is good, but everything else kind of sucks.
Well, the thing is, you can't have fun. Everything gets bashed on you, and your boss is like, "It's his fault."
I slept in my car for 3
I'm not even really worried about that. It's just the meetings. It's like, God, I gotta go into another Teams meeting, and now I'm in one right now with you guys.
Yeah, but we're gonna talk about like aliens.
Funny stuff.
We're not gonna make you show us your TPS report. We're gonna just fucking get rid.
Well, let me share my screen and show you this Excel document.
So did you guys hear that China finally put their flag on the moon?
Yeah, week ago, right?
I actually didn't hear about this.
Yeah, China sent a robot to the moon and it planted a flag.
See, they're bitches. They had to send a robot where
Yeah, we did it in the 60s.
We did it several times in the 60s
Yeah.
and 70s.
I think Elon Musk just needs to make a point and go put like his company logo on the moon now.
That would be great. He's already got the car orbiting the Earth.
Imagine like just just land a Tesla on the moon, just leave it there.
Well, our astronauts already left behind the moon rover. I think that's still up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything's still up there. You can't really take it back with you, you know?
Well, they could have if they tried hard enough, like SpaceX.
Right. Didn't that rocket blow up?
One of them blew up. Was it last week or this? No, it was last week, I think.
I watched.
But there was no one on it. It was just a test.
I watched the launch where it didn't even get off the pad, where it got to like 1.3 seconds, and then they just killed it because the engine wouldn't start or something. And I was like, oh.
I don't know. They still have a rocket that went into space and just landed itself, though. I think that's pretty nuts. I don't know. Tesla's going to be the first one to have flying cars.
Someone already made a flying car, but it's kind of goofy looking.
I don't want one. People can't drive on the ground. You think people flying through the air?
That's what I was just about to say.
Like, imagine like people trying to stay in lanes in the air.
People have trouble navigating an XY axis. Now we add Z. Like these people, like we're fucked.
You know, it's funny. Ever since moving to Florida, there's something that I've noticed about people in Florida and I don't know if you guys have noticed it in Rhode Island at all. I never noticed it in Rhode Island, but in Florida, people like to drive at night with their lights off. And I don't understand why.
That's because everybody's a maniac in Florida.
But it's like ridiculous. Like I'll be driving down the road and then I'll see like a car in the other lane and they don't have their lights on, and I'll get behind them and flash my lights at them and beat my horn. They don't do anything. And there was one time, I love telling this story. There was one time I was driving home and I was almost home. I was right at a light, and there was a guy on a motorcycle in front of me with his lights off. I went to roll down my window to go yell at him because I was directly behind him. And the person who pulled up next to us and they rolled down their window, they were in a minivan. The woman like leaned her head out and she goes, "Hey, you know your lights are off?" And the guy on the motorcycle flipped his visor up and he went, "Yeah, I know."
Well, at least, you know.
So I feel like driving with your lights off in your car is a little easier to do it on a motorcycle. Because you get that light shining right in front of you.
Yeah, but think about everyone else who can't see you, especially if you have a black motorcycle with a black.
I am not saying it's okay. I'm saying
Chad
people are fucking
hates
idiots
headlights.
putting their lights on.
Chad's against big headlight.
I don't know. I drive all day and all night, and when people don't have their lights on, it sucks. I almost got nailed by a guy. Swung around the corner, didn't have his lights on. The big truck, and almost nailed the front of my truck. Douchebags.
Well, it's probably your fault.
Yeah.
I was at a stop sign. Fucking dick.
Definitely was your fault then.
Chad fell asleep at the wheel and was just parked in front of his stop sign for 3 hours.
Hey, I've been drinking those Celsius energy drinks, man. They keep me going all day.
Ugh.
Nice. The bangs make me crash way too hard.
I feel sick. I wish I hadn't drank it.
Well, you just shouldn't drink energy drinks.
I know.
Every time he drinks an energy drink, like 10 minutes later, he's like, "Guys, I don't feel that great."
Because I used to drink like 5 cups of coffee a day. Then I quit cold turkey. And now whenever I have any like caffeine, my body's like, "What are you doing, bro? We can't handle this anymore." And I wind up like ODing.
So shout out to my Jedi Knight gaming community. There was a guy who used to be on there. He doesn't come around anymore because we made fun of him way too much and he ended up rage quitting. But there was this guy, his name was T800, like the Terminator T800. The thing was like he grew up in like a super Christian house. Like his parents were probably anti-vaxxers if anything. But it was just hilarious because there was one time he was like on a call with us and we're like, "All right, ready to start another game?" And he was like, "Oh, guys, I just had a brownie. I don't think I'm going to be able to make it. I got to lay down." And this has been like an ongoing joke ever since. And we're like, "How much you want to bet he has diabetes and he doesn't even know he has diabetes because his parents are so fucking crazy they won't allow him to go to the doctor or anything?" So it's just having one brownie was like overdoing it for his system.
That's what happened to my grandma. She didn't know she had diabetes until she had a stroke. And then it was like, "By the way, you have like really bad diabetes."
Was it a super potent weed brownie? He's just like, "I'm too high."
No, it spiked his insulin and his sugar and he would go and pass out. How you die in your sleep.
You know what's funny about the vaccine thing now? Everybody who bashed the flu vaccine, everything, now everybody's like, don't take the COVID vaccine.
I love it. All the anti-vaxxers must be like, fucking told you so, bro. You know, like.
Well, you know what it is? You know what it is? It's over in Europe. There, I don't know if you guys have heard about this, but there's a ton of side effects that are coming out on this
Bell's
COVID
palsy
vaccine,
and shit
and it's
like that.
horrible. And that's
Yeah.
why they actually just issued a statement. What was it last week? Saying like, if you're pregnant, don't take it. If you're under the age of 16, don't take it. Like
Yeah.
all these different guidelines that have come out, and it's actually kind of crazy.
Kidney issues, liver issues.
Yeah.
If you're not perfectly healthy, don't take the vaccine is basically what they're saying. And it's like, what?
Well, to be fair, we do need guinea pigs somehow. So why not have it outside our country? Let them take the vaccine so they can figure it out.
I will find it funny though, not to get too far into politics because it'll probably turn into a shouting match over here.
Don't do it.
But I found it hilarious how like the when Donald Trump announced at the debate about like how they were going to warp speed and all this other stuff and get the vaccine out, I legit saw people on Facebook writing like, I will not take this vaccine as long as the orange Trump is in office. As soon as Biden is in, I'll gladly take it. I'm like, yeah, because that's going to make a difference. The vaccine magically changed.
All right, let me say one thing as the only non-Trump person in this room. The science changes once Trump gets out of office.
Yeah.
It's a proven fact.
Just like how COVID is the smartest flu ever, right?
Yeah, it can tell.
You know, like if you're rioting or protesting, then you won't get sick.
Yeah.
You have an intruder.
I already have it.
Okay, perfect.
Saran wrap.
That's for later when we get into start talking about all the conspiracy stuff. I'm gonna
Is it saran?
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna pull an Alex Jones.
God damn. Who did he wind up giving it to?
Alex Jones got it?
Alex Jones put
So
on a
recently
tinfoil
he was
hat.
on Tim Pool's podcast
Yeah.
and he gave it to Ian, the kind of the dumb spacey dude who sits in the corner and says dumb stuff every once in a while.
I keep forgetting he's there, and then he talks, and it's like, oh.
You know what's great though? If you watch the live chat, whenever he starts talking, everyone's like, "Shut up, Ian! Please, for the love of God, shut up, shut up!"
Yeah, I don't really like that Tim Pool kid, but Jones is on. I gotta watch. You know, something crazy.
I don't mind Tim Pool. I actually enjoy his podcast because he gets some good people on there.
Yeah,
and he's actually a pretty decent source of news because he doesn't bullshit the news, and he actually fact checks his stuff, which I like. You know, there's a lot of people who go out there and they'll post videos of them talking about the news, and they start throwing all their biases and stuff. Tim Pool is so like, he's such a centrist and milquetoast, and like that's why a lot of people who are like one side or another probably hate him because they're like, oh, he's not speaking my language or whatever. But I actually like getting a centrist view of the news, so I can make my own decision on.
Well, it's hard really to get good news because like Patty was watching the Young Turks earlier.
Why?
The Young Turks are awful.
It's just angry.
God.
I'm so tired of angry news where it's just
don't
people
watch the
constantly
Young
trying to
Turks.
search for things to get
Chunk yogurt. Are you a fan of chunk yogurt?
That's chunk yogurt.
The main guy, his name is Sank Yogurt, but everyone calls him chunk yogurt.
He's the one on when they were tallying the votes on election night, he was screaming that it's all the Mexicans' fault Trump is gonna win or something like that. It's just like, whoa, dude.
He had a meltdown in 2016 and he had a meltdown this year at the election.
Well, it wasn't the Mexicans, it was the Cubans who don't want socialism.
Well, yeah.
Oh my God.
They fled a socialist country.
Yeah, I know, right?
Like,
hey, you know that thing you're running from? We're gonna do it here. It's like, no way.
Yeah.
But it's democratic socialism, guys.
Oh yeah.
Oh, so you know what? Take a picture of socialism and put a rainbow over it.
Yeah, right.
Democratic.
Add a skateboard or something, you know?
Say totally radical socialism. Yeah. I just want another stimulus check. I wouldn't mind.
Well, they were trying to work on a stimulus check, but both parties couldn't agree to because
They're
from what I understand,
the
Democrats are trying to tack on a bunch of other stuff to it instead of just making it just as plain old socialist, plain old stimulus check.
The Republicans want to give us like 300 or something like that, less than what the Democrats want, and then it's a whole argument.
But yeah, they were tacking on all this stuff, and then they interviewed Nancy Pelosi after, and Nancy Pelosi was like, "Well, yeah, I kind of did it on purpose."
Yeah, to kill the bill.
Yeah.
Oh, stupid! I hate it.
Well, she's a lizard person. We all know that.
there are people in government, and it's on both sides. It's on Republicans and Democrats. There are people who are in there for way too fucking long. You shouldn't make a career out of politics. If you've been in there for more than 30 years, hell, more than 25 years, there's something seriously wrong with you.
Fucking
all about that money, man.
Yeah.
You should, yeah, and that's the other thing. Didn't the founding fathers say you should never get rich off of politics?
You shouldn't. I'm pretty sure they didn't want you to even have a salary or anything. It was like something you chose to do in your free time.
The
Was
civil service was supposed to be.
Yeah. And then you get these people.
I don't want to interrupt.
Biden's a perfect example of this. He's been in politics for 40 plus years. And he came from nothing, and now all of a sudden he's a millionaire. I don't know.
Who's this? What are we talking about?
Joe Biden.
I figured.
Yeah.
In the words.
Yeah, I mean,
Isn't
dude,
Obama?
I mean, what are we bringing up? I mean, it's pretty corrupt right now. I mean, it's kind of it's where the system's been. I don't know how long it's been corrupt. I don't know if it's like since JFK or before, but it's like
it's always
to bring back divine monarchy.
Well, if you want to talk about JFK, so here's the fun thing. All right, if we were to start somewhere, I feel like we should start here. And if we're going to talk about this stuff, I feel like I really need to protect myself. So why don't we start with JFK? And Chris, why don't you start it off, and then I want to throw something in because I have a friend who told me something interesting, and I'll
about
explain that
JFK,
later.
how JFK was he pretty much was killed by people who wanted the Federal Reserve to continue to exist because he was super against the idea of a centralized bank. And he used the phrase military industrial complex. And anytime a politician says that, they get assassinated shortly after, therefore confirming it's real. And he had ties to the fucking mafia. So they just shot him to get away from it. And then, he was killed by the guy on that note. Who's this?
So I mean, not to interrupt, but it's like, do you think like there was a plan prior to JFK and they didn't want him, or was that just like, hey, we don't want him sharing the reality of things?
I think the plan, quote unquote, was just to maintain the status quo, keep making money, keep gaining a little bit more control.
Okay.
JFK was getting too close to secrets, and he was trying to get everything out in the open. So,
now everything's out in the open now,
and
it's almost like, let's just say it's all fake.
Yeah, but you can't kill the president now, because then you'll just be automatically caught.
No, I understand that, but now it's open until nobody can find out the truth. There's so much fault.
So this is what I heard. And take it for what you will. But I have a friend who's very Italian.
I take you very seriously, by the way.
Yeah, I know I am. Well, look, first of all right, I don't want the government.
I went on the fucking
man. All right, man. You're not gonna hold me down, man.
One step
protects you from psychic vampires.
2 steps for Joe cousin.
No, but I have a friend who's very Italian. Surprise, surprise, because it's Rhode Island and everyone's fucking Italian. Unless you're me and you're 100% Polish like me.
Oh, get off your fucking Rhode Island high horse. No.
But no, my friend of mine is very Italian, and his dad had connections, and he told me several times that he had connections to the mob, to the mafia, and he said he was well known people growing up, and he said he heard a whole bunch of stories, especially about JFK, and he told us one night, and it was after an incident had happened to us, like we had this run-in with a guy who tried to run us off the road. It was a scary incident, and he was like, oh, you got to go to the state police. You can't go to the local police. The local police are useless. You got to go to the state police when something like this happens, blah, 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 blah.
Anyway, they're not on cocaine.
What made it creepy was the fact that like we were already scared. Our adrenaline was pumping because we almost got run off the road by this crazy dude in a pickup truck. And then his dad was like telling us, it was nighttime. We were sitting on the porch, and his dad was telling us, he was like, listen, I know people, and JFK was murdered by the mafia. And he was like 100%. He was 100% dead set serious about it. And you know, take it for what it's worth. I've heard several stories saying that the mafia worked with the FBI to kill him.
I believe that.
I also heard that the mafia was pissed off because they helped get him elected, and then he went back on his promises.
Yeah, he was supposed to give them a bunch of immunities and stuff.
Yeah, and he didn't do any of
their way. But then he started doing drugs and fucking Marilyn Monroe and was like, "This is sweet. Fuck you, mafia." So they.
And then he told Marilyn Monroe all the secrets.
So they had to kill
her. How that ended.
Wasn't Marilyn Monroe a guy?
No.
One of the most attractive women in history.
The
Oh,
second,
are you gay? No, I'm just kidding.
I mean,
Hey
Chad,
man, it's not gay if you say no homo first.
yeah, dude.
Yeah,
Well,
hey Chris, you want to suck
as
my
long
dick?
as you
no
never see the
homo?
penis.
Yeah, as long as you close your eyes, everything's okay.
I'm so
In the
glad.
sand or just head into some ass. Thanks
Yeah,
for changing the
'cause-
subject, Chris.
What?
Thanks for changing the subject.
Well, I don't
No,
know.
I'm serious.
I don't know what you're saying. I can't hear you because we talk at the same time.
Sorry.
It's yes.
You want us to change the subject, Luke?
No,
We
I don't
could-
care. I was kidding.
Did you want to talk about how?
No, I want to talk about Marilyn Monroe and JFK. Let's keep going.
She was building bombs in a factory, and some guy saw her and went, "You're pretty hot," and then put her on a poster. And then she got movies, and then she started getting fucked by everybody because they would just keep her high on like drugs, like heroin and quaaludes and stuff,
Mhm.
and just pass her around
Was
at
it
parties.
forcefully?
Yeah, probably. It was. She
I
had a
thought
rough
I thought
life.
she enjoyed
So
it.
it's kind of hearsay on that.
Yeah,
She
it's
liked
hearsay on
being a
that.
whore. I
But
mean,
yeah, but I
plenty of
think
women
she
that
also
liked it.
I think she also liked it because she has that stupid quote that every fucking Valley Girl whore says, "Can't handle me at my worst, can't handle me at my best."
Is that
To
a
be
Marilyn
fair,
Monroe? I've been
that
fooled
is.
by a crazy bitch every time.
To be fair, she probably did hate. She probably didn't like it that much at first, but then you just keep feeding the drugs, it just gets easier and easier the higher you get.
Talking from
She was probably
experience.
fucked out of her mind when she said that stupid quote.
Because you usually tell like when chicks have that like thousand cock stare, like their bags under their eyes, there's no life,
Never see those women. Thank God.
Oh, those are usually all my ex-girlfriends and
They're
stuff.
all around Rhode Island near Chris's
Yeah.
home.
A lot of trashy chicks up north. It kind of sucks.
You look so nice. I don't understand. Why are you getting roused up with these hooligans?
Because I'm a hooligan. I'm
Because
putting
he
on
has very high
airs.
standards.
What is your? Oh, okay. How are you running? No, all right. Sorry to get personal. How are you running into these hoe bags?
Because I used to just hang out in those places, the shitty dive bars, like the
Oh, were
rock
you like
clubs and
you
stuff.
were? Oh, I see. A dive bar. I was gonna say, are you like the guy that
Then-
hangs out with heroin addicts, but you don't do heroin?
Yeah, that was me.
Oh, okay. All right. Fair enough. You liked watching. You were a spectator.
No, it's not. I'm allergic to
Here's a problem with
opioids.
Rhode Island. Those women always managed to make their way into every group. It didn't matter if you were clean or whatever.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, every
you always
group had a
you always
slut.
had that one girl who was hanging around and she's like, "I'm gonna hook you up with one of my friends," and it fucking ruins the group. She Yoko Ono's you.
I
Right?
think this is my brother.
It is your brother, and he's probably just being a douche. He's coming on the show to ruin it for everybody.
Yeah. what a
Someone
dick.
called me at work today, Colonel, because of my sweatshirt.
Someone called you a pervert?
Colonel Mustard.
Oh,
Pervert.
that wasn't a Freudian slip or anything.
So let's get into the main topic of the show.
Giants.
Goes.
Aliens first.
Okay.
Would you guys join the Galactic Federation if you could?
Depends.
Who's
Is
in the
it-
Galactic Federation? If there's Klingons, I don't want any part of it.
Fuck Klingons, fuck Romulans.
Yeah. And no red shirts.
Oh God.
Jesus Christ! And I thought I looked bad.
Some cute lights you got back there, little buddy.
Hey.
Oh, that's for his cam girl show.
Set up.
Yeah.
Oh, you make
Thanks.
crypto? Doing crypto shit?
So would you join the Galactic Federation? No, you don't know any of the aliens out there. They're just like Space Force is up and running. We're getting everybody ready for the Galactic Federation to go visit.
Are
them.
they gluten free?
No, they love moving in space.
What's their tax policy?
I'm
Here's
more
the thing.
worried about the economy of this Galactic Federation.
Their civilization is so advanced. Gluten. That's like 500 years before their time. You know.
Gluten didn't-
Oh,
We're actually
yeah,
evolving
that's
not
what
to
they
eat
want.
wheat anymore.
Listen,
But your
Oh.
brother's straight to alcohol.
if
Is
it
raw
ain't
alcohol.
if
Oh,
it
what
ain't
is
a
it?
monkey, I don't want it near
It
me. You
is.
know what I'm saying? Fuck
bottle of
reptile
honey.
aliens or weird floating ones. We
What
would
do you
get
think they look like though? Do you think they're
diseases.
humanoid aliens, or you think they're gonna be like the fucking weird bug creatures?
It's space.
Like
It's
praying
infinite.
mantis.
It can
Or
beyond
they could be something
comprehension.
so totally different that we've never even thought of before. They could be like a gelatin composition.
They
It
could
could be made out of
see-through
Jell-O.
battle monsters.
You
all we
see
know.
the kids, they listen to rap
We're
music.
back to
Gives
fucking
them the
Bill Cosby.
brain damage with their hipping and the hopping and the bipping and the popping, so they don't know what the jazz is all about.
No, they were supposed to have Bill Cosby getting this all up and on the Jello, but then he just had to rape those people. He's like,
Whoa.
we're gonna pull out of the Jell-O.
Allegedly, Chad.
He's in jail. He got convicted.
Oh, so
Listen,
that
I'm a
proves
Bill
it.
Cosby
If you're in
truther.
jail, it proves
You know,
you're
you know what I love? You know what I love about that story, though? No, for real. You know what I love about that story is like when that news broke, all the other celebrities that were out there, they're like, "Yeah, you didn't know about this? He does it all
Yeah.
the time."
It was like a known secret.
Yeah, it's pretty awful. That's like
So
Louis
did he?
C.K. They're like,
What,
yeah,
what
you
happened to that?
got all
So
the
Raven,
time.
was she like banged hard?
Who?
No, I don't think so. I hope not. It would explain a lot.
But she was
What?
on the Bill Cosby show. No.
Yeah, she was. She had a lot of controversy because someone asked her about her like African heritage, and she was like, "I'm not African, I'm American," and everyone was like,
Well, how dare she?
Their tinfoil helped though. It like contained their brains. Like a fatality from Mortal Kombat.
But do you
Finish,
guys think that Israeli guy was actually telling the truth? Or you think he's some
No.
senile
Oh,
guy?
on the aliens? Well, he's selling a book right after. I do.
Well, he has to.
I didn't know that, but now it makes sense.
You know
Yeah,
what's
that could have been a lie too. I was reading that in a YouTube comment section.
Ah,
No, he is getting a book out there and all that. Yeah.
Babe,
But
if
speaking
he-
of
is he-
aliens,
is
speaking
he-
of aliens, you know
can you
what's
fact
crazy?
check that?
Huh?
Can you fact check that to see if there's a book being made by that guy?
I'll Google it.
There is.
But speaking of aliens, I want to throw this out there. Have you? So I was watching the latest Tim Pool podcast, and Alex Jones was on, and he was talking about Buzz Aldrin. And
I
Buzz
just saw
Aldrin,
that.
have you heard some of the claims that Buzz Aldrin has made? Like
Yeah,
about
dude,
some monolith
monolith
on one of
on-
Saturn's moons?
Oh,
And
tell
he
me
said
about
there's
it.
one on Mars too, right?
Yeah, it's like Mars' moon and then Saturn's moon, and these monoliths are used to communicate with the aliens.
Then he said
And he's
the
like
pyramids-
dead serious about it.
Yeah. The guy who walked on the moon is telling us there's a moon base that aliens have on the moon, and I'm not supposed to tell you, but I'm
He's
gonna
been
die.
trying to
soon.
spread the word of the aliens for like years now. And now they're trying to say there's like an underground bunker on Mars and everything where they all
They're
meet.
like, Buzz, go to fucking bed.
I would join the Galactic Federation if they guaranteed American dominance over the planet Earth. If it was like, you guys will join and we'll make it Planet America in the American way, and everyone will just have to fucking deal with it.
Well,
No,
he's
it's going to
really
be
like
one
Joy.
huge, like Pangea, but it's just going to be Afghanistan.
That's what I'm afraid of. What if we join the Galactic Federation and the aliens learn
And
about
everyone's going to be
ISIS,
pissed
and they're
that
like, this is super rad. We want to be just like ISIS. And then we have to deal with ISIS aliens. Like, fuck
ISIS
that.
to God. Too. But I think my theory on why everyone's pissed off in the Middle East is they're just fucking thirsty. They can't get any fucking water. They're hot
Mr.
all the
Garrison
fucking
said
time.
they all have
Imagine when you
sand.
sit in no air conditioning for every day, every week, and all you want to do and all you can think of is you're like, I want to fucking kill the Americans because they have all the water.
fuck the Americans with the air-conditioned bathrooms and their
We
bottles.
play in water.
Let's get the old AKs out, take our water back.
You guys ever seen a corn barn?
A corn barn?
Like it's like a big empty barn with like 3 inches of uncooked corn kernels, and you can just play in it.
I
It's
was
so
thinking
much-
a better site, pornbarn.com.
Yeah. We should start that quick.
They're not verifying users over there.
Yeah, that's
Fact
Corn
check.
barn-
Fact
corn
check.
barn's hardcore.
You know, wait a minute. I want to bring this up. Before we go any further, because me and Luke were talking earlier, and you know what's crazy about these fact-checking
Right.
websites like Snopes and stuff? Like, perfect example was someone put out the article that Joe Biden spoke at a KKK Grand Wizard's funeral, and Snopes was like, false, it's not true. And then you read the Snopes article, it's like
Actual-
he was
yeah.
actually a Grand Cyclops, not a wizard, so the whole article's false.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
You don't have like notations at the bottom that at least clarify that or give like what could have
What
been
they do
related
is
to.
they provide context. It's all about spin.
Yeah.
Like you can't it's true. He did hang out with a KKK guy, but it wasn't the main KKK guy. So it's
He
okay.
was just a Cyclops.
He
wasn't
didn't
a
know he was in the
Cyclops.
KKK.
Now, guys, look at this Corona thing. Ignore that. Focus on this now. Like, that's what they do. Metal Gear Solid 2. Did you guys ever play it? The whole end game monologue is all about what's happening right now. Who controls context controls the world. It's fucking scary.
This is the best gun ever.
Yeah.
Snake!
Or in 3 when he meows and all the guys come out of the woods to help him fight.
I remember that. Yeah. Is that
Solid 3 was
Ocelot?
great.
Ocelot?
Yeah,
He's
Brother
drunk?
Ocelot.
I wish they
it's his
stuck with that. system.
brother.
I like that game, but the title of it's pretty funny.
Snake Eater?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
ate snakes, man. And your snake.
Oh, the gameplay matches up.
I was so confused. Yeah.
I love those
Snake Eater. What
games.
the fuck's this about?
I wish they
And I'm
kept
literally
that
eating
system,
snakes when I start the game up. I'm like, what the?
though. You need your rations, Luke.
I know. I love the camo in that. There's like thousands of camos. You had to like press pause and like, oh, I'm gonna do the brick camo, like red and black. Somehow guys just walk by you while
You
you
put yourself up against a brick wall. It says you're
Yeah.
100%
I don't see
camouflage,
him.
but you
It's like
can
a
see
cigarette
Snake's
smoke coming
face.
I gotta use a cigarette to detect these lasers.
Dude, remember in the 4th one when he walks through a microwave hallway and just like dying as he's being cooked
Yeah.
alive?
In the bowling.
No, Snake, don't! And he's just struggling, burning alive.
What do you guys think of
I
Oscar?
remember when my friend got the first one for PS1, and we thought it was the coolest thing ever that you could crawl under the tank to hide.
Yeah.
You know, we were like,
That was
"Oh,
big. That was
so
big.
cool!"
That was
Do you
big.
remember the first time you were running through the snow and that first guy by the box saw your footstep and was
The
alerted?
footsteps,
And
yeah.
you were like, wait, they're
Huh?
following my
What was
fucking
that
footprints? Holy shit.
Or having to tap square to like break the neck. Like, ooh,
Oh yeah. Fast.
Magic.
Dude, and then in 3, every guy you killed comes back on that sorrow
yeah.
mission. That took
Oh
me
yeah.
forever
Uh,
because I just killed everybody. I was a one-man war machine.
so you guys mad that Oscar Isaac is going to play Solid Snake?
Yes.
I am.
What has he done prior?
He's
Poe
Poe from,
Dameron.
He's not
Poe
squinting.
from
I
Star
don't know.
Wars.
Oh, that's rough.
It
Yeah.
should be Keanu Reeves
No, too known.
because the Solid Snake is half Japanese, half American, and Keanu Reeves is half Japanese, half American.
That's
Keanu
what's
Reeves-
going on.
That's like
Does all
that's
the John
like
Wick stuff.
that's like Splinter Cell when they recasted Sam Smith.
Yeah.
That was so bad because the original guy that they had,
I
he
thought
had
his name
such
was
like an
Splinter.
iconic voice. And then what was it? Splinter Cell 4 or 5 when they recasted him and he sounded nothing like what he
And
did
they
in the
started turning Splinter Cell into an action game, not a stealth game.
Yeah.
And the game
It really
sucked.
fell
I
apart.
love Pandora's Tomorrow.
Oh
And
man, Splinter
Chaos
Cell.
Theory's multiplayer was pretty cool too.
My friend downloaded the multiplayer demo, but he never bought the game because the demo let you play one game mode on one map, but it just so happened to be the one where you got to hack the data on the map where it's in the center of the room. So it was like the
Mhm.
most played game mode, most played map. So we got
Yeah.
we played
So
it.
I never
without
knew
buying the
Splinter
game.
Cell. I never knew Splinter Cell was on PC, and I've been like, ever since I've given up on consoles, really past Xbox 360, I've been
Even
PC
now.
gamer. But I've been going back and buying a lot of games that I played on console that I never knew were on PC. And stop that. But I found Splinter Cell, like the first
PC
3
gamer.
games. Like I have the big box of it. It's pretty cool.
Does anybody else play PC games?
That's your story, Andrew? That
I
went
used to
nowhere.
play.
Oh,
I used to
My
play
Twitch.
PC all
I
the
used to
time.
play a lot.
We grew up. me and
I don't
Andrew-
bother with consoles anymore because I like modding too much.
Yeah, me
Just
and
don't
Andrew.
know anything about it.
Growing up, we had 2 PCs with a LAN connection to each other. So we would play
Yeah.
like Duke Nukem together and
Duke Nukem,
Warcraft. We would
Warcraft
make
2.
maps in Warcraft 2 and for each other to play.
So shout out to my friend, the Benoit family. You guys probably know them, or at least the Roccos do. They're
I
kind of
kinda
weird.
what happened to the
They're
Ben
kind of weird, but they're cool. I remember one time I brought my desktop over to their house and we wired their whole house for a LAN party and we played Jedi Knight and I think we also played Duke Nukem. But I
Okay.
remember his dad was really into the old school PC shooters. So he saw us playing Jedi Knight and he was like, I never played this one before. I was like, let me jump in. And then like we were playing and I was killing everyone. Then all of a sudden someone killed me. I was like, whoa, when did you get good? And they were like, oh, and then he came downstairs and he was like, oh, that's not me playing. That's my dad playing. I was like, oh, it's on now.
That's awesome.
Yeah, our dad was like that too. Like once it got to like, I don't know. He like played, what am I trying to think of? Deus Ex. The first one, like he beat all the, like he was really into Quake. He got us into Quake.
Yeah.
And then like video games just got past him, and now like he sucks super hard, and it's really.
Well, that's how I feel with games now. Like I'll play like Fortnite with somebody, and I'm like, dude, these kids are whipping my fucking ass. They're all on Adderall. I'm getting slower.
There's nothing worse than a fucking 13-year-old going, "You suck, fag," and you're just like, "Oh, dude."
And I'm like banging my girlfriend, and he's calling me a fag though.
Yeah, I know.
He's still getting to me because he's owning me.
Because he's just killing you. You know?
So when the Halo anniversary came out for PC a couple months ago, or Jesus, was it a year ago?
I think it was a year ago.
This whole year has flew by, but I went on, and at first I was really bad. I was like getting kicked. My ass was getting kicked pretty hard by like a bunch of young people. The worst is like, especially when you get like the young people like, yeah, I agree. Like, what? Like, I don't understand a single thing you just said. But like, you're getting your ass kicked, and then like you hear like the, oh man, you fucking suck, man. You know, like
I remember Halo, you like teabag people, and you're like, you fucking suck. Your whole family's gonna die. Like you just say everything to make them feel bad, and then in the lobby, everyone's like, everyone sucks. Fuck you. And then
what? It took all 5 of you to kill
me. But then you know what it was? You know what it was? I realized after I like adjusted the game types, like so, like I noticed I was sucking. I was searching games for all of them. And it was Halo Reach that I was sucking the most at. But like whenever Halo 1 or 2 came on, I was kicking ass like no tomorrow. I was like in the top like
because you know those.
Yeah. And then like Halo Reach, yeah, I played Halo Reach on Xbox, but like I never played it as much as Halo 1 or 2. So I took Reach off, and all of a sudden my score was like shooting up like crazy because it was like, yeah, I know those and I'm actually decent at them.
It also depends on the people.
Reach is like kind of Call of Duty.
Yeah, we never owned an Xbox, but my friends did. And I'm still like good. We had like we didn't really have an Xbox.
Yeah, the original one. We got at the tail end.
We got one that I think Dad just took out of the evidence locker and gave us because it had like stuff saved on it from someone, and I was like, okay.
What the fuck?
But yeah, like I never played Halo 2, really. But then I was thinking about it, and I was like, I played that game every single night at my friend's house, like for hours nonstop. Like I got really good at Halo 2 without realizing it.
This is the sword Halo 2 that changed the game.
Oh, dude, that changed everything. Dude, I remember one time I was over Sam Pastor's house, and we did a LAN party because I brought my Xbox, and we set up 2 rooms with the 2 different TVs.
We did that too.
And there was a bunch of people there. Like Lyle Miraz was there. Pastor was there. Like there was a bunch of people. But anyway, we were playing, and I remember I joined the game. Did we join the game late? Or I can't remember what happened, but like I was getting my controls set up. That's what it was. I was getting my controls set up, so everyone was like still playing, and I was brown because we set it up for like, I don't know why we set it up for colors or whatever, but I was brown, and I remember joining the game late and then just start singing like the MC Hammers, you know, like my shit hits the floor, makes me say, oh my Lord. And as I'm doing this, I got the sword and I'm like killing everyone. And Sam starts freaking out. He's like, what the hell? What the hell? And then all of a sudden I won the game by like 1 point. And everyone was like, what the fuck just happened? Dude, the sword was an equalizer, man.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember Andrew LaValle?
Yeah.
That kid is insane at Halo. And we were doing a LAN party where it was like, I think it was me, Josh Bannister, my brother, and Skinkle on one team. And then
oh man, Skinkle, you just brought back a name I haven't heard in a long time.
LaValle,
you that out, Chad.
No, Skinkle's a great kid.
No, he is.
Yeah. It was 8 of us. And LaValle had the sword, and he was just running around the map screaming "Holy Diver," and you'd be like, "What?" And then he'd drop from the sky and kill you, and you're like, "How did that fucking happen?" So you just be like around a corner trying to like shoot a guy, and then you hear "Holy Diver," and you get killed, and then he'd run away, and
What's your favorite Dio album?
I don't like Dio.
Really?
he's not my Black Sabbath.
Yes, I'm out on this one. I guess I'm by myself.
Like a rainbow in the
I
night.
think Holy Diver was a great album.
All right, but what's the best song on the album?
Holy Diver.
Holy Diver.
That's all you guys got.
I didn't
Oh,
like
yeah.
Dio, man. Like I respect his talent. I just didn't
Didn't he
like
die like recently?
Yeah.
he had
Oh, no,
stomach cancer.
He died like 5 years ago or something
he
like
died
that.
of being too.
He's a hologram now.
No.
Oh.
No, they actually had him live.
I
playing
was
with
just
the
gonna
band.
say, yeah, that's I 100% believe
Him
you.
and Prince.
No, I'm not making that up. Yeah.
Him, Prince, Tupac,
MJ.
Pope.
Oh my God.
Pope's a hologram.
Man,
look
he
it up.
died 10 years ago. He died in 2010.
No,
What?
Really?
not that long ago.
Yeah.
It feels like yesterday.
Feels like yesterday.
Where did the time go?
How do you guys play first-person shooters online? Because I don't have the patience for that anyway. Fighting games is okay.
Anymore, I do not.
Tired.
Fighting
I,
games
I
is fun because you get the occasional like really cool people, and you have like that one guy that like just tries to be like Chris Rock over
Fuck
here.
you
Fuck
hard.
you. I stopped playing first-person shooters competitively because I just can't keep up. So I play casual, and so when I get wrecked, it doesn't bother me.
We're getting
It doesn't
old.
matter. You know?
We are.
Our reflexes aren't there anymore.
I need a slow game. I need to be like in Skyrim. Just walk around and just like talk to people. That's about all I could handle.
I just gotta play a
Thank you,
turn-based
kind
first-person
sir.
shooter.
Well, I think competitive shooters are really not the best thing to play when you work all day and you have a stressful job. Then you come home and then you're like,
Just fucking
I'm gonna
angry.
feel like I'm in World War II in a trench for like 4 hours. I don't think it's a good idea mentally. I don't think it's. I
And
don't
then you
think
just get depressed all night because you're just losing over and over again.
I think it's just stressful to your brain. It's like you're gonna have PTSD. You're gonna go to a nursing home when you're older and have PTSD because you were fighting
my
in
blood
wars,
pressure goes
nonstop
up when I play.
cyber warfare.
Chad's seen me get way too intense playing video games.
No, he literally just stands
Ed?
up. He's like, "Okay, video game. Okay, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you."
I stand up and I shake. I get so angry, and then I get really quiet, and that's when you know I'm really pissed off. And then
No, you
Like
have-
Dynasty Warriors.
You have to see Chris's controllers once he's used them for like a year. Like the joysticks from him just clenching them are just like
this is
going
my
this way.
5th controller this year.
Hey, he's giving me 3 of them, so that's all good.
I hate
Chad keeps getting all my broken shit.
I hate to admit it, but I actually broke a keyboard of mine one time. I was playing Jedi Knight competitively. We had a CSS game going on, and it was super close. Like it was super, super close. And we ended up losing by like 2 points or something like that.
And you
I was
just
so mad. I just went bam like that on my keyboard, and I broke the legs off the back. They went flying.
me and my friend Nick would play Dark Souls, and he had his like setup. Like he would sit on a chair with like a glass table in front of him with his monitor and stuff on it, and he's sitting there playing, and we're trying to do Smo and Ornstein. I don't know if you know this, but it's like a really hard boss, and you have to run through a super far area to get there, and at any point in time another player that's a way higher level than you will invade and kill you. So we've been trying for like 5 hours to beat this boss, and we finally get to the fog gate to go in to actually fight the boss. Someone invades, they kill me. Nick is fighting this guy for like half an hour. Then Nick dies. I see him. He's just sitting there. And then he smashed his glass table and everything went down. And then he broke the controller in half with his bare hands, just like twisted it and broke it. And I was like, holy shit, dude. And he was like, fuck Dark Souls. So intense.
The only time I ever broke a controller was playing Tekken, and I did the whole twist.
Who's
Yeah.
your favorite guy in Tekken?
Probably.
Harang is your guy, I think.
I love Halorang. Lee, the one that does like the cool.
Oh yeah, like Bruce Lee.
Yeah. Then you have like, what's his name? Law is really cool.
God, he
I
was
want to be good at King, but I'm just really bad at King.
I'm
I use
refused to-
Yoshimitsu exclusively in that game.
Oof.
Are you a
Just
Soul
for the demo
Calibur?
bits over and over.
This
I'm
commercial
more-
break is brought to you by Kraken Rum.
Yeah, I'm more of a Soul Calibur Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, so am
Yeah.
I.
Yeah, I prefer those over like Street Fighter and Tekken. But I like Tekken more than Street Fighter. I actually like Street Fighter the least.
I like Street Fighter because Zangief is amazing. Is just cool. I like the
Well,
way Zangief looks.
You've been
and
playing
plays.
what? Third Strike?
Yeah, I got Chad into Third Strike.
That game was
Yeah, what
fun.
one is that? Is that the
It's the
Alpha?
last
is
pixel
that
art
Alpha
one.
3?
It came out on the PlayStation 2 and the Dreamcast.
I mean, I tried if you guys wanted to play it. I wanted to do a little tournament with you guys in Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, the problem is Capcom hates their fans, so they shut down the online service for
Let's
Street
talk
Fighter.
about Mortal
Third Strike.
Kombat.
Oh,
Mortal
well, with
Kombat-
Mortal Kombat,
Yeah, we could do Mortal
I've
Kombat.
always been a Mortal Kombat fanboy.
Alright.
That was probably the first fighter I ever played on Sega Genesis. Was
Yeah.
Mortal
This
exactly.
loser down at the bottom, Rocco, Andrew, he used to be
But-
with you to Mortal Kombat, but now he's too cool to play it.
Yeah.
I'm just
What
over the.
do you play now?
He's too
Me?
cool to play video games.
He plays real
Something
life.
I just last
It's real life.
He's
Last
older,
thing I
he's
played was
mature
the
now. He's
Office
like, I don't have
7
time for video games.
Aren't you playing Last of Us?
They really
Dude,
beat you
yeah.
up, Andrew. What are
What?
you gonna say? What's your rebuttal?
Me?
Everyone
What?
just made fun of
Yeah,
you.
they're talking shit.
Fucking
What's your
asshole.
rebuttal?
Hey, whoa! I don't know. The fighters
Gotta
just
pee.
don't do it for me. I like Soul Calibur over Mortal Kombat. I just like the 3D, like
I
you
see.
know,
I see.
side
Yeah,
step.
Soul Calibur, I like the arena outs. I actually think that makes it pretty competitive because you can be winning and then someone rings you out twice and you get wicked
That's
pissed off.
exactly why I hate it, because it's like,
I
I'm
know, I
winning.
know.
You didn't win. I lost. That's how I, like, fuck you. I love
My
it.
favorite Mortal Kombats are definitely the first four, and then probably like Armageddon.
I liked Armageddon, but the fatalities were a little iffy.
Yeah, well, no, because it was like the combo thing where you had to keep going.
I
Right.
hated. I liked Armageddon, like lore wise and stuff, but I fucking hated playing.
I
it.
love 10 and 11. I think they're really good.
10 and 11 are amazing. I
I
wish.
think they're losing out on characters, but I
Yeah.
understand why. I think because
I'm
they
glad Molina's back. I like
I'm in the
that.
minority, but I loved Mortal Kombat 4 because it was the first 3D game. I
I-
hated Mortal Kombat 5.
I love Mortal
5 is
Kombat 3
terrible.
Ultimate if we're going to talk retro.
I didn't like.
You know what I loved about 4? 4 still played like the original, like it played like 3, but it was 3D. That's why I
Yeah,
loved
like you
about
could
it.
just sidestep once, but it wasn't like Soul Calibur. Soul Calibur was blowing that thing out of the water. When Soul Calibur came out, it was
Oh
full
yeah, well,
3D.
yeah, sure, I get that. But
Soul
in
Edge
terms
was
of
amazing.
familiarity, I thought it was a good step into the 3D world.
Well,
where
that
like
you,
Mortal
you
Kombat
know
5
4
was so
killed them.
drastic.
You know,
No,
4 killed them though.
The smartest thing Mortal Kombat did was go back to 2D.
Hmm.
Going to 3D when you're having like all different fight styles and stupid weapons and everything, that was so stupid.
Deadly Alliance.
But that's kind of what the new one has, in a
Yeah,
way.
no, you don't change fight styles really.
Yeah,
Upgrade your-
remember, like it was hit L1.
I like.
switch to
I
your
will
axe.
agree. I like 11.
11's
And then
amazing.
remember,
I don't.
was it
I don't
5?
hate the fight styles with weapons because I like Soul Calibur's aspect of
Yeah.
No, but the way Mortal Kombat did it. where you
Yeah, I
change
can
your,
agree
like,
with you, but I
martial
think they
arts
could
style.
go back to that. I think they could actually reinvent it, but
I
they
like
probably
that.
won't. They probably
I like
won't.
that in 11 characters, like Scorpion just uses his sword all the time because why the fuck wouldn't he, But it's not like it does double damage or whatever. It's just that's his normal. It's he swings his sword at you and it's super cool.
Right.
Yeah, they stopped trying to go like the super realistic route where they're gonna be like doing all this, just went to the insane. This is Mortal Kombat, so why try to make it any realistic at all?
Have you seen
gonna have,
Rambo's
like-
second fatality?
What is it?
Rambo's second fatality, he wraps like a belt of machine gun bullets
Yeah.
to you, kicks you against an electrified wall. The bullets go off and cut you in half. Then he puts a knife through your face.
Oh,
and
you should
pulls
share
out
that, Chad. We should all watch that.
It's
You
so
know who
brutal.
you know who I think would be like the best add-on character now since they've done like what have they done? Terminator, Rambo, and all that.
Rambo, Joker,
Doom Guy. I think Doom Guy would be awesome.
That would be a good
There-
one. Yeah.
There's
He would just
rumors because
win,
they're
though.
still putting new characters out supposedly. Doom
I
guys.
thought Molina was the last.
Huh?
I thought they said Molina was the last one.
No, there's rumors that they're gonna put.
How about Super Mario?
That
That'd
would
be
be
amazing.
fucking crazy. But Nintendo would never let that happen.
Like a serious Mario that's like jacked.
There is a
pretty
fighting
funny.
game that
Smoking
Mario's in.
cigarettes the whole time.
Yeah, you're smoking cigarettes like Snake.
Have you guys ever played Don Don Never Dies? It's
Nope.
a weird Chinese like bootleg game, but it's got Mario in it, and it's fucking insane. It's
Oh.
shot like they use the Mortal Kombat 2 like picture
What's it called?
style for fighting.
Don
What's it called,
Don
Chris?
What?
What's it called?
Don what?
Never Dies, I think is what it's called.
No, you guys. Does anybody have PlayStation now?
I do.
Well, I know you do. Luke, do you have PlayStation now?
No.
There's this game called Deadliest Warrior.
Yeah.
that we're gonna try to make a campaign to bring that game back because it's amazing.
It's did you ever play Bushido Blade?
Oh
It's
yeah, I
like
love Bushido Blade 2 on
it's the
PS1.
spiritual successor to Bushido Blade. That idea that like 1 or 2 sword strikes and you're dead. You
But
know,
it's
so
from
you
that
gotta.
shitty like
Is
Deadliest
Gundam a Mortal Kombat type looking game?
Yeah, it's like a Mortal
Okay.
Kombat clone, but it's
I'm
All right,
watching
all
it
right,
now.
so I just did a quick search for it, and I see Ronald McDonald versus a guy in a gas mask.
and you look at it and you're like, this is retarded, but then you play it and you're like, oh my god, this plays really well. Like the buttons are responsive, the combos make sense. There's like 15 hit strings you can do and shit like that.
I like the randomness of it.
It's just like some guys in China were like, fuck it, made a weird fighting game and it works like really well.
I just want to say though, when it came to like the 2D transition to 3D, I'm just disappointed they didn't build off of Mortal Kombat 4 because I thought that was such a great transition from 2D to 3D.
It made them like have to rethink everything.
Pretty sure it's what shut down the first studio that was making Mortal Kombat.
Yeah,
Andrew,
I
you'd
don't
be
know
the
why,
worst. You'd be the
because
boss. Be like, I
in
like
terms
it.
of-
Let's
in
do
terms
it.
of controls-
We're gonna keep doing it,
When
damn
they
it.
run it.
No.
to the ground.
But to build off of that, because 5 was so drastic, I hated 5.
What was 5?
Deadly
Deception.
Alliance.
I
Yeah.
thought
It was okay. I thought they
wait,
were
what was
getting
4?
there.
Armageddon, Deadly Alliance, Deception. Is that how it went?
It goes Alliance, Deception, Armageddon, chronologically.
So
But
4
I
is
actually
Deadly
thought
Alliance,
4
right?
In terms
No,
of
4 is Mortal Kombat 4, right?
yeah. I thought in
And
terms of
Alliance,
like
what's the
controls
next
and
one?
familiarity, it was similar to the 2D games.
It had the Mortal Kombat 3 like fights like button combo
Yeah,
pressing
yeah.
in a 3D environment,
Right.
which is neat.
Well, that's why I kind of liked Armageddon with the stage fatalities.
I just like
You
here's
could
the
knock
biggest,
people into like weird shit. It was kind of like Soul Calibur in a way.
here's the biggest baddest guy we've ever fought in Mortal Kombat, and he's just a big red glowing guy named Blaze. Like it was so lame.
No, some characters suck, but you gotta
remember
realize
that
they had like 60 characters.
I do like that in 9. They're like, hey, by the way, Shao Kahn won. Like he just won. Sorry guys.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh, man.
evil won.
He
That
always wins.
fight with Raiden versus Shao Kahn is so irritating.
I wound up just doing that Raiden Infinite spam where you do the forward circle, X, X, X. And I just did that over and over and over.
That
I
was
didn't
such
win
an
the
irritating fight.
Shao
I actually
Kahn-
had to have my friend beat it for me. Because get this, I beat Shao Kahn. Second round, I got him to danger, and then he beat me. And in the third round, he just blasted me, and I threw my controller. I was like, I'm done with this.
Is
You know
he
what's
the
funny
best?
about 11? Chronica is so easy.
Yeah.
It's like
Oh, just jump
3
kick
tries
spammer.
maybe. Huh?
Just jump kick spam. That's all you got to do to beat
I mean, are you
Chronica.
playing on hard difficulty though?
Yeah, but she still has a pattern that she can get stuck in
Right.
where you're just jumping over her attack and kicking her and then crossing her up and then doing it just back and forth.
But Shao Kahn in 9 was the most frustrating.
Did you do the challenge
Shao
tower?
Kahn in 9 was disgusting.
Yeah.
Did you do the challenge tower? I
Dude,
got
I
up,
got-
Regular,
Yeah.
like single player, regular single
Yeah.
player.
did you get up to like I think it's not that the final one is like number 300 or whatever where you have to fight Goro, Kintaro, and then Shao Kahn all on very hard difficulty with 1 life bar.
Yeah, fuck that.
I did it with Kano.
Kano?
I don't know how I did it, but I did it with Kano.
mate.
I fucking
You're a bloody cunt.
I
Yeah,
love.
left him on a wing.
I always. My friend John is a big. I don't think you guys ever met him, but John McIntyre. He's a funny dude, but he loves Mortal Kombat, and I always joke with him how Kano is black in Mortal Kombat 1, but then in Mortal Kombat 3 he's very white.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought Shang Tsung in Mortal Kombat 1, how he's like that. No, in Mortal Kombat 2, he's like a bald Asian guy with like a Fu Manchu and that weird hat. And then
Yeah.
you see him in every other game and he looks 100% different. But I grew up with 2, so like,
Deadly Alliance was the biggest departure of what he's like could have looked like.
yeah.
But then they
Well,
brought
it's
back
kind of like the movie one, right?
I love that they
Well,
did that in 11.
They brought him back
the
in
actor.
11. It was
Did
great.
they bring back all the skins or just certain
Yeah,
characters?
Johnny's skin is it's
Well, you
movie
know how
Johnny,
Liu Kang-
movie Sonya, movie Liu
And
Kang.
they have Scorpion and shit.
I don't know. I think so. Actually, yeah, they did because I saw a video where they used the in-game assets to reenact the Scorpion versus Johnny Cage fight from the movie.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why Robin Shear won't go. Yeah, use my likeness for Mortal Kombat.
Who's that?
He's the one who played Liu Kang.
Oh, I see. He didn't want to do that.
Dick?
He's not in it. I guess not.
I thought he was. I thought I saw his skin.
No, it's only Sonya, Johnny Cage, and
3 Raiden. That's
there's only
lame.
3 of them.
That's lame. I want the guy who played Jax from the second movie.
Oh God.
He is
And I
so
want-
funny. Actually, have you seen the I can't remember which Mortal Kombat game it was, but in the crypt you can unlock videos, and they have
Yeah.
an interview with him, and he starts it off with "I am Jax."
Yes, I remember that. Oh God,
And he's like all fat now. He's like not even muscular.
So, the number one person I want from those movies is the guy who played Shao Kahn, but he needs to be like 5'6".
Yeah, it needs to be our height.
That'd be great. All right, let's get back into the reason why you're wearing a tinfoil hat, you motherfucker.
Oh, yeah, we did just talk about Mortal Kombat for like half an hour.
I mean, we have to.
Well, it's kind of a theme on this channel. We end up getting distracted and talking
We
about Mortal
always want to
Kombat.
talk about.
We're
Mortal
gonna have to do
Kombat.
some serious Mortal Kombat tournaments with everyone on Zoom.
Yeah,
Think I'll win, unless
Yeah,
Andrew
champion up in the
pull
top
his-
left.
Oh man, I know some
Chris, that's a
nasty
bold
combos with
statement.
Stryker.
Yeah,
Believe it or not, Stryker, I know some nasty combos with him.
I don't know about 11 though. I'd be better on 10 against you.
I
Well, I need to play
10
11.
was the one I sucked at. I was really good at 9, and I was really good at, and I'm really good at, well, not really good, but good at 11.
9 I
The
was
problem
actually
is,
pretty good
as
at.
good as I am, my older brother is always beating me.
Yeah, you're. a
There's
big
Fusion. Do you know Fusion, the Genesis emulator?
fusion.
No.
Yeah.
Fusion, the Genesis emulator, actually has a really excellent online mode. So we could
Really?
actually do like Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 on Genesis, even though it's broken as fuck. We could do
Wouldn't
an
the Super
online mode
Nintendo
and
one be
face each
better?
other.
Isn't that the better port, the Nintendo one?
No.
No.
I
So
think
so
it's the
get this.
better
Get this. This is so funny. The Genesis version has more characters,
Yeah,
but the overall stability is more broken.
yeah, that's what I meant.
Oh, really? Okay.
But the Super Nintendo version has less characters, but
And I'm pretty sure it had less music and less colors because it was a Nintendo as opposed to a Sega.
well, no, I think the Super Nintendo had better graphics, but the Sega, there's a huge debate online over if the Sega or the Super Nintendo had better sound processor. And what's weird is, I grew up with a Sega Genesis, so I'm going to show my bias. I always thought the music in the Genesis ports sounded way better than the Super Nintendo because the Super Nintendo versions sound muffled.
I had
weird.
both, and I
I
agree.
think it's a port thing though on that.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like apparently the Super Nintendo allegedly had a better sound processor, but the music sounds muffled. It sounds like it's under a carpet.
They didn't know to utilize it, but Nintendo.
Did you know there's
did.
people that'll pay like thousands of dollars for a PS1 just to get the sound chip from it? Because apparently it's like one of the best on the market still to this day. Like people who make like chip tune music and stuff like that.
Really?
Yeah.
My mom gave away my N64 and my PlayStation 1 to my cousins. I'm still mad at her for it.
I get this. You want to hear something crazy? This is probably going to melt all of your brains.
I bet I'm about to go
yeah,
insane.
My N64, I have one of the clear blue N64s, and I got one of the last HDMI kits for it.
Nice.
So I can actually hook my N64 up to HDMI, and let me tell you something. It looks fucking incredible. Composite
I'm so
is like
jealous
the
you
worst
got that.
connection you could. Composite is the yellow, white, red.
You
That's
have
like the worst
DK64?
connection you can use.
Dude, that's the only way you can play Melee is on a CRT with
I
composite.
thought composite was red, blue, green.
No, that's component.
No component.
Component
You
is
have
red, blue, green.
DK64,
What?
Andrew?
What's that?
Donkey Kong 64. Oh, you're both.
I
named
actually have an EverDrive. I have every game.
Hmm.
If you've
Oh,
ever
you
heard
got
of
the
an
EverDrive. I love, dude. The EverDrive is awesome.
I have an EverDrive for Sega Genesis. I have an EverDrive for NES, and I have an EverDrive for N64.
That's awesome. I have an old Nintendo. I have an old Super Nintendo, and I have an old N64. I got.
I feel like I need to switch to my phone to show you guys the game room upstairs because I have all my consoles on display. It's not done yet. I just mounted the TV yesterday, but
How big is the TV?
55 inch.
Anyone
I
need
was
an N64?
hoping you were going to say something above 70. I was hoping you were going to be like, yo, like
No,
85
no,
inch,
that
and
TV
then
is down here in the living room. I have a 75 inch down here in the living room, and I have a really sick surround sound system with it.
How does
And I got a super high end Blu-ray player hooked up to it. What's nice about this player is I have a decent sized Blu-ray collection because I'm one of the weird people who believes in physical copies of everything because I don't trust streaming services.
So does this one.
Same. You
No,
can
but
also
seriously,
turn
I
your
don't. I
phone
don't trust streaming services. Think about it. Like when Disney announced their streaming service, how many movies that were under the Disney umbrella got pulled off of Netflix and everything else? I don't trust it. I'd rather buy a copy and hold on to it forever. So anyway, I got this super high end. Marissa bought it for me, thankfully, because it's super expensive. But it not only does it play Blu-ray and it can go do 4K Blu-ray, but it has a USB port and I can plug in like a USB. It'll play every media file like known to man. Like it'll play MP4, it'll play MKV, it'll play anything you can think of. It'll play it. And what's even better, I can hook it up to my network, and I have you can't see it, but I have a massive file server behind me. I can load movies to that and play it over the network.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Are you using like a NAS file server?
It's just a standard. Yeah.
Is it worth doing like a Raspberry Pi as like a server, or you need some better storage solution with
I
that?
prefer.
I would probably do a better, depending on how much you're going to store. If it's just going to be little stuff, then a Raspberry Pi is fine. But I got this massive beefy Dell PowerEdge T420. 420, man, let's go to J-Town. And
I'm already at. I've been on the J-Town, man. I need to quit. I've been like high for like 2 months straight, and like I was fucking up left and right at work. I was like, I gotta get off this shit. I'm starting to smoke at work.
It's all in moderation, you dick.
There ain't no moderation.
Moderation in moderation. Yeah.
Hey.
now maybe after we're done with this, I'll switch to my phone and I'll take you guys upstairs to show you the bar
Like,
and what
my
I have done
table
so
is
far.
just garbage. It's just
Yeah.
I'm looking for
I
like
want
little
to take
joints, and I can't find anything. I'm like sober right now.
Chad, you need to set up premium content so when people sign up for just your average website, they can pay, and then we can upload a video of me showing off my game room.
Hey, once we hit
Set up an OnlyFans.
Yes.
It's him with a tinfoil hat on his cock.
Oh, we still have to make that
Nasty.
Just Ravage.
One on the cock, one on the head.
We're gonna make a
Here it is.
Just Your Average channel.
Oh, me and Chad had this joke we were gonna do. We were gonna make Just Your Average Tinder, and it was just gonna be like me and him shirtless holding each other just to see how many people would like on it, and then we would try and set up a date with them, and then spring the podcast on them in the middle of the date. Just start
Make them
recording
be
them.
on the podcast.
What happens when you don't get a date? Do you just hang out?
I'm very attractive, so that's not a possibility.
It's gonna be the bear. No, it's supposed to be the bear and the little boy.
Oh yeah, the bear and the boy was gonna be our OnlyFans.
What?
And the idea is Chad is shirtless and I rub food on his body.
Oh my god.
I think we could get a lot of money off that.
I
I don't
think
know
we'll
if
make
it's
a fuck
comfortably.
ton of money.
Call you PB
Or
and
just put
J.
Chad's feet up there.
Ugh,
What?
no one wants to see
What'd you
those.
say? Chad's feet?
Chad's feet.
Ugh.
He's
Oh my
standing
God.
on gold mine every
Can we
day.
see your feet, Chad?
Dude, my feet are dyed
Jeez,
blue
Chad.
for my shoes, man.
Show your feet.
Oh, your
What?
feet.
No, I have these Vans and they're waterproof and everything, but they have this blue dye in them. And I was working and my shoes got like just soaked. And
It's-
I took
you're
my
also
shoes off,
wearing
my whole feet
shoes
were
for
blue.
soul.
So
Smurf,
your feet
you're a
are blue.
My toenails are blue now because it won't go off my toenails. But it's all
Ew.
Smurf. Wait, your feet are permanently blue?
No, my toenails are.
Yeah, that's cool.
It takes like a few days for the dye to get off
You're
your
gonna-
feet. But it's really
Definitely
weird.
no one's sucking on
man.
your toes.
But I think I might have to do a lawsuit against Vans. You fucked my feet up, bro.
Guys,
They're
dyed
not
my
made
toes
for-
blue.
They're
I
There's
hope
a
you
lot
have.
of
I hope
coffee
you
in
have
my
good
toe.
lawyers because I'm sure Vans can afford the best and the brightest.
sure I'm not the first one that's been like, my feet are dyed blue.
Watch Vans hire Jim Sokoloff.
Oh yeah,
Fuck
Jim
you,
Sokoloff. How about the heavy
Hit
hitter?
it. Bravo,
The
me.
heavy hitter.
Dude, I fucking Ubered that guy. He's a dick.
He's
Is it?
uh
He's a lawyer,
Maybe you
Chad.
should
What
show
did
them
you
your
think?
feet.
What?
He's a lawyer. What did you think?
Oh, he's the worst. He was like,
Like, show
he had
me
a
if
beard.
you
Shut up, Andrew.
show me how blue
He
I
had
am.
a,
Show
he
me
had
how
a beard. He was
blue.
like, you know why I have a beard? And I'm like, spawn of one. He's like, so people don't recognize me, so I can go to bars and stuff and not be like, hey, you're that guy from TV. And I'm like, God, you're such a prick. Get out of my
Wow,
car.
cool story, bro.
And he didn't tip me. I don't. I don't
He
like-
didn't tip you?
Are you
It is
saying
just-
lawyers are kind of shrewd and dickish?
I wanted to yell, get the fuck over yourself. I'm sure you can go to every bar. People.
What stopped you?
And that's until he tries to like greet you by that and like swinging.
Yeah,
you know?
but what's worse, a lawyer or a used car
Just
salesman?
slugs you in the
Oh.
head.
They're both Jews.
Hi, I'm Ed Tarbox. I want to sell you a car.
Libera,
Hyundai Hoopla.
what's worse, a lawyer or a ginger?
They're both soulless monsters.
Well, there are no ginger lawyers.
Thank God.
Hey Rocco, can you answer this question? Are your pubes orange?
They're green.
Not a ginger. Does this hair look red to you?
How does your
Yes.
feet?
Yeah,
how do
it
your feet
actually, as a
look?
matter of fact, it does.
Beard's really red. I noticed today.
Actually, it's pretty blonde.
I get red in my beard.
No, this is blonde.
I actually get red in my beard.
Oh, those are
Everyone
blonde.
does. It's a
Yeah.
Scottish.
Everyone gets some red.
Now it's turning white and gray.
So is mine. It's fucking bizarre.
Do you care about white hair or being bald?
Okay, bringing it back to Mortal Kombat.
I'd rather have hair.
When I saw the first Mortal Kombat movie and Raiden had long white hair, I went, I want long white hair. And I've just been waiting. I grew my hair out. Now I'm just waiting for it to turn white.
You need to grow it longer.
How's your hairline? Let's see it.
Oh, it's pretty good.
Oh, look, he's doing fine. The marijuana's working.
Yeah. But if you look super, I don't have the right lighting, but I do have lots of white hair. So it's
I
happening.
see, but that's normal.
No, I'm excited. I want my hair.
Actually, my hairline is
I
actually doing
cut it,
pretty
like-
good too.
I dyed my hair blue and then it faded to gray. And it was like the
You
happiest
had
I've ever
blue
been in
hair
my
at one
life.
point?
I
Hey,
had blue.
what grade? You were in 10th grade when we were seniors. Is that what you were saying before?
I graduated in 09, so
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah.
Offered a free
Playing a
blowjob,
band for
rocky
the school?
blowjob at a bar because of his blue hair.
wait, what?
You play in a band?
Never really, but kinda. I practiced
maybe-
with them.
He was there.
Once.
Oh,
I was there.
Yeah, I'm confused with another band that had
could've.
another kid with long hair. I mean, that's I had long
Well, there
hair,
was
but-
Night Lore, which was the black metal band. There was the one with what's his name?
I feel like they did Iron Maiden covers or something at
That was probably Night Lore.
2
yeah.
minutes to
Why
midnight.
can't I remember? The fucking kid is such a piece of Brett. No,
Brett
he owns an
Michaels.
auto body shop now.
I've seen so many Iron Maiden.
Oh,
He's a
Dave
drummer.
Camp.
His older brother, I think, was
Dave
your
Camp
age.
Martin?
I don't think he ever had a band. I thought he just did drums.
Marissa.
Did she just deliver you food, dude?
Yeah,
She
he
brought
owns a wife.
over a slice of pizza for me.
Oh, what a
He
sweet.
owns-
man.
That
a
he
wife.
paid for.
This is what happens.
You own a wife? Are we in Saudi Arabia right now?
No, we're just men. Come on, dude.
Yeah, I know, right?
They're
Here's
women,
WWE
right?
is trying to make this
It's
Saudi Arabia
ma'am.
like thing going on right now, where they have like a branch in Saudi Arabia.
Not
They
not
don't have
every
a
guy
branch
gets
in
beat up
Saudi
by
Arabia.
the
They
They're
just do a
trying to make international.
No, they
branches of WWE
They just
Saudi
have
Arabia.
one show there a year
My
because
God.
the prince or whatever is a huge WWE fan.
Yes, so they're trying to make branches. Like they have like NXT
Like a
UK
tree?
and all that stuff. So they're gonna have
Yeah,
like
that's what I was gonna
WWE
say, Chris.
Saudi.
Like a tree.
Anyway, let me ask you guys a serious question.
Oh boy.
Oh, what a
Everybody-
great segue.
Have you ever been to Oregon?
No,
Yep.
I don't want it.
You
I
have?
we got there one time.
Now, do you guys know that they legalize hardcore drugs?
Yes.
Yes.
Old
And
news.
been there, done that.
Damn, bro. Do you no? But the real reason is, do you think that's a smart thing to legalize heroin and coke and all that stuff?
Oh, as I think heroin it should be. I
In
think
a
it's the
way,
only-
yeah. I think like because jailing every drug addict and filling up the prisons full of people who are done drugs, I don't think that's the solution either, because it's just gonna get out of hand. So
Yeah, but
I don't know the real good solution. I just don't think the what's
I
going
think the
on right
solution
now is
is
working.
just don't do fucking heroin, please. That
Don't
should
do
be the
heroin and
solution.
meth.
I don't think you should jail them, but I
Should
don't
beat
think
the
that you
shit
should
out
make
of
it
'em.
legal.
Well, what they're talking about, what you're confused about, is that they're still trying to be kind of like other countries where they do more of a rehab solution. Then
Yeah, but
they put you, and
rehab
obviously the
doesn't work.
facility is probably going to be better than where they were living. But I mean, at the same time, it's like
Well,
you
it's,
either put them in prison or you take care of them and hope they get better.
well, it's like the Netherlands. When you go to jail for like
Right. Yeah.
a low crime thing, you go to these wicked nice. like apartments.
Varg Vilkins.
Which, you know,
murdered
not every
guys.
drug addict's a bad person. You know what I mean? Like, I'm on drugs all the time. And
Right. But we have like jobs and stuff and we contribute to society. It's the ones that don't do that, the vagrants that make
yeah,
their
but you
living
don't know.
peddling
All right,
poison.
I agree with some of it, but you don't know where these people are brought up. I've met tons of people that had a
Yeah,
fucking.
but
I
there's
live,
only so
dude. I
many
live with two
excuses.
parents in a nice neighborhood, getting Sega Genesis, N64s. There's kids that
Mortal
get their
Kombat.
asses beat, and their parents tell them they're dirt and they shouldn't even be alive. And then you go, oh, look at that miscreant that fucking went to prison on drugs. What an idiot! And it's like, dude, it's because he was brought up like he hates life. So, and I think a lot of drug addicts.
Just to add to that, there's someone I know. Through a mutual friend of ours. I'm not going to name any names. I'll tell you guys after.
John Ward.
But what? Wait, what?
He said John Morgan.
All right. Oh shit.
Oh
Oh,
no. They almost got you.
So anyway, he recently, it was a couple months ago. He's been posting nonstop on Facebook about this shit, and he was like, "Oh man, you know, like my life is so fucked up." Blah blah blah. Here's the thing: he was born into Rhode Island royalty. His parents own a famous Rhode Island company, and it was like, dude, the guy he's fucking loaded. He went to fucking Bishop Henrikin.
Put his name in the chat.
What?
Put his name in the chat so we can see it.
DM, bro.
I bet it's something Italian.
Yeah, it is Italian.
oh, I've heard of this.
But he went to fucking Bishop Henrikin. He had a silver spoon up his ass, and then he got arrested several times for having like doing crack or whatever.
Yeah.
And then his parents spent a fuck ton of money to send him to rehab. And you know what he does recently? He uploads a video of himself smoking crack. He tags his dad and his brother in the video, and he puts in the comments, "Hey, show mom this."
Whoa! I mean, that's funny.
Awesome. What a
that's
player.
pretty cool, but that's real fucked up.
Yeah. And
Look,
look, his dad commented, it was like, "Take the video down right now. You're breaking your mom's heart."
A buddy of mine went in and out of rehabs for like 3 years and then finally OD'd. So like, I am super anti-heroin, and I think, yeah, you should go to jail for doing it. Anything that keeps you from doing it again, because
I don't
maybe
think it should be jail. I think it should be.
I think you should get your nose broke and you have to spend a year under watch. That's how it should go.
Like, I feel like it should be drug addicts should not be put in with rapists and murderers and like.
No. How about this?
What do you think the fix is for them to get better? A drug addict that had a shit life
every day until they stop.
They're what? Excuse me. What?
The problem.
What if you're a repeat offender? What if it's like your fourth or fifth time?
Like,
well, then we need exceptions.
And we need a 3-strike system or a 2-strike system.
My dad has administered Narcan to the same person 4 times.
All right,
you know, it's like
you're nice
to addicts.
I don't know. I feel like
system. On the 3rd strike, you get the guillotine.
No, 1st strike, you go to rehab. 2nd strike, you get the shippy to have you. Then you go to rehab. 3rd strike, you go to jail.
In my perfect world, you get one chance. You can murder someone, but after you do that, you used up your one chance. Then you get murdered the second you make a crime.
Well, I see the logic though, in like we can't just like keep coddling someone, right? Like,
yeah.
All our money's paying for this person. Like, I want them to do better, but it's like, wow, you're just failing nonstop. But who's the judge on who dies and who lives?
Me.
What? I personally think anybody should be able to.
All right, touche, man.
I feel like I have the moral compass.
I don't think anybody should be able to decide who lives or dies. Somebody thinking that they have a choice in somebody's life, existing or not, is totally fucked up.
No, I think it's justified.
I don't believe in the death penalty unless you're a pedophile.
Chris, what's your rebuttal?
All them.
For the death penalty?
What about fucking?
If everyone has the right to live, and no one should be the judge or the judge.
Yeah, but yet there's people out there deciding. Like that. But there are people out there that decide who should live and who should die.
All right, how about this?
What if you're like? But what if you're like? No, but seriously, but what if you're someone like who's it? Himmler, who was caught years later, who was Hitler's right-hand man?
Yeah. Kill him.
All right, how about this?
Yeah, no, he got caught and he had his trial. Remember, I don't know if you saw the video, but he had his trial. What was it, in Jerusalem or something like that? And he even said like, "Oh, if I had the choice, I would do it again."
Yeah.
How about this?
Kill him.
If you are a murderer, rapist, or pedophile, Let's ship you to the desert and just leave you there.
What if you're
Oh,
an
so
asshole
you want to send them to Afghanistan where they get thirsty for water and go crazy?
and then join ISIS and come back?
Join
and
ISIS
the
and kill
towers?
Americans?
Yeah, we'd be fucked. Actually, I take that all back.
Yeah,
Dude,
that's
Fuck
dude,
Americans.
that
They
was a horrible
sent this
plan.
shit.
Do you
Now,
remember
fuck.
Skinkle's plan to deal with the mentally challenged? Just send them to Iraq. Just see what happens. Give them guns.
Maybe they won't be challenged anymore.
Maybe they'll figure it out. So fucked up. Yeah, but I really think we should like form a class of citizens where you pay into it and you get more privileges than other people, and then everyone.
That sounds like socialism, dude.
Oh my, yeah, socialism. We should go that direction. Shit, we were supposed to talk about aliens and shit.
Oh yeah, yeah. All right. So on races, right? We were talking about grays. I wanted to say something else. I don't.
I know.
I'm live on YouTube.
Listen, they're putting chemicals in the water to turn the frogs gay.
But he was right about that because there
I
are.
know he was. That's the crazy thing.
That's the craziest fucking.
I have
part.
I have a solution to the rehab and all that stuff.
We were on aliens.
All right, so
He gets up to go take a piss, and then he thinks that he's in charge now. No, we've already moved
my
on.
show, Alaska, sent all the drug addicts and everything to Alaska. It's cold as shit. Make them go there, go through all the withdrawals and all that.
No, it's going to make it worse.
It's gonna make
It's gonna make it worse.
'cause They're gonna start huffing spray.
No,
paint.
no, seriously, Chad. You remember my? I'm going to write his name
I
in the
gotta
chat.
figure
I
it out.
don't want to reveal him. But he went out.
Damn.
He was in the Air Force, and he went to
He's like ass.
Fairbanks. He went to Fairbanks, which is like way, 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 way up north, like where you can see the Northern Lights. And he said, like, all you could do up there was drugs or alcohol. There was nothing else to do
Right.
up there.
All right, we'll
Crime rates up, murder rates up.
Yeah,
Female ratio is horrible.
What about
exactly.
Kansas? Would you be happy to go to Kansas?
I'd be happy to do some cocaine.
God damn it, Luke.
Just
Yeah.
Kansas.
Anyway,
Hey, Luke, you want to meet up in Miami? We'll have our own Miami Vice trip.
yeah.
Make sure
I will do that. I told you guys last time, anything mind altering, I'm in.
first of all, I cannot imagine you being any more intense, Lightyear, than if you were on cocaine.
Even better.
You have a
Yeah,
very
it's
intense
fun.
personality. So if you were on cocaine, you would just be off the walls.
Imagine Doc Brown in Back to the Future times 10.
It
Well, let me tell you something, Marty. We gotta get in the fucking DeLorean and get going.
would be a
Hey,
Hulk
Morty,
Hogan
lick my
impression.
balls.
No, it'd be a Hulk Hogan impression every 20 minutes. It'd be great.
Well, you know something, Mean Gene. I've been to the top of the mountain. I've been to the bottom of the sea. And this Sunday at SummerSlam, I'm going to ask Andre the Giant the same question I've asked everyone else. What you gonna do, brother? What you gonna do when the 24-inch pythons run wild on you?
Cream of the crop.
Cup of coffee in the big time. Ooh, yeah.
Well,
I was
actually-
going right. Elizabeth was going left.
And he had the creamer in his hand. He pulls it out of his ear.
Elizabeth, you're coming with me because the big guy Pontiac
He literally grabbed like a coffee creamer.
90,000 people. Yeah.
What you got there, Chris? Piece of
Yeah,
bread?
bacon.
Bacon.
Back to aliens.
Bacon, huh?
But
You
yeah,
know what it's
Alaska,
doing to
right?
you? It's giving you so much
Oh,
saturated fat, you're gonna die of heart disease.
I'm gonna start.
I'll die of COVID, you mean?
I'm gonna start with Chris Rocco.
What up?
You think the aliens are real?
You'd be stupid to say aliens aren't real.
Second question. This is gonna go for all of you soon. Do you believe that we are the only humanoid type aliens? Do you think there are more humanoid type aliens out there?
Again, space is infinite. Everything and anything is out there. So you
Possible. Everything's possible.
yeah.
Third question.
Are you still talking to Chris?
Yes, you're not up yet.
Sorry, I'm not authorized.
Do you think the reptilians are real, and do you think they are the ones controlling the Galactic Federation?
I wouldn't say controlling, but definitely influencing if they are real. I don't know.
Okay.
I've seen a lot of evidence that says reptiles are real, and then I've seen a lot of evidence that says they aren't, and both are incredibly
Well,
compelling. So
reptiles are real.
I'm just gonna wait. Well, yes, reptiles
They're
are real.
reptilians.
Yeah,
I know, I
right.
know.
But
Or birds,
reptilian,
depending on how you
sentient
feel it.
reptilians living in pyramids in Antarctica.
All right.
Maybe.
Do you believe Miley Cyrus is a reptilian?
I mean, I've seen some photos where she's got like the slit eyes.
Oh
and that
yeah,
weird-
yeah. I
You know,
forgot
and it's like,
about that.
what?
I love that. I love
All right.
that. That's shit.
Andrew, do you think aliens are real?
Wait, which Andrew?
You.
AR or
He's Rocco. You're Andrew.
AL?
Yeah, but Chris is also Rocco.
Oh,
Yeah,
call
Chris.
Andrew. Call
should be
Andrew
Chris.
Libera Al. Just call him Al.
Yeah, call me Al.
Al Bundy.
Oh, pig, I don't want to have sex.
Is that what he says on the show? I can't remember.
Dude, I was watching clips on YouTube of that show. It's still good.
Yeah.
No,
It is.
I love it.
It's held
Dude,
up
their
so
last
well.
episode was great.
Chris,
Same
Right.
with
down
Malcolm
here.
in the Middle. I know it's off subject, but I watched a bunch of Malcolm in the Middle last night on YouTube. and I was
Malcolm in the Middle's
"Fuck,
great,
this
dude.
show's amazing.
That show's amazing.
Yeah, but now his dad is like a cocaine dealer, right?
No way.
Libera, do you believe in aliens?
Yeah.
I would say, all right, so to go
Al.
on what Chris says, I would say this, it would be foolish to think there's no other life out there. Now, let me add to this. We have found with the Hubble's, was it the Hubble telescope? We found several, it was like 4 or 5 different planets that meet the same criteria as Earth, and they look similar to Earth. So to say that there's no life on those would be foolish. I mean,
Yeah.
even if it's something simple as like ants or birds or whatever, there has to be something else out there.
Didn't we find single cell life on Venus?
Still,
I think we
that,
did.
that is just ushering in you an introduction that there's life. Like they're giving you tidbits. I mean, why are they going to say there's just microns on Mars or something like, oh, there's water, or there was water? It's like they don't want to give you the full info. I do think they're hiding stuff they find, and it could be that like on Mars per se, it's like it's just like it was an ancient civilization, and it either they destroyed themselves or whatever happened, and then we got some people from Mars because. I've seen a lot of things where there's ancient structures on Mars that look very similar to the Egyptian
The pyramids.
So in that respect, it could mean that maybe we were once on Mars or we had visitors from Mars. But I feel like in any case, it's like I still feel like if we were having such visitation on Earth, like you know how many UFO videos we get and everything, it's like. It seems absurd to say that they're visiting us all the time. I don't think they are.
Well, my theory on all that is a lot of the UFOs coming down are scout ships. Because what that guy explained is this is a theory I've had for a while. A lot of the UFOs are not actually manned by aliens. They're just kind of scout ships coming down.
Probes.
Trying to gather intel on like how we live and all that stuff. Because he was saying supposedly.
They Live. You ever seen that movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good.
That's what I believe is actually. I believe that movie is
That could be. That could be.
because you watch some of the shit on TV and you're like, whoa, what
Sorry,
did you
Jake.
just say? And then it moves on. But anyway,
Here's a theory that I've had for a long time. Think about this. What if we're actually in a race? All right. And then God as we know, is actually our commander, kind of like in like a role-playing game, or not role-playing game, but like a StarCraft, Warcraft type of game.
yeah.
He's come down.
Civilization.
The rule is you can only come down once to talk to your people, and he tried, moving us along.
He came too early.
All right. Yeah,
Like-
he came too early. Now think about this. Think about this. There's other planets out there, but we don't know how far along they are. They could be further back than us. They could be like 500 years behind
So
us.
it's like the
it's
Sims
actually
with
a
free will
race.
mode turned on.
Think about that. Think about that.
Well,
Isn't
do you
the
guys
question-
believe in do you believe in the Anunnaki?
What?
As in Anunnaki came down, blah blah blah, and like,
Gold, used gene
fallen
splicing to
angels.
take, yeah,
we
turned
talking-
us into stuff, turned us into what we are now. Half the Anunnaki thought they should exterminate us
which
because we
which
can't-
you're implying like alien humanoid hybrids, right?
no, I'm
We
explaining.
were a slave race for
Yes.
another race.
'Cause they
Yeah,
wanted our
yeah, I've
gold.
heard of that. I
And,
almost can kind of believe that since we're so easily manipulated.
And there's
Um,
pyramids on opposite sides of the planet that link up with that are perfect, exactly symmetrical and similar to each other, just on literally the polar opposite side of the globe. And it's like,
Well,
how
all the wonders
really-
of the world, a lot of the pyramids, they say were linked up with the ley lines of Earth. So the high energy waves, they
yeah.
were like hooked into that, and they were actually able to communicate with other countries back then, which I think ancient civilization, I don't think it was the same as what we are now.
I don't think it was as
I think they
primitive
were
as
more
we think.
advanced with a
Well, hold
spiritual
on. Do
type
you
of
believe-
thing than more technology. I think
I
we,
feel like
that-
they're more
we went the technology route, and I think they're more of a
community.
natural way of getting
Well,
to
do
it.
you guys actually believe that the civilization before it got wiped out by whatever they did, and we're kind of on the same path to do it
Maybe.
again, was way more civilized than us, but they just made some bad mistakes and just wiped themselves out? Because there's a lot of like skeletons and like weird stuff found that looks like
Giants and stuff.
Yeah, like giants in
yeah.
Afghanistan.
that's
Which,
another
you know,
thing.
that gives the Bible some credence on some of the things in the Bible.
Well,
In
Well,
that,
it's
in that
not-
it's a basic description of maybe the start of the earth, but really no one knows. So
Yeah.
that was the most basic form they could do. That's what I think like heaven and hell is. It's kind of a similar thing. Like it's
Well,
not
heaven and hell is something I want to talk about later. But
Okay.
me and Chris love talking about the giants. And my theory is that the civilization before us was actually the giant folk. And the things in the Bible are the leftovers that didn't fully
Like the
die
Leviathan.
during the mass extinction. So when you
Goliath.
have like, there's like Cyclops in the Bible, there's like the giant fucking, I can't remember the one that's
Have
like,
you ever seen what an angel looks like according to the way it's written in the Bible? It's like a
No.
floating. It's a floating. Chad, bring it up.
Can you show me a picture?
you're a co-host, you can do it.
Well, it's also like Noah's Ark. Like, didn't scientists reveal that like actually the world did flood like a really
Yes,
really
there
really
was
Yeah,
a-
yeah, and that's recorded through many religions. So that obviously did happen, but I also think that's kind of like an Earth cycle thing. So when we say global warming and stuff, which is, we probably are contributing to some extent,
Oh.
I think the Earth recycles itself over a period to clean itself out because it would make sense. It's all living.
Yeah.
If we're hurting it or anybody's hurting it, it
That's
might
just
be
like that's
recycled.
just like that scientist. There was a Polish scientist who said that the Earth is actually going to go into like cold snap in like 1 or 2 years. Like
That might be just a natural.
yeah, no,
occurrence
it could
that
be.
wipes us out.
But what's
Well, the
funny,
whole-
like she's getting discredited because everyone's saying no, the Earth is warming up. It's not cooling down.
You guys see that? Those are what the angels looked like according to the Bible. One was a flaming wheel thing, and the other was like a 5-headed monster with 9 wings, according to the Bible.
Interesting.
Bananas.
Chad, you have way too many tabs open of the same thing.
Me? Oh no, because I Googled it, then it gave me an article, then I opened up the image in the article.
Oh, Chris, you're sharing. I thought Chad was sharing.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be contributed. Like with paintings and everything, it's like it could be anything at that point.
No, with the whole,
I agree with you that you're stating that like they were saying in the Bible that sphere thing, it looks insane.
It could be an alien.
what they
straight
said.
up.
that's the thing though. I don't think the angels supposedly look like that. I think it was just you are back in the day, so you're trying to comprehend what the fuck you're looking at. So
Yeah.
Sure.
anybody who's
No,
looking
I
at it's
agree.
gonna
That's what I'm trying to
translate it into something that they think it's gonna be. Be like, oh my god, it's a glowing thing that came from the sky. It has to be godly. It has to be an angel. They can't comprehend anything else that it could be. Also brought to you by Kraken. Thank you.
I do want to say, what do you think? I want to introduce another question or variable to this. Is what does the government benefit from talking about aliens all day and
Well,
like History Channel with ancient aliens? Like, are they benefiting from this?
Now, Chad, I want to
Like,
speak
what's-
first before you.
No,
Okay,
you
yeah,
know,
go.
you know what I'm going to say to that? I
Sure.
think most
Sure.
politicians, and I'm going to say most, there's only a small
Chris Rocco gets next.
politicians that I would think in government that actually care about the people. But for most of them are doing it just to get rich. I think honestly they don't give a shit. Like even
Yeah.
if they do know about this stuff about aliens and stuff like that, I honestly think they don't give a
I
shit.
feel like the only time the government ever talks about aliens is when they're trying to sneak something past you. They're like, "Hey, look, aliens," and then
Or,
here's
or
this
when they're
bill.
caught. Or
Oh,
when
what do you
they're
mean?
caught,
Like
they're
with
"Oh,
COVID,
yeah,
and then they start
obviously
talking about
that's-
aliens are real type of thing? Chris?
Yeah, like the news story about aliens coming out as being real from Israel also came out around the same time all this information about the vaccine giving people like Bell's palsy and shit like that came out, and more people are attracted to the alien story because it's fucking aliens. That's cool as shit. Who cares about what's going on with the vaccines?
You see, I have a different theory about that. I think that it actually goes with what the Israeli guy talked about. Trump was going hard on Space Force and everything, and they were going to Mars. They were getting all the NASA stuff, getting ready for, and there was a bunch of the Navy or the Air Force were releasing all the UFO stuff. Then all of a sudden, what happened? No more talk about it. It just died.
Because
There
it
was
didn't
no
fit,
more talk
it didn't
about
fit
it.
the narrative anymore.
No, hold on. It just stopped being discussed. And then the guy's like, yeah, we were planning on doing it, but then all of a sudden we realized that the humans weren't ready for it again.
I don't know about that. I feel like
there's too many religions out there that they would just panic, be like, wait, there's other life. We're supposed to be.
I don't think
They
so.
destroyed
I mean, I don't think
Christianity.
so. I mean,
They're on their way to
maybe you're
destroying
right
Islam.
about people panicked for toilet paper, but
You look at fucking COVID, man. That is the main reason why I feel like the aliens gave us COVID to see if we were.
all right. Well, what's your ideas on COVID? Like how we're dealing with it?
I think it's a real disease, but I think everyone's super duper overreacting.
It's awful. Like even like
are people overreacting or is the media overreacting?
All of it.
Definitely
All
overreacting.
of it.
dude, the worst thing is like I deliver packages for that big company.
Which one?
Don't say it.
Safari. So
Safari.
It's a bunch of trees down in
It's
South
Apple's
America.
new.
no, but seriously though, I
It's a
deliver
river.
this. These people are inviting me to their homes to deliver this package. I pull up, I start walking out of my van to go put the package on their porch. I get screamed at. Get off my property, just leave the package there. So what are you doing? Get out of here. And it's like,
Really? I feel sorry for you, but I feel like that's a minor population.
Yeah.
no,
How many
it's happened
people-
a lot.
How many
A lot
people
of
have done
are-
that?
Also, Chad.
Dude, I've had a lot of people be like, just drop the
Chad,
package.
What's a
there.
lot? I'm sorry. I'm not discrediting it. What's a lot?
Say you have 20 deliveries. Out of
I
the
would say
people that actually see you walking up to the door, probably like 5 of them yell at you.
Still to this day?
Yeah.
But Chad, look at
That's a very limited. How many deliveries you do a day?
Say I do, the other day I probably did like 100 and.
Dude, that's a limited number. So that we're going to talk about, like, if we want to do percentages, and this is in you live in Rhode Island, right? So that's pretty small percentage, and that's just your view on it. Like, I agree with you that people are crazy, but I think most don't care. I think they're wearing the mask out of for other people, but it's a vocal minority. Like, it's almost like, in Reddit, like you look at a Reddit and everyone's freaking out about a video game, but most of the population doesn't care. They just play the game. They could care about the
They don't
bugs.
give a shit about, like,
I'm
politics
obviously
of
talking
it.
about Cyberpunk because that's what I was looking at. But there's actually a funny glitch I was telling Andrew about where I was in a car, I started driving, and I like crashed into a civilian and pinned them against a wall. And then I was like, oh, I want to see if they're dead. There's no blood. So I walk over to the body, and literally, like, as I'm like I just hear like a thumping noise, like kind of like how Fallout things clip in and out. And then she just explodes. All her body parts fly and the car gets pushed back like a grenade went off, but there's no explosion, just blood and body parts. And I was like, you know what? I'm not complaining about this bug.
Yeah.
Like, it's the best. It's the best fucking glitch I've ever seen. I want more of this.
Shit, what were we talking about?
I don't know where we're at here.
Oh,
but I don't know where I got into on that.
I think COVID is like, yeah, it's a cough, and yeah, it kills our oldest, our sickest, our most vulnerable, and yeah, that makes perfect sense because they're vulnerable, they're susceptible to disease. But I think they saw an opportunity with COVID to like.
Was COVID man-made?
Yes, 100%. It has to
By
be.
whom?
I still think it was a Chinese invention that cut down that population.
I think
I
Bill
don't
Gates.
think so.
I think Bill Gates paid the Chinese to create a disease that he could release in Africa, because Bill Gates has been talking about population control for decades. He's like, we need to do something about the population. So he built this thing that'll just kill all the weakest people. And remember when he was doing all that shady shit in like India, the second most populated country in the world, and like all these people are getting these miracle cure drugs that are sterilizing them, all from Bill Gates. So I think he paid Wuhan to like create this thing, and then Wuhan fucked up because it's China, and now we're in this situation. And I think the government went, oh shit, people are in their homes.
I think I was actually just listening to this podcast Andrew told me to check out with our favorite Alex Jones and what was it, Tim Pool. And I actually kind of liked it, so I might watch him more. But he was saying like, I don't know, I lost my train of thought. Fuck, Chris, just keep talking. I'll figure it out.
Were you thinking that no, you were going down? You said you disagreed on the fact that you thought that it was Chinese made.
Oh, I think because of Trump doing like the TPP deal and getting us out of the like UN, we're not really dealing with them. We're kind of trying to get out of China, our businesses out of China. I believe that the government or whatever is controlling whatever, they actually wanted us to, since Trump fucked all the plans up, they have to kind of pay back China. So think about China. China's already back to work. Everything's functional.
True.
And we're still $0. We're killing all our small businesses. We're not making.
According to them, they are.
Yeah, I don't trust.
We don't know. We don't know, but they're going to concerts and stuff, Andrew. We can't even do it.
They had that giant pool party.
It could be fake. I see what you're saying, but
I believe the Chinese government is paying their civilians to go to movies to get their box office up.
really, is it as bad as North Korea? Like, I feel like that's a North Korea.
You know what I heard? You know what I heard about China?
The Chinese box office. They're trying to get the Chinese. Sorry, Library. Give me 1 second. They're trying to get the Chinese box office up.
Your mic is super quiet.
Hollywood,
so every time you've tried to jump in, we haven't been able to hear you.
All right, I'll adjust. Thank you. Sorry.
Yeah. It's cool. I just noticed your mouth was moving and no sounds were coming out.
Did you hear what China did to citizens during their first initial
steel
lockdown?
bars
They
on
sprayed
the
them with
doors.
bleach.
They welded people into their own homes.
Yeah.
And
they
then when they
sprayed the
unwelded the
chemicals.
doors and opened it up, they found people dead.
Yep.
Well, no shit. They're like, whoa, why didn't they have any food in there?
The fact that the doctors were going
ran out.
There's no
They
Instacart.
probably ran out.
Yeah, that's their problem,
Egg.
right? That's what a communist society will be like.
No,
We're supposed to be more like China. Our overlord.
Well, that's
right?
how we're that's what we're working up to for
So
sure.
I don't even care. I feel like China's the most evil country out there. Hot
The
take.
most evil?
Evilest? No.
What about
No,
evil?
they're trying to
bro?
control our economy like crazy. Our economy runs on like a lot of what Hollywood.
Runs on Duncan.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Everyone always makes the argument that like if we were to stop buying, if China wanted to like call their debts and stop sending stuff to America, it would actually hurt them more than us.
Way more.
But we're too afraid to cut the ties to China. Look at
Well,
Hollywood.
it's
Look at
not
how
that.
Blue's
I really,
out,
it is
all the stuff.
it is a new world order type thing. I hate to say it like that, but it
I
kind
know.
of
It
is.
feels dirty.
Because they need all the countries together to do this kind of unity thing, but it's like it's consolidating power. So they have less people with money and they have less competition, therefore they can control anything.
Check.
And then,
There we go.
yeah, you sound good now. You can cut me.
Oh,
off.
I didn't know you guys hear me. Fuck.
No, I
Yeah.
could hardly hear you, but like if you went close enough, so I didn't think you really wanted to say anything.
Sir, I'll just mute you if you get annoying.
Yeah.
Sorry. I didn't know you hear me.
So Andrew, what are your thoughts on the current global climate?
Wait, which one?
Like the actual climate.
That's right. Everyone keeps calling you. I am so used to calling my brother Andrew that when I
Al.
call,
I always called him Rocco.
I know it makes people uncomfortable.
can't
when I
do
call
that
him
either.
Andrew.
Every Andrew, that's just how it goes. It's not, and you're not Andrew anymore. You're Rocco, you're Liberia, you're King, you're White,
Yellow Valley.
you're LaValley, you know.
Well, honestly, fuck LaValley. Hey, LaValley, if you see this, fuck you.
I love Andrew LaValley.
Where's your juicy fruit, John
he
Warner?
was fucking retarded and sorry, I disavow. But in high school he was.
You're talking to the one with
I
the
just-
Jew fro and the glasses, right?
Yes, there's only one Andrew LaValley.
No, there's another Andrew
Who the
LaValley.
Valley is.
The video is banned.
I remember. I used to ride the bus with him. I remember
Order of the court.
like he was so
Order of the
cool.
court.
he used to act like he was so cool.
China.
on the bus. He was
He
like, "Oh, look
was
at me, I have so
cool.
many friends." And everyone just made fun of him.
Yeah, because that's what made him cool. Is we all made fun of him.
China's taking our jobs. What do you think
Yes, they
about that?
are.
Who,
I,
me?
for one, hate
Yeah,
the
you,
Chinese 'cause
Rocco.
of the way they look. No, I can't.
I'll go back.
Marissa, you're so nice to him.
Hey, Marissa. Nice to meet you. I'm coming down to Florida.
Yeah,
Mercer.
Luke is gonna come down at some point.
Thank you.
He's like Andrew's scared. He's like, oh,
He's like, I don't know what's gonna happen.
No, I'm actually looking forward to you coming down so we can go hit up downtown St. Pete and get fucked up.
You guys are
yeah.
gonna live stream with us while you're
Do Do you
That's a
guys
good
have like a
idea.
nice comfy couch I can sleep on?
No,
We
we have
have
spare
rooms.
bedrooms with actual
Oh
beds.
my
Whoa,
god.
Oh, look at you, you
Spare
fucking
I'm
bedroom.
so
weirdo.
new to this world of being an adult. I make
Cool.
money
Happening
now.
those.
Yeah, okay, cool. Well, I'm excited to meet you guys. When am I coming? When COVID's over?
How about the second week of January?
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do it. Yeah, I could.
I work from home. I don't have anything going on.
I could probably work and still go down.
I actually have a spare desktop in each room.
Jesus
Oh my
Christ.
Lord, I
god,
fancy.
dude, we can live the old days. You have no mercy action figures?
Yeah, I do. Upstairs in the game room. All
Yes.
right, fine. I'll put more tinfoil on. Jesus.
Can you afford like 6 plane tickets?
Can you buy us all plane tickets so we could go down there and do a show?
Yeah, that would be great.
He nodded his head. We have it on video.
He's hosting.
You agreed, you gotta buy us all plane tickets.
You guys are going to be hosting.
Really, really cheap right
You
now.
a plane ticket? You can get your own goddamn plane ticket. What have you
Listen.
been doing? You haven't gone anywhere.
Well,
I
thanks
don't
for
own a
supplying
house.
Andrew with his food.
I don't have a computer in
He
every
said
room of my
Andrew's
house.
really thankful for you. He said,
Oh,
That's not what he told me.
"Oh,
I wouldn't be surprised.
well, he's very
Thank
happy." to
God.
have you."
Thank God in this day and age I have a slave in my house, so.
Excuse me,
No,
Chad.
honestly,
Wait,
Chad, I
what?
told
What did you say, Chad?
Last time
Chad
I
just
was
said
on.
he owns slaves.
Shut the fuck up for a second. Last time I was on, Chad said that we were going to do a podcast on the beach, and in the background you could see the sun slowly set over the Gulf of Mexico.
Did I say
Still
that?
haven't done that yet. So
What?
get your ass down here, and we'll set up a little. I have little portable tables. With
Andrew, let's
portable
do it
chairs.
and make Chad watch.
It'll just be sobbing in the background.
Honestly, you want to know something crazy? A lot of the beaches here have free Wi-Fi. Like Clearwater Beach has
What?
free Wi-Fi,
The
and I don't
fuck?
even know where the Wi-Fi access points are. Were they hidden in a palm tree?
Sounds
They're
like it's around, man.
Awesome, guys.
Marissa, do
I'm
you
very
believe in
happy.
giants?
Do I what?
Do you believe in giants?
Giants?
Do you
Like
think
the
they
baseball
existed?
team.
Do you think the giants existed before our civilization? Do you believe in aliens?
Well, she's aware of this giant.
You're just
cock in
gonna
my
like, do
pants.
you believe in
Whoa.
everything? Everything?
Do you believe in ghosts?
Yes.
Do you like that
That's
show
stupid.
Ghost Whisperer with Jennifer Love Hewitt?
Huge tits. Yeah, that show is awesome.
Oh, come on, man. There's a lady in the room.
Oh, sorry, Chad. But
I have pretty
Oh.
big boobs myself. That's why I wear this Colonel Mustard sweatshirt.
what were we talking?
On,
So
I'm
back
going
to
to bring up the
joining
new
ISIS.
topic, but she has to answer it. If you were going to be a murderer, how and what would you do?
If I was a murderer,
Yeah, like think of all the murderers throughout history. How would you do it and what would you do?
Never think about that. Chad, what the fuck is going on?
I would make
I
him act
have
like
thoughts
he
in
was
my
a
head.
Why are you asking her for an idea on how to murder someone?
Just to
I'm
warn
asking what
Andrew.
she would do.
He wants to kill someone. Don't answer that.
Hypothetically, if I was to,
Hypothetically, yeah.
He just grabs
Would
Andrew's
you
head.
be Jeffrey Dahmer?
Like this, and just breaks
Would
his
you be
neck.
Jeffrey Dahmer? Would you be Jack the Ripper? Like, how would you do it? Would you,
no,
Got
I'd
a
make it
sex
look like a
shrine?
heart attack with a poison you can't trace.
so you'd be like a
you've
black
thought
person.
about this.
Bryson? Do you guys have Bryson?
Abir, watch out, bud. So if he goes missing or dies, I know what happened.
Now my turn, right?
Oh my God.
No, she's not done. Don't piss her off yet. You're
Oh,
gonna
okay.
piss her
You're
off.
already gonna
Fight
kill him.
away, she's gonna kill
Andrew
you.
has been drinking out of lead-lined cups his whole life.
He looks it.
He's literally
Um,
dying right now. Slowly.
Abir, I'm kidding. You can answer the question now.
He looks like a tinfoil Osama.
Yeah, you don't want to put her under all that
honestly,
stress.
honestly, I've actually thought about this before, but not as like as I want to do it, but like more of like a hypothetical type of thing. You know what would be the best place to bury a body if you were to kill someone? Like it could be
Rhode
something as
Island.
simple as shooting someone or
Would I be
something.
scared?
No, because this doesn't exist in Florida.
Should
But
I
like,
be scared?
Yeah, should I be
No, no.
scared? Yeah.
think about this. Think about this. How many times have you gone up 275 north?
20.
No, I'm sorry, 295. I'm in
Yeah, I
Florida.
was gonna say.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
295
Yeah.
north. How many times
Yeah.
have you gone up 295 north to go to like Woonsocket or something?
Yeah, many times.
I don't know.
You know that section right before the Johnson landfill where there's like it's almost like it's like blown out, like it's not really mountains, but it's like rocky sides.
Yeah, sure.
On the top of that, there's nothing up there, right?
Yeah.
Those
Who the
little-
fuck would ever go up there? Bury a body up there?
There's
That's
actually a
not a
couple
bad
hangouts up there. I've been to one of them.
There's what?
There's little trails. My friends Chris and
Yeah,
Diane,
but like, how many people know that? No one knows that.
they all know that. All those Cranston kids and
I
John.
bury your
You're
skull.
better off
no,
going
they
to
don't.
Exeter and
You go up
going in
there,
the
they
woods
hear
deep
bombs.
and then just burying. No one will
No.
ever go. And then
The
when they
way
build a
you
house 100
dispose
years
of a
from now,
body is to
No,
eat
the
it.
landfill's too typical, especially the Johnson landfill. That's way too typical.
Just eat the body.
chop up the parts, put it in different places.
Actually,
No.
did you hear? All right, so this is a true story. Someone that I used to know, years ago,
You're not
he
gonna
lived
say?
2 doors down. Someone
Three
who lived
doors
2
down.
doors down from him. He came home one day, and the police were surrounding the house. Okay, this was up in Woonsocket. The police were surrounding the house, and he was like, "What the hell's going on?" Well, he did research. It turned out the wife, her husband had passed away, and she wanted to continue collecting his social security or something like that. So she took the dead body and chopped it up and put it in the bathtub and tried to like drain it down the bathtub drain, and it got clogged up.
I remember hearing about this.
Why
Yeah,
don't
it
you
was
use
really
sulfuric acid?
fucked up. And then like the kids came to go visit their father, and she was like, "Oh, he's out at the store," and then they found out, and then the police came and everything.
Didn't she have it going for like 5 or no, like years, right?
I don't know if she had it going for years, but I remember it was like 2 doors down from where he lived. And like I remember he called me. He was like, "Dude, the police are all over my street right now."
Dude,
Sulfuric acid would have fixed that, correct?
Well, she's old. She was like 70 or 80 years old. She
Yeah.
wouldn't have known that.
Oh,
dude, do you remember with the Boston bombing?
yeah.
We had
No.
fucking they lived like down the street from like
Oh, yeah,
us.
Single Rock.
It was crazy. Like news trucks and police cars and FBI and shit like that was driving by my house.
Wait, who was the girl we went to school with that was dating the dude?
She married him and
Yeah. All right. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
My mind was elsewhere. Yeah. That was
Because I was in
Boston
class with
Marathon
her. She was a wicked nice girl.
you had to say Boston Marathon bombing. I was thinking of like bombing a building or something.
Yeah. I don't know any bombings in Boston besides that one. Thank God.
No, I remember because a bunch of people from our class were being called from the local
Yeah.
news team because they were like,
I'm getting
Bye.
Hi, nice meeting you.
We'll talk
there was a
about
bunch
murder
of
later.
people who were calling from like the local, like News Channel 10, News Channel 7, all of that. They were calling people in our class. And I was I had just moved to Florida when that happened. Because there was a girl I was kind of involved with who was living in Boston at the time. And I called her, and she was like a couple houses away from where it happened. She said, I remember her telling me, she was like, the ground shook, and her and her friends had no idea what to do because they were volunteering for the marathon.
Women.
Dude, I was in the hospital in Boston.
Right on the attack on the women. Right
Yeah.
after these. They're like,
Yeah.
women.
It's an easy joke.
So that oh God, what was her name? Now you're making me think.
Chad, why were you in the hospital?
Cancer.
Oh.
Everybody's sighing. Be like, oh.
Speaking of which, actually, on my yesterday in my way back days in history or whatever, what was it, 9 years ago or 10 years ago? There was the picture of all of us with our shaved heads, and Andrew Rocco over there looks like a cancer patient because he actually took an actual razor to his
Chad,
head.
Go get the picture off the wall.
He's a trimmer. He's a
Chad,
close.
go get the picture off the wall.
Hold on.
Yeah, everyone said I look like a Jimmy Fun kid, and they thought I had cancer.
You should have done a GoFundMe.
Do you guys remember being in the pool house and going, okay, we're all going to shave our heads? Even you, Chris. And this is when my hair was at waist level. And I was like, I don't really want to. And you're like, you're going to do it, right? And I was like, I don't think I want to do it. And you're like, you're doing it. So I said, fine, I'll do it. Then you all shave your heads. And then you see me, my hair's still down to my waist. You're like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
There's the picture. There's the picture. Look at me in the corner. Look at me in the corner.
Let me pick it. Let me hold it up. I'm gonna
Closer.
So that's
Oh
Andrew.
my god.
And Libera's up.
Kyle's the only
Where's
one who looks
Andrew? I
normal.
can't see him.
Yeah, then I went on a ski trip, and we were with a freaking lesbian sorority. Only 3 guys. It was crazy.
Did you have fun?
I had never had my hair that short ever in my life, except for when I was born.
I was born with full head of hair.
Although I might have been born with a full head of hair, honestly.
Who knows?
I miss having hair.
Well, you always got your butt cheeks. You can just pluck them out, pop them in.
Hairy ass, Chad.
Oh,
Dude,
yeah.
it's so.
I have a hairy ass.
I'll be hanging out with Chad. I'll be hanging out with
Put
Chad
cubes
playing
on
Mortal
your head.
Kombat with Chad, and he'll like put the controller down. I'll be like, "What are you doing?" And I'll turn, and his fucking hairy ass will be right in my face. It's disgusting. It's horrible. He shows me his ass all
You're
the
gonna take
time.
you like like sprinkling them on his head and like not telling you.
Yeah, he's
No,
always
trying
like,
to grow, they're
like
trying to
Miracle
grow
Grow.
over the Tinder account, and I'm like, "You think this will work?"
yeah, and then he's like,
We're not there
spreading his
yet.
ass cheeks.
Chris, that's why you have such a thick head of hair.
Yeah,
Chad's
because
been sprinkling it on you. Cha-cha-cha-chia.
Chad doesn't show me his ass, just his balls. But moving on.
Hold on. What kind of
Hold
murder?
on, have you ever been teabagged?
In real life,
No.
because yes.
Yeah, it's like, don't tell me. No, I was kidding.
Luke, what kind? I feel like you'd be a fun murderer.
Me?
Yeah, I'd take you out on a nice date.
Oh.
And I'd be like, well, tell me about the aliens. And as I'm sharpening my knife, I'm like, what would I do with a body? I could kill someone easily.
So could I. And I feel like people think that's a weird statement to make, but it's super easy.
If I had to and it was legitimate in some way,
If you can rationalize it, you can do it.
I could do it. But I generally, even if I'm pissed off at someone, no, I never feel that way.
No, you never jumped. See, me and you, I think, are in the same camp where we would never like plan to kill someone. It would be like a heat of the moment, like crime of, like we just be like, fuck you and
Crime
murder
of
that guy.
passion.
Yeah.
There was
my
a
ex. That's why I
time
murdered
when
his
I was
boyfriend.
ready to actually kill someone.
Oh, I've been there too.
Back at my old neighborhood in Largo, Florida, I was president of the homeowners association because no one else wanted to do it. And if no one did it, it was going to be handed over to a property management company, which means that the HOA dues would have skyrocketed. So
Yeah.
I stepped in, even though I had no time. I'm working already a million hours as it is. And I said, all right, fine, I'll do it. But I'll be like a lame duck type of president. Like I'll just pass whatever comes through.
Status quo.
Well, I was getting a ton of complaints at the end of the street. There was guest parking and it was for guests only because everyone had a driveway and a 2-car garage. So no residents should be parking down there. Well, there was residents that were parking down there all the time. So I went over to their house. I knocked on the door. I tried being polite. And this old dude, I'm not going to say his name, but he comes out of his house and he gets up in my face and he's like, I'm not afraid of you. All right. I'll park wherever the fuck I want to park. And he's this old skinny white dude with curly white hair and a mustache. And I'm like, dude, seriously? Like you're 60 years old. I will fucking flatten you right now. All right.
What
so
happened?
Anyway, beat the shit
goes
out of
on,
the guy.
And then he sends me an email threatening to sue because there's a fire hydrant at the end of the street. We didn't know there was a fire hydrant down. No one knew there was a fire hydrant down there. You know why? Because it was buried in a bush. No one knew that there was a fire hydrant in this bush. Well, someone moved in at the very last unit. These were townhouses. Someone moved in at the very, very, very last unit, and he started to trim back the bush because it was overgrown and it was disgusting. And they found a fire hydrant. And he sends me this email saying that his best friend's a lawyer and he's going to sue us and he has no money in it because his best friend's going to do it for free and blah, blah, blah. And he says, if you don't do something about this, you're putting my life in danger. And I'm like, oh, you are such a piece of shit. So I send out an email saying, you're not allowed to park at the end of the street anymore, period. We are going to tow your car if it happens. Well, guess what? A couple days later, someone parks at the end of the street in front of the fire hydrant. At this point, it's exposed, and we had called the fire department, and they repainted it bright yellow. All right? So someone parks in front of it. So I have no idea. I didn't recognize the car. I wasn't going to go door to door to find out who this car belonged to, so I called the tow truck. This woman comes over, banging on my door, screeching, and she's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Oh my God, I can't believe that you just towed my daughter's car. It's her birthday, and you ruined her birthday. And she's freaking out, and her daughter's there, and they tried coming into my house, and I put my arm up to block them from coming in, and I'm like, slow down. I said, first of all, you guys parked in front of a fire hydrant. She goes, I don't give a fuck if I parked in front of a fire hydrant. It's my daughter's birthday. Like, what the fuck does that have to do with anything? I've sent out an email about this. We're going to get sued because you're parking down there. And guess what happens? Shit gut. The old white guy with the white hair and the mustache comes down and he's like, "You can't talk to people that way. You're the president of the HOA. I'm gonna kick your ass."
Jesus
And let me
Christ.
tell you something. My blood was boiling at this point, and I was ready to go over there and take that motherfucker out. My blood was serious. I had this all on video too. I was ready to go over there and fucking take him out. I had to show so much restraint because let me tell you something. I haven't been in many fights in my life. I've only been in like a handful, but I could have taken this guy out. He was like 60 years old, and he was like nothing. He was bone.
Rocco and I threw out a 60-something-year-old guy. That was fun, right?
Yeah. That's
Like
the first
guy
time.
ended up going into the bar we worked at. He was smoking weed.
The bar we work. Oh, fuck that bar. Or whatever.
Yeah, fuck
So
that
glad
bar.
I never went there.
Yeah.
No,
Those
but Rocco, tell the story about T.
T? Oh.
How he was probably gonna fuck us up if we like discovered his shenanigans.
He used a big boy for being on the streets. I don't know.
He was like showing us his muscles and everything, and I'm like, yeah, whatever, blah blah blah.
My
I mean,
problem with
he's letting
fighting
me
old
feel about
people.
What?
My problem with fighting old people is what if they know what they're doing?
No, this dude that I'm talking about, he had no idea. Look at I posted a picture of him in the group chat.
Christ.
Click on this. When you see this, you're gonna be like, "Oh, dude, you could have easily taken
It's
him."
like
yeah.
Colonel Sanders.
Yeah, I think I could get him.
No, anyone in this group chat could have taken him. He was skin and bone, and he was like trying to act like he was a tough guy.
That
So-
guy should not be talking shit to people.
No,
But-
exactly.
Pride is bigger than their, I don't know, perception of reality, I guess.
I've never been in a
Never looks
real
in the
fight.
mirror.
Like I've like scuffled.
By the
with
way,
my
that's
brothers.
a wig. He's bald in
Oh,
real
great.
life. We
You
found
should've
that
ripped it
we
off.
found that out after the fact that he's actually bald and he
You could
has
have
a
ripped
wig.
that off and shut him up quick.
Yeah, exactly.
Is there anything more
My hair.
emasculating than getting your hat ripped off?
Oh,
Like-
ask me about race war when my cowboy hat was ripped off.
Like the second someone rips your hat off, aren't you
look
like,
at Andrew Rocco.
Andrew, we talked about race war, what, last week?
We did.
No,
Last
2
week we
days
talked
ago?
about race war.
Forgot about that detail though.
Yeah, that's how it started. They tried stealing my hat. It was those three little Mexican.
I'm really sad. I don't remember race wire. I guess like I scared a kid and started punching him in the face. Then Brandon.
No, but remember, it started. They tried stealing my hat, and I grabbed one of them and I shoved him into the wall by the stairs. And I said, "Don't take my fucking hat." And then that's when Segalski, I think Ben Johnson, they pulled me back into the sunroom, and they were like, "Dude, calm down, calm down." And then I was like, I remember I gave my hat to who was it? I can't remember who I gave my hat to. I think it was Segalski. I said, "Hey, hold on to this," and I went running back in, and someone grabbed me. I don't know if it was Kyle or something. They grabbed me like, "No, it's not worth it. It's not worth it."
Well, I guess they were saying something with Sarah, Tom's ex-girlfriend.
Didn't someone try to punch Sarah?
Yeah, they were talking
He was
shit.
like, "You
And I
next."
was like, Tom, no, don't do it. Don't, it's not worth it. Then I guess they told me like 5 minutes later I was spearing a kid and punching him.
And
I
then
think
didn't
he-
it ignite? Didn't it ignite when they tried to steal something out of that fat girl's purse?
No, they gutted.
Cleared out a few purses. I remember
They
that.
gutted out like a
Nearly
bunch of
found that.
purses.
Yeah,
That's
but
what
it was the
started
fat
it.
girl. I think it was the fat girl who caught him because I remember being in the driveway and they
Yeah.
said something to her. One of them shoved him, and that's when Nick Chavone came out of nowhere. I remember I was on the
Yeah.
driveway. I remember when this happened. Nick Chavone came out of nowhere and just went, bam!
Nick
knocked the guy
Chavone
down.
just like the crowd parted and he walked up and is like, "I am your champion," and just
Yeah.
started fighting for
Yeah,
us.
He knocked him down. And I remember he stumbled. He fell down to the ground. He got up, and I remember I grabbed him by the shirt and I shoved him on the ground. And I was like, "You stay down."
I missed all of it.
And me and Brad Richardson, the actual bouncer guy who knows how to fight and is super ripped and awesome, we're just outside smoking cigarettes, watching the entire.
Chad, I think you were with me on the driveway because I think you went over after I shoved him to the ground. I think that's when you came over and kicked him.
That's Chad. Kick him while he's down.
Yeah, I was,
No, but
I was
seriously,
probably
'cause I
early
remember
back.
after Chavone like jumped out of nowhere and like it was like something out of a comic book. He like ran and jumped in the air and then came down and punched
Like
him.
Superman, like John
Yeah,
Jones.
yeah,
or
yeah, yeah.
whatever.
And then like he fell to the ground, he stumbled, he started to get up, and I grabbed him by the shirt and I shoved him on the ground. I was like, "You stay down!" And then I think that's when Chad came running over and like kicked him.
I wish
Yeah, I
I
just came over and kicked him.
Brad,
Yeah, fuck you.
smoking a silent.
No, I've never been involved in a giant brawl or anything like that. Like Andrew's beat me up a couple times. Rocco has beat me up a couple times.
I have
beat
two,
up
but
my
with
little
my
brother a couple times.
cock.
Brother in love.
No, it wasn't like
That
real
bad.
beating up. It was always like we never wanted to hurt each other. We
Yeah.
would just kind of like do that
Yeah,
thing.
Rocco's like, yeah, I never wanted to hurt you.
Yeah, he's like, I agree. Walks
He kneed
away.
me in the stomach one time so hard that his
Yeah,
knee
that was
went
bad.
under my rib cage, and I almost puked.
And that was because of Mortal Kombat. I was just like saw the move and didn't realize like the actual weight of like driving your
What's the
knees.
problem with Mortal Kombat? We all get too hyped and we end up just fighting each other. One of us
No,
gets-
no,
I think
we
we
were
would all
arguing
fight
about
each other if
something
Mortal
else.
Kombat didn't exist.
But yeah,
Mortal
I've always
Kombat,
felt
well.
if I get into a fight, I'm not very tall, I'm not very strong, and I'm not very fit. But I feel like if I could just grab your hand and start chewing on your fingers, the fight would end really
Like a
quick.
goddamn squirrel.
Just like, I'm gonna eat your fingers, I'm gonna eat your eyes. Like, this is what's gonna happen. I feel like I
No,
could
it's in-
just like bite them, you know? I think if someone like bit your face and like pulled
Bite me,
skin off, you'd be like, Jesus Christ, and the fight would end.
one of the funniest big brawls I've ever seen. It was one of the last times I went to the living room when it was in Providence. Do you guys know what that was? The
Oh, dude, I went to the living room. I actually saw my sister perform at the living room.
That's neat.
Oh yeah.
Believe it or not, I actually saw my sister perform at the living room. I had her dedicate a song to Mike Benoit and his fiance at the time.
But anyway,
Oh,
Chad, bro.
The brawl.
By the way, before you get started, the living room, by far the most disgusting bathroom I have ever been
Oh
in.
yeah, it was awful.
You've never
No,
been to
but-
the Fastnet.
No, I
No,
have.
oh
I have.
my
I still
God.
think the living rooms was worse.
Ocean mist is bad too, and it's
Yeah.
packed. I just pee outside, like off the fucking thing in the
No,
back.
in
Just walk
terms
down
of
the
like
beach.
in terms of cleanliness, I think the living room was by far the worst.
I mean, ocean mist.
Aesthetic.
People were shitting on the drain and on the floor.
Yeah, I know, but
Well, anyway.
That's clean to you. You're like, well,
Wait,
that's
I have
No,
one
no,
disgusting
I mean,
bathroom
I-
story,
Oh my
Chad.
god, let me tell my fucking
No, let me tell
story.
my
All
bathroom
right,
story.
Chad, all
Real
right.
no.
quick.
Let me say something.
No,
I had
you said enough.
I had explosive diarrhea while walking through the streets of Boston. I ran into a McDonald's and I had to wait in a line. The whole time I was literally just like holding the shit inside, like up against my stomach and pushing up to keep my
Yeah.
organs above.
You're saying holding your shit up in your pants.
Basically, I was holding it inside me. And finally, I get to the bathroom, and the kid who walks out just smiling like a motherfucker. And then I get in the bathroom, lock the door, turn around, and he pissed on everything. The toilet paper, the seat, the handle, the sink, the mirror, the walls, the floors. And I didn't have time. So I stood above the toilet and just shit all over it.
Yeah.
Tried to find the only dry piece of toilet paper, washed my ass, and ran the fuck out of there.
Let me just pee the shit off the seat.
That reminds me of when I went to see the Rockettes and I like shit my pants.
That reminds me of the time I went to the living room and saw this.
There's so many times everyone shit their pants.
Well,
Chad.
love shit my
I
pants
did
stories.
once. I did once, and I but it was
shut the fuck up and let me tell the story.
Let's give Chad a story.
okay. All right.
Hey, story time.
Take a breather.
So when the last time we went to the living room, there was a big brawl. Did I tell you that, guys? Yeah. All right. So there were these bunch of. Do you guys know that there are skinheads that aren't racist?
Yes, it's retarded.
Yeah. So there was a bunch of skinhead kids that would fuck you. A bunch of skinhead kids there that weren't racist. They just like the working class mentality, all the suspenders, all the stuff. So there was a bunch of like wigger kids there, and they
What kind of
started
kids?
talking shit to them. Be like, "You racist motherfuckers!" And that the skinhead kids were like, "No, we're not racist. We promise you. We're just you gotta look it up. It's okay. It's not what you think it is." All of a sudden, me and my friend Paul walk outside. There's a giant brawl going on, and there was like probably like 5'2" skinhead that was just wrecking shit. He drop kicked the kid in the face and just started wailing on the other one. Then the wigger kids ran off and came back and they had
What kind of
weapons and
kids?
stuff and still got their ass kicked. And me and my friend Paul are like, should we leave? Is this okay? Are we like safe here? And we're like, yeah, I think it's over there. And then there was like that giant bouncer guy is like trying to control it, and he's just like, God, where are the police? You know, where are the police when you need them, Chris?
I don't know, Chad, but that story sucked.
That was a great story.
I saw one time I was outside Billy Goods in Newport. Do you guys remember that?
Like,
was
remember you got kicked out of the bar in Newport because you were way too drunk when you had one beer?
Let's tell this story.
No,
Let's
no,
tell
I'm telling
this
my
story.
first. I'm telling my
No, it
story
sucks,
first.
doesn't
Fuck
it?
you. I'm telling mine because mine is magical. So we're leaving Billy Goods, right? It's like this little like 30-person bar with a stage that we every weekend the owner just loved us, so he'd give us and all our bands like just time on stage. So we would pack the place with people we knew from high school, and one time we all get out. It's like 30 of us standing in the street watching this black guy chase a tweaker down the street with a broom, screaming, "I'm gonna cave your fucking skull in," but they're both like walking slowly away from each other. And we were like, what the fuck is happening? And then from the alleyway, a brick comes flying, hits the black guy in the head. He does that like limp, falls, cracks his face on the pavement. A woman comes over screaming and yelling. The cops show up 5 seconds later. The whole crowd of 30 people, no one had time to pull their phones out because it happened in like 2 seconds. And everyone just looks at each other and goes, okay, later, guys. And we all just piece the fuck out. It was the most intense like 5 seconds that had like, it was just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then everyone was gone. It was
What happened again? I was not listening. I apologize. What happened?
I was telling the flying brick story in Newport.
All right. I'm just kidding. I listened.
You know that story. I've told it to you like 100 times.
Yeah, I zone out a lot.
Sometimes Chad will show me his ass, and I'll just be like, "This reminds me of the time someone threw a brick at a guy."
It's the way the hair has the little patterns. It's like that.
You got, yeah, you have the same like cobblestone hair pattern of the street.
Hey, Andrew Iberia, you want to tell the story about Miami?
Oh, all right, I got to tell my Miami story.
Hold on.
I wanted to tell the Newport story, but let me tell the Miami story.
No, tell the Newport story. Because all right, we're gonna tell a fast forward Newport story. We're at the bar.
So
we were all
I had-
wasted.
I had
had
moved-
like one beer.
I had moved to Florida at this point, and I was back visiting Rhode Island, and I asked the guys to come out to Newport to come hang out with us, and we went to Star Bar, right? It was the bar
I
above
love
the
Star
Starbucks.
Bar. There's so much weird shit going on there.
I always
What?
felt uncomfortable.
Star Bar in Newport?
Yeah. It's above. It's called Star Bar because it's above a Starbucks.
It's not there anymore, by the way.
So we're all out there. We're having a good time, and I think Chad and someone else were playing pool, and then we decided to do teams. It was like Chad and maybe Chad and Kyle versus like me and Ricky or something like that, or maybe me and Rocco. Rocco was there.
I think I was there for that.
So we're playing pool. No, I was on Sky Stone's team. Sky Stone showed up. She was like a random. She randomly
Doesn't
showed
matter.
up.
Fast forward to what happened.
No, no, no.
Anyway,
What color were the
she was a
balls?
random person who showed up, and I had no idea she was going to show up. So anyway, she was on my team, and I went to go make like an amazing shot, and it somehow missed. Like it was like, it was one of those where it hits the corner, it just goes, and it doesn't go in the hole.
Yeah.
It was like one of those, and I dropped my stick, and I went, "Oh my god, I cannot believe I just missed that." And the bouncer walks up to us, and he goes, "You're cut off. You're done." And I was like, "What? Like I've only had like 2 drinks." What do you mean I'm cut off?
Drinks, and me and Nick were wasted.
Yeah. And then Chad walks up to the bouncer and he's like, "Come on, dude. He's from out of state. Like he's just having fun. Like he's
No,
not."
it sounds like it's his birthday. He's not drunk. He's had like 2 drinks.
Yeah. And Chad's
And
like,
I'm getting drinks continuously.
yeah. And Chad's like, "Come on, like leave him alone." The bouncer's like, "No, it's not gonna happen." So we're like, "All right, well, fuck it. Then we're out of here. We're gonna leave."
Then
So
me and Nick accidentally broke the stall, like the separator.
No. So that wasn't me.
No, it's me and Nick.
Yeah. So I go down to the bathroom. And someone else is in there, and someone starts punching the wall. And I don't know why they're punching the wall. And then I think Chad and Nick then came in after. They accidentally broke the stall. And as I'm coming, they broke it as I'm walking out of the bathroom. And the bouncer comes running down the stairs, and he walks up to me, runs up to me. He's like, "Oh, so what? You're upset that I kicked you out? That you're going to break my shit? Get the fuck out of here." And I'm like, "Dude, I didn't do anything."
You had a
The
problem.
whole reaction to the stall thing breaking was me going up to it, punching it, being like, "Yeah, ha." And it just fell. And me and Nick are like, "Fuck, we fucked this bathroom up." And the guy comes out and yells at Liberia for it, and we're just laughing.
And I'm like, "I didn't do anything. All I did was take
I
a
thought it was a
piss."
shit show. You were being stalked too that night.
Oh, yeah. I was being stalked by Jess Chavez.
Oh God.
God.
That was a great night. I got so drunk that night.
Oh, man. That was so bad because we went to the next bar, and she was there waiting for us.
Yeah, I don't know how that happened.
And remember, I called her out on the street, and then Ben came up to me. He was like, "Dude, I've never seen you so pissed off before in your life."
That was a little over the top, man. I felt bad for her.
Well, Chad, have you ever been the victim
No,
of
she
stalking?
fucking deserved it. She
What?
fucking deserved it.
Have you ever been the victim of stalking?
Yes, it sucks.
Yeah.
No, she fucking deserved it because you know why? She punched me in the face, and then she claimed.
I'm sorry, I forgot she punched you in the face.
Yeah. Oh, all of a sudden now
take it back. I'm sorry.
She punched me in the face on Christmas Eve, and then I had to go to my family's house with a fucking fat lip, and I had to explain to him, "Oh, I tripped."
I got beat up by a
Dude, I
girl.
totally forgot.
Well, no, I didn't get. She punched me. No, you know what's fucked up about it?
Bro.
She punched me in the face, and then after she realized what she did, she was drunk. She like curled up next to me, and she was like, "Oh my god!" She's like, "I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Punch me back. Punch me back. I deserve it." She was, and I was like, dude, I was like, whoa.
On the couch when that happened.
Yeah, I was like, whoa. I was like, stop. She was like, Rocco, you were sitting right next to me. Remember? She was like, punch me. She's like, I deserve it. And she like grabbed my hand and she like tried taking my hand into her face. And I was like, no, stop, no.
You missed a real cool opportunity to punch a chick.
Is she? Because she has a different last name. I have her as just Lynn.
Oh
no, that's her middle name. That's her middle name.
As you can tell,
Hey, Luke, have you ever had a stalker?
No.
No, who would stalk Luke?
I fuck my stalkers, so they're not my stalkers.
Oh, lucky. Andrew,
Right.
did you ever have
You
a stalker?
want me to tell the Miami story?
I don't think so. Obsessed.
No, you were usually doing the stalking, if I remember.
Oh, I thought you were answering. Like, I don't think I want to hear that Miami
No,
story.
I definitely had people that were. I wouldn't say stalk, just a little over obsessed.
Yeah, like I started following people home from the supermarket just to see where they go.
I would like that.
It's pretty cool.
Like they
I've
could
had
buy a
cyber stalkers.
5-pound potato bag or something. You know?
Well, see, what I do is I follow them around the market, and then when they put something back because they decided they don't want it, I buy it and then bring it to their house with a little note like, "Hey, saw you in the market. I saw you needed this, so I got it for you.
Herbert.
Love, Chris." You know?
If this
I
is
think a
true-
good opener is, do you know what the perfect bar is? And they go, what? What the hell's a perfect bar? And you show them.
I usually say, "I know your routines," and that usually gets them.
And you know what my routine is? Following you.
I'll be watching you as I walk away.
Well, speaking of scary shit, what are your guys' biggest fears in life?
Werewolves.
That's a pretty loaded question there, Chad.
Dying alone.
$0.
What is the scariest thing
Drowning.
that could happen to you?
Overdraft
alone.
fees.
What?
Overdraft fees.
Getting raped by 30 guys.
What the fuck? That literally
pretty
gives me
scary.
a panic attack, an overdraft fee, but I guess 30 guys is like a night.
We get raped
Imagine
by
if,
Bank
like,
of America.
right now, your door flies open behind you and like 5 naked dudes run in and just start going at you. Wouldn't you be terrified?
I guess if it happens all the time, you just get used to it.
Oh no. Here we go.
Oh
again.
boy, it's 10 this time.
Here we go again.
Here we go.
I'm pretty scared with these COVID restrictions of like, I don't know, just like tripping somehow, cracking my head open and getting sent to the hospital, not being able to see anyone, dying alone.
Yeah.
Aw.
Mine is drowning. I almost drowned once. It was years ago. I was at the beach. I think it was in Narragansett Beach.
Do you want to watch
And,
a YouTube video?
No, shut up.
Did I make you watch that?
No, what
Yeah.
happened was I was at the beach and I was swimming underwater and I came up and I got hit with a wave and I went down, and as I was coming up I realized I was running out of breath and I was trying to get up frantically, and as soon as I came up I went to go take a breath and another wave came and hit me and I thought, oh my god, this is it.
I had something
dead.
similar too.
I've been caught in a riptide.
Not being
like
able
that.
to breathe is like one of the worst things because you slowly die. So you know it's coming.
I woke up blind one day, and when I tried to move, I started vomiting uncontrollably. And then when my vision did come back, it was just a swirl of everything, and I couldn't. And my body was on fire. I had like Lyme disease, and it hit me super.
You got
fucking-
harsh.
Like I was perfectly fine. Went to bed, woke up, had to be put on dialysis. Like I was gonna die, and it was fucking the most. So like, disease in general, the idea of like being in a hospital, just listening to the beeps going like, well, this may not turn out well, is the fucking most terrifying thing in the world.
Yeah,
They gave me
being
apple
stuck in a
juice.
hospital with cancer and going through crazy chemo.
It's the worst feeling. They gave me
Worst
apple juice and
feeling.
they were like, sip it slowly. And the second it touched my lips, I started vomiting it again. And the doctor looked at me like with a pale face and walked out of the room. And either maybe she didn't like the vomit or she was like, oh shit. And like more doctors came in when she came back. And then my dialysis machine broke and it was just making this loud beeping noise
Dude, Jeff
for
was
like an
trying to get
hour. So I'm laying there just listening to beep, beep, until finally a nurse walked by and went, ooh, this shouldn't be happening. And then
yeah, they're
fixed
so
it. And
casual about it. They see it all the time.
I was
Dude,
like, what
that-
happened? And she was like,
Oh, you're
air
fine.
got in the tube.
No,
And I asked
that happened. That happened to me when I was in the hospital because I had to stay in the hospital for like almost a month. And I was getting like my bone marrow transplant and stuff. And the battery ended up almost dying on the thing because it came unplugged. So it starts beeping like crazy and everything. And I'm freaking out. I'm like, oh my God, am I about to die right now? And then
Yeah.
she walks in and it's like, oh, plug in. And I'm like, God fucking damn it.
Yeah.
fucking
One of the most awkward things about the hospital too. I remember one night I ended up starting peeing blood. So I go to the hospital and they had to put a catheter on me. So she's like, do you want a condom catheter? And I'm like, sure. And the nurse, it was like this younger girl, probably my age. She looks at me. She's like,
got you all hard.
do you want to?
Bet you real hard.
No, she's like, can you put this on yourself? And I'm like, sure. Don't worry about it. I won't put you through that trauma.
In
I
Chad's
think
porno
should
fantasy,
have,
the nurse
because,
wants
like,
nothing
I
to
don't
do
trust
with it.
myself with putting
You can
something-
imagine where it goes from here. He fixes the cable.
Yeah. Hospitals.
What would you guys rather do though? Burn alive or drown?
No. I got. We're on the topic. I got to tell my Miami story.
Oh my
Oh, right.
fucking God.
Because it ends up with me in the hospital.
Okay.
So
Chris is like, all right.
this was
All right.
about 7 years ago. All right, I had just moved down to Florida,
Oh
and
my
a friend
God.
of mine. I'm gonna write his name in the chat. I'm not gonna reveal who he is because we've talked about this, and he says don't ever mention that he was here.
Andrew Provost.
No,
Nothing
he was
to do.
he was a childhood
Oh,
neighbor.
Warga?
No, he was a childhood. No, Warga couldn't afford to live in my neighborhood. He was a no,
Shots
he was
fired.
a childhood friend of mine. All right, so he had messaged me and he says, "Hey, I heard you moved to Florida." I said, "Yeah." He's, "How far are you from Miami?" I said, "Well, I'm about 4 hours. I'm in the Tampa area. Tampa's on the West Coast." And I said, "It's not that bad. I've never been before, but 4 hours doesn't scare me." He's like, "Do you want to meet up?" I said, "Yeah, sure." So as I'm driving down, he calls me and he goes, "Hey, dude," he's like, "I just want you to know, like, we meet." I'm going to call him Jay. All right. And then his friend Chris, not Chris Rocco, but Chris. Jay
I got
and
a phone
Chris.
call that night too from one of them.
God damn it, Chad.
Sorry, keep going.
So Jay and Chris had planned this out for years, and they had saved up, and they wanted this to be the most epic vacation ever. All right. So they bought a hotel right on South Beach, the Lowe's Hotel. It was like $600 a night. All right. And Jay and Chris wanted to get a Cadillac Escalade from the airport. Stop it! From the airport to the hotel, and they rented an Escalade. And here's the crazy part: the Escalade was super fucking expensive, and they were paying to park it at the hotel. So you were paying for a rental that was overpriced, and it was just sitting there at the hotel. Anyway, I drive down. I pull up to the Lowe's, and I remember being like super exhausted because it was like, this was after work. So I had worked till 5 and I drove down 4 hours. So now it's like 9 o'clock or so. So I pull up to the Lowe's. I'm exhausted. I try calling Jay and he's like not answering. So I pay for valet and I'm like, he has to be here. So I go to the front desk and I go, "Hey, I'm meeting up with my friend Jay and Chris." I was like, "Could you guys let me know what room he's in?" And they're like, "Oh no, we can't do that." And I'm like, "Listen, I just drove 4 hours from Tampa. I know he's here. He told me that he's at this hotel." And they're like, "Yeah, we can't do that." So I was like, "Come on, guys, please." And then they were like, "Well, why don't you try calling him again?" So I tried calling him again, and this time he actually picked up. What are you doing, Chad?
That's not me. It's Chris. Stop.
God damn it. So anyway, he finally picks up and he's on like the 20th floor or something. So I get on the elevator. It takes forever to get all the way to the top. I get up there and then he's like, oh man, sorry, we passed out. We're just tired. We've been drinking all day. He's like, you want to go out? You want to go drinking? I was like, yeah, sure. So we go drinking and the first stop he wants to go is the Clevelander. Now, if you know anything about Miami Beach, South Beach, the Clevelander is like the most famous like club. It's an outdoor club, but like apparently Jay-Z was there the night before.
Damn.
Yeah, exactly. So we go there and I'm looking at drinks and drinks are like $20 for a Coors Light. Like
oh yeah, that's like at Fenway and
yeah, it's fucking ridiculous. And I'm like, all right, whatever. I actually had pulled out like I think it was like $500 from the ATM. And I was like, all right, well, I'm willing to spend this, but not more than this. So we're taking shots at this point, and I'm getting kind of fucked up. And I've blown through maybe like $100 or $200. And we're on the dance floor, and we're like getting into it. And we're like, yeah, you know.
That's how I do.
Yeah. And like, you know, like I don't really dance, but I'm just on the dance floor.
That's all you got to do with your dick, like on an ass. That's all
yeah. And a girl, and we're in a circle with a couple girls and stuff, and one of the girls goes, woo! And then goes like this, and her elbow hits my glass, falls on the ground, shatters. And I look around and I go, no one saw it. Fuck it, shots for everyone. And everyone goes, yeah! And I ended up buying shots for everyone, and it was super fucking expensive. But I'm fucked up. Jay and Chris are like, dude, we got to get out of here. We've spent way more money than we should have. And we're walking back, and I'm saying to everyone on the street on like the main block of South Beach, I'm like, yeah, Miami 2013 or whatever it was. And I was like, yeah, I'm all messed up. We decide to stop at the bar across from the Lowe's, and these two girls walk in, and we're talking with these two girls, and Chris decides to offer them to smoke pot with them. And they're like, yeah, we want to smoke pot with you. And we're like, yeah. So I say to one of the girls, I say, hey, you want to get it on? I'll fucking get it on with you. And she's like, yeah, fuck yeah, I want to get it on with you. So
and you marry
we start to leave the bar, and we're just going across the street, and I'm so fucked up at this point. I miss my step off the curve and land on the side of my ankle and roll my ankle really bad. Like the time I was in Rocco, remember your backyard when I missed the step going out of the pool house and I rolled on my ankle? It was like that, and I think I smacked my head on the road.
I remember that.
So Jay and Chris have to carry me into the hotel. Like they legit had to carry me because my ankle was so fucked up. And they carry me and they throw me in the corner of the elevator. We go all the way up 20 floors and they throw me on the bed. And the two girls and Jay and Chris, they go out on the balcony overlooking South Beach, and they're out there smoking. One of the girls comes back and she pulls my pants down. She tries giving me head. And she's like, I can't get him hard. I'm like, yeah, because I'm fucking passed out from the fucking pain and I'm drunk as fuck. You really think I'm going to get fucking hard? And she's like freaking out. Now, at this point, I pass out. Jay and Chris fill me in after the fact. Then one of the girls go, all right, party's over. You owe us like $350. And they're like, what? And they're like, yeah, we're hookers.
Cool.
And we're like, whoa! All right, first of all, I'm passed out, but Jay and Chris are like, whoa. And then Chris is like, get the fuck out of our hotel. We're not paying you shit. They go over to they left their wallets on the dresser. They go over there, try taking the money out of the wallet, and Chris gets like all aggressive with them, and they run out. I wake up, and Jay and Chris are freaking out, and they're arguing with each other. And I'm like, what happened? They're like, dude, we just got robbed. They're like, you better check your pants, because like my pants are down at this point. And I'm like, guys, seriously, you couldn't have at least like thrown a blanket over me or something? I'm just like fucking laying out here.
Pull this sausage out in the open.
Yeah. So like I go down and I reach under the bed. I found my pants under the bed, and I pull out my wallet, and sure enough, my wallet's empty. Like everything is gone except for the credit cards. So I have to call Discover. I have to call Visa. I have to cancel everything. I'm like, I don't know if they actually got my stuff or not, but I'm canceling everything. I remember getting on the phone with Discover support, and credit to Discover, their tech support is typically pretty good, but that night they were shit. And they were like, oh, what do you mean cancel your card? And I'm like, dude, I was just fucking robbed. Cancel my fucking card.
Oh, sir, do you know who robbed you? It was prostitutes. What do you mean it was prostitutes, sir?
Couldn't even get my dick hard.
Yeah, I know.
All right, discuss.
So Jay
Yay.
is pissed off. He's like, I'm going to talk to the police. I have the police here. I'm going to go down. And I'm sitting there in bed and I'm thinking, like, I'm on the phone with Discover support. I'm on the phone with Visa support. And I'm freaking. I'm like, man, what am I going to do? And then all of a sudden, something just clicks in my head. I'm like, oh my God, we were just robbed. And I get up and I run out to the elevator, out into the lobby, only wearing boxers and a tank top. And Jay is down in the lobby talking to a female police officer, and I go running up to him. And then at that point, it clicks in my head that my ankle is fucking like all fucked up and swollen. And I feel the pain. And I sit down on one of those carts that carries the suitcases and stuff. And I'm sitting on that and I'm like holding my ankle in like extreme amount of pain. And the female police officer is looking at me like I'm the most pathetic thing in the world because I'm only wearing boxers and a tank top. And I'm like,
You got robbed
fucking
by
robbed
hookers.
us. They fucking robbed us, man.
I dated
And
a hooker.
she's like, so can you explain it? And I remember Jay explaining it perfectly. One of the girls had like the side of her head shaved, and she had a star engraved in the hair.
Sounds about right.
And man, it was so messed up. And then so eventually we went back to our room. We passed out. The next day, I couldn't go anywhere. Jay had to take me to like a walk-in clinic, and he had to drive my car. At the time, I had a Lincoln LS, and he had an Audi. And I remember him just being like so blown away at my car because like it could turn better than his and everything else. And I remember him driving it to the fucking because they didn't want to take the Escalade for whatever reason, even though that would have made more sense, right? You know, my ankle's fucking blown out. Maybe I could lay down in the back. No, let's take my car. We go to the fucking hospital, and they're like, "Oh, we don't really take insurance," so I had to end up paying him what. I had to go to an ATM and to withdraw more money, pay him that way. And they were like, oh, there's not much we can do. We can give you pain medication. So the second night they go out, I stay in the room and I'm watching movies while my leg is elevated and on ice. And man, this was so bad. And they come back, and then that's when they realized they ran out of money. And they were like, shit, dude, we can't afford to return the Escalade. We don't have enough money. We can't even pay for the hotel. I'm like, shit, guys, you guys really fucked up. And I remember Jay being like, I can't call my mom. I can't call my mom. I was bragging to my mom that I could afford this. I can't call my mom. And Chris is like, I can't call my mom either. And I was like, of course, it's gonna come on me. So I ended up having to cover the cost for the fucking hotel room. It was like $700. And I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, man,
Should have called your parents.
I was like, man, I just had to fucking bail them out. So bad. This is so bad. And then they ended up having to return the Escalade. They talked with the guy who was running the rental because it wasn't like your typical rental like Hertz or whatever. It was one of those like local whatever. They said that they would reduce the cost if they took a Mustang convertible. So they took a Mustang convertible the next day, and I ended up driving back to Tampa. Even though it was my right foot, I could put it on. I could at least use my foot to get up to speed and then put it on cruise control. But I remember that was like the most painful ride back. 4 fucking hours. With my leg like crossed across the like center console, so I could.
Well, speaking of painful things, what is your weirdest fears other than getting robbed by a prostitute?
Weirdest fear? Paper cuts.
I can't imagine getting robbed by a prostitute. That'd
I'm
be
scared
fun.
of paper.
You know, ever since rolling my ankle at rolling my ankle at Rocco's backyard, and rolling my ankle, in high school. Chad, do you remember that? Junior prom. I went to junior prom with a fucking my
junior prom, bro.
Oh, you didn't go? Luke, did you go to junior prom?
Yes.
Do you remember I had a cane and my foot was in a boot?
Well, I gotta hear this. I'm sorry. Why the fuck are you afraid of paper? I'm so sorry. This is just stupid. Why are you afraid of paper?
Well, because like paper cuts you super hardcore. I got in my first year of second grade, I was handing out tests, and I went to go take the piece of paper, and it sliced me from like here to here, just one big cut, and it bled super bad. And ever since then, I was like,
I feel like cardboard cuts are worse because you get double the damage.
yeah.
I feel like when you're cutting What if you're a chef and you're cutting something and you cut your finger off?
Oh no, dude, you should see my hands. My hands are fucked up, dude. I used to play with knives.
Well, interesting story about that. John Morgan was head chef at 3 different restaurants.
But no, remember in Jackass? Remember in Jackass when they give themselves paper
fuck
cuts
that,
on their
dude.
eyes
Yeah.
and like the sides of their mouth and between their toes? Like fuck that, dude. That makes me so
How about a
uncomfortable.
car up the ass?
That's funny,
But awful.
but awful, but funny. Like I'm glad it's happening to him because I can point to it and
Right.
laugh. But
What's
like,
one of your weirdest fears,
There's
Luke?
Hot Wheels up your ass.
Luke, what's one of your weirdest fears?
Who, me?
Yeah,
No,
you gotta like think.
Get that fucking cat out of here.
Yeah, fuck pussy, bro. We're all about dicks.
I don't know. I don't have like weird fear of like, I don't know. Like I would say cuts or like when I'm in a passenger seat of a car and I'm not in control of it and I feel like someone's gonna crash their car, but they never do. I guess that's kind of a fear.
Like no
Yeah.
matter the driver.
Yeah, like I'm the passenger, they're the driver, and it looks like we're gonna crash. And like since I've been driving myself all the time, when I just drive passenger once in a while,
I have literally
like
the
we're gonna
exact opposite. Where when I'm driving and I have a passenger, I'm so fucking worried I'm gonna kill them. I drive
That's just
so
it's me. When it's
I
me,
drive
you're
so
like,
slow.
people I drive with don't care. So
I
Is
hate
it-
having passengers in my car.
is it weird being a 31-year-old no matter where I am? Like, especially delivering packages, I'll be walking down like a dark driveway where I don't see shit. And I have like the shitty phone flashlight. I still feel like I'm gonna be attacked by like a vampire or a zombie or something.
Yeah, I get that.
I mean, when I'm walking
That
around,
fucked up?
No, it's normal because I feel the same thing. Therefore, it's
yeah,
normal.
like you got to be on edge a little bit. It's like you can't see very well at night, and the weirdos come out at night. So it's like,
Like,
they
it's
wake
like an awful fear.
at night. The freaks
One
come
time-
out at night.
One time, my older
Freaks
brother
come
left
out
me in
at night.
Jello's
Freaks
parking
come
lot,
out.
and I walked home.
what's that from?
Run DMC, come on!
Yeah, but I walked home.
Run DMC.
Hey, let Chris talk. Let Chris talk.
I walked home on the highway, and I wound up going up like I took the wrong exit because I was drunk, and I wound up on Division Street instead of the Frenchtown exit. And there
Wait,
was
was
a
this when
lady,
Andrew Rocco made you walk home by yourself?
he didn't really make me walk home.
Yeah,
It's just we were both mad at each other. It was a
I'm
bad night.
kidding, Andrew.
Picking him up.
You guys
But-
fight as much now?
When I ran up on I ran up the grass, you know, and I was up on the street and there was a lady jogging and I like came out of the bushes right in front of her and she like stopped and I went, sorry, is this North Kingstown? And she went, no. And I went, okay. And I went back in the bush because I didn't know what else to do. And I waited for her to run away. And then I went down the bush.
Oh my god.
See what you
And,
did,
like,
Andrew?
I dressed like a homeless person,
him
so
up.
it must have been horrifying for her.
All right, you want to know my worst fear? Weird is fucking flying. I fly
Flying?
for work. And you know what it is? It's takeoff. Takeoff is the
I
worst
love
fucking
it.
thing for me. Ever since I heard that story of the plane that took off and the birds got sucked into the engine and the plane went down and crashed, I think that's going to happen to me.
Oh,
Every time.
dude, that happened to a plane that I was on actually when I went to Cancun, and when we were coming back, there's blood on the front. They actually ran into a few seagulls, and I was like, "Oh shit!"
That's
And
horrifying.
like then we had to go, and this was after the Soli thing, maybe like a year after or 2 years, I think.
Holy
And I was
shit.
like, "Holy shit! I don't want to go on this fucking airplane." I mean, we did; it was fine, but I was like nervous.
Yeah, no,
I love-
I think landing is cool because I can look out the window and like see the city and stuff. I think, but takeoff and turbulence are the worst fucking things.
Dude,
for
I
me.
fucking.
I'm like white knuckle. Like,
Oh my god.
it turns pale.
Dude, last time I went on a flight with Nick Zielinski, he gets so mad at me because during the turbulence, I kept like shaking him. I'm like, because I'm a fucking weirdo and I love taking off. I love turbulence. I love the landing and everything.
Because you've accepted death. You're like, whatever. This will
Yeah, I
be
thought I was
fun,
gonna
right?
die twice. So
Right. Yeah.
You know why I like
No,
landing? I like landing because we're close enough where we can at least still survive. But
taking off's great.
No,
You have that
it's
feeling
way
where your stomach's
worse,
just like,
landing is the most dangerous part of a fucking flight. You know that, right? Most
no, I
athletes
didn't.
are
But thanks for
landing.
fucking ruining it for me.
Takeoff is the safest part. It's landing that fucks everything up. there's this movie called Alpha Romeo Tango, and it's this like actor troupe, and they sit in like a recreated pilot's cabin depending on the plane, and they act out black box recordings of plane crashes. It's the most morbid shit you will ever watch in your life. Because after like you hear the pilots like doing it and they cut it right when the radio cuts, so the crash, then they show you photos of the crash. They explain how the crash happened and everything. So you watch the crash live and then you get all the information.
What movie is it with Denzel Washington where he's a drug pilot and he saves the flight? Yeah, so my sister and her husband recommended that movie to me. And I was like,
damn, well, calm down.
I honestly thought
I'm getting kind of hot.
I don't know.
I thought you'd have a shirt out. I'm like,
me too.
no.
I was like, well, if he gets shirtless, I'll get shirtless. Why not?
well, I mean,
You know what Chris is talking about.
Oh.
Who was
sorry,
talking about
I
fight?
only do that for the Rocco brothers.
Oh, that's bullshit, dude. I've known you for so long.
Me and Andrew have seen each other's dicks so many times.
I didn't know.
Rocco,
I knew of them, but I never really ran into them.
Andrew Rocco, what's your weirdest fear?
I don't know. I'd say all my fear is pretty rational, but not
Oh, fuck you, buddy.
Spiders,
really rational. But I mean,
snakes.
You were
mostly.
scared of raptors.
I mean, I went through my owl thing.
He
You know,
told me, you know
ducks
how
weird.
heaters make that popping noise when they're heating up?
Yes.
He told me there were baby owls living in the heaters, and if I was in a room by myself and I heard that popping, it meant they were going to come out of the heaters and eat me. So I was scared to be alone in a room in my house because of him.
My dad used to say there was aliens under the escalators at the Warwick Mall because it was green under the escalators, and I believed it for like 5 years. I was like looking in there, like stop, and like people would be walking on them. I'm just like,
When I was younger, my brother used to tell me if I fell asleep with my socks on, my feet would fall off. So
Jesus.
I was petrified to fall asleep with my shoes and socks on for so
Hey, you
long.
know how you're about to
Who
fall
does?
asleep?
You know,
Here's
who
the
does?
terrifying thing.
When I was little, my two sisters and my brother told me that if I ate an apple and I accidentally ate one of the seeds in the apple, that an apple tree would grow out of my belly button.
I thought you were gonna say die because of like there's like some poison. There's what if,
the
in the
pesticides
seed,
supposedly seeped into the seed or whatever.
Your dick would just turn into a big apple tree.
wait, isn't that a South Park episode? The gluten makes your dick fall off and like
Yeah.
fly like a
If it's so
helicopter.
safe, why don't you drink it? And the guy drinks the gluten and his dick shoots off, and everyone's like, do it. Okay.
That was a really good episode.
Hey guys, I'm gonna take off.
Wow, way to be a dick.
Sorry.
All
But
right, man.
next time.
Well, that's fine. He's a wet blanket anyway.
No, it's his mic. is fucked
Get the
up.
fuck out of here with your nice hair and your nice beard.
Andrew's-
Bye.
See-
Take it easy, man.
My older brother is a normal person. He's not.
No,
used to
he's not. He is the
I
least
know,
normal person I
but he
know.
maintains-
I heard he
No,
gets
you know
naked
why?
all the
You know
time.
why he's the least normal person I know? Because I grab his ass and he doesn't appreciate it. Any one of you guys appreciate it.
Hold on, before you leave, I need to tell a story. A long time ago, we went to a gay bar. It's the first time we went. Literally 2 seconds into the gay bar, his ass gets grabbed, and he gets uncomfortable for the rest of the night. All right, you can leave.
When I went to
I took like another step because we were waiting in line to go up the staircase. And I remember some of our friends who are gay, like Tim and stuff, were messing with me. They're like, listen, if someone says strawberry shortcake, that means they want to do this to you. If someone says that means that's code name for you to go in the bathroom with them. This, I was just like, what the
Why is
fuck?
there so many code names? Like, there's
If
not.
he-
just
they were fucking
fucking
with
with
him.
it.
They're just fucking
I
naked.
wish a girl would come up to me and say strawberry shortcake. I'd be like, anything you want.
They got me all paranoid. And I was like walking up the steps because the bouncer was checking IDs, and I kept feeling like something brushing my ass. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? And then I realized these two guys were like giggling behind me. And so like maybe I thought I was too close. So I took like a couple steps up, but no, they kept like goosing my fucking butt. And I like turn around and I look at them, they go, you look like you smell like you smoked a blunt. And I was just like, and just kept going up the stairs.
Yep.
And the rest of the night, he was like, fuck you.
No, that's me farting. You guys are weird.
But you know, the
It's-
rest of the night
yeah,
was
that
just
would've
fun.
been-
Your bar was pretty sick. I
Now,
thought it was-
I have a very
Yeah, the whole
similar
big-
story as well. When I went to Pride Fest, it
Wait,
had,
hold on, Andrew, leave.
Oh, you went to Pride Fest. That's like, what's gonna?
Well, I was.
What do you guys
fucking-
expect? I don't
I was
understand.
15. I didn't know
He
what I was
left.
getting into.
He actually left.
Why'd you kick him out, Chad?
That's funny. Yeah.
No,
I
I,
went,
do-
to,
I gotta
I went
go.
to Pride Fest, and it was like 2 weeks after I tried to dye my hair red, and it came out bubblegum pink, and it was like this long. So I had like bright pink, like ear length hair. And dude, I got 30 condoms with phone numbers written on them. I was getting my ass grabbed left and right. Some guy grabbed me by the shoulders and went, "You have eyes that I want to stare into while I'm fucking." And I was like, cool, dude. And like tried to get away. Like fucking, it was so intense. Like the way, how aggressive gay people were hitting on me made me go, oh my God, some chicks must feel like this, you know, like when you're the hot chick and dudes are just coming up to you like, "Hey, I want to fuck your pussy." You're just like, what the fuck? But I had like some like 8 foot tall, like muscular dude be like, "I could fuck you super good." And it's like, like trying to get away. And it was so intense.
Well, why
And
were
I've
you
never-
at Pride Fest? Because like.
I went to show
Why
like
was the Pride
solidarity
Fest
with
mean
my
you
gay
went?
brethren, and it turns out I was getting molested and fucking threatened to
Well,
be
that's
raped the whole
what
time.
you get.
And I was like, never again, gay people.
That's one day where all gay people are together. What do you think's gonna happen?
15. I was 15. I didn't know. I didn't know. I didn't even have Purell.
You brought some lube though.
Yeah,
So
I brought
we know.
lube.
So
I
we
had my
know.
lube. I
Rocco's
had my
tickets
dragon
for you.
dildos. I was wearing a shirt that
Dragon
said
dildo?
free anal because
like-
I was really passionate about this legal case about John Anal, and they all thought free anal, you know. So I had to deal with that.
Well, you
And
were
I just-
asking for it then.
I was joking. I just went in my normal flannel
My
with pink
name's
hair, and everyone went
John
after
Anal.
me. Why would I wear a shirt that says free anal?
I was like, I don't remember this shirt. I don't know.
I had the
What was
poop
it
ball.
He's like, it was crazy. I got this custom made T-shirt that said "I love anal." I don't know why guys
What
were.
was that? I did make a T-shirt that said "poop balls" on it, and no one really
No.
likes that.
Really?
I thought it was funny.
I think that's kind of
I
funny.
got a lot of dirty looks from people older than me.
You're like, ugh. What a
Delinquent in his poop balls.
guy. That's so fucking 2010. Poop balls.
It's whitest kids you know. It's
Mm.
that
I think
style of
before
humor.
before Andrew goes, I think all of us should come down to Florida and we'll do a podcast on the beach while the sun
Good.
sets behind us.
Pay for my ticket.
We just had to have our tickets refunded because we were going to go to California for New Year's, and so
Thank
we
God
got
you
tickets.
did.
Well, Rocco, you know you can come down here because the governor of Florida is not shutting shit down. Because he's a real man and he has balls and he's not Gina
Let's not
fucking
give a
Raimondo.
fuck. He knows what money comes to
the case.
So he's like, let everybody come. We need the tourism money.
Yeah,
Where California's like, we have
No,
holidays.
it's not just that. It's just that fucking shutting down is gonna fucking hurt our
You can't
economy.
shut down the whole world. It's a stupid.
it's gonna starve the
COVID
third world to
too.
death. But
COVID
Andrew,
too here.
Andrew, you should go to Florida and you should go to the Keys and you should go see Ernest Hemingway's house.
I already had Corona. I'm good. I'm immune for a
Yeah,
while.
he had Corona. He's immune.
Corona Brothers.
Symptoms.
My
Actually, back in May, I had my blood tested and they said I had the antibodies, even though I wasn't
yeah,
sick.
you had it. You were asymptomatic. I definitely had symptoms. It was,
I
dude.
had,
Could you taste them?
You want to hear something funny? I actually went into Walmart yesterday without a mask, and like as I was walking in, there was like a million signs that says you need a mask before you enter, and I walked right past security. They didn't
no
say
one said
shit to me.
shit.
They didn't say
Thank
shit.
you.
I don't
I
wear a
accidentally,
mask.
I accidentally walked into Walmart without a mask and I get yelled at by one of the guys.
Remember
Like,
when we
"Here's a
went-
mask, here's a
Chat,
mask." And I'm like,
Chat,
"Damn,
chat,
bro."
chat. Do you remember when we went into Dave's and that
Oh,
lady
God.
was giving me a dirty look the whole fucking
What the fuck
time?
is this?
She was following me, giving
So
me a
then
dirty
Chris is like,
look.
what the fuck is this? Look at that. And the
So we finally
manager
get to
came
the
over and said-
registers, and I turn and I look at Chad, which by looking at Chad, I'm also looking at that old lady, and I go, "What the fuck is this?" As loud as I can. It was pretty good. She got like it made everyone uncomfortable, but it was like, "Fuck you! I'm just shopping, dude. Your mask isn't going to protect you from the germs on my hands." You know,
No,
it's so stupid.
I don't know.
A lot of people feel like because I don't want to wear a mask for various reasons, but a lot of people think because I'm small, skinny with long hair and like effeminate, I'll say it, they feel like they can bully me.
You're-
But like my dad doesn't wear a mask and my dad's like a big old cop man and no one ever says shit to him. So it's totally like, oh, this kid's a pussy, I'm gonna yell at him. That's all it is. It's just weird, more like high school, like chimp brain bullshit. Where like the
Well, I don't
majority
think
gangs
people
up on the
ever
minority.
leave the high school mentality of like
It blows my mind how the weak chimp theory like permeates everything. Like
Chimp theory. I like that. Chimp
Yeah.
theory.
yeah, the weak chimp theory.
Well, that's
like,
the weird
everyone
thing
thinks
about
it's the
like,
weak chimp.
well, that's the weird thing about now. Like, you look back in the day, we used to wear like fucking Marvel shirts and comic book shirts and all that stuff. Get
Yeah.
made fun of, get fucking treated like shit. Now you have all these bro guys wearing like Superman shirts and all this stuff.
And you're like,
Punisher
you
shirts.
you
Fucking
get
Punisher
high
is
school
everywhere
for
and it
that.
sickens me.
Fun of for that.
Yeah, back in the day, you used to get made fun of all the time for
Yeah.
wearing comic book stuff.
We're like the last generation that got made fun of for being a nerd.
Luke,
'Cause I remember people in
Yeah.
like 5th grade were like, what do you do for fun in 5th grade? And I was like, well, I like playing video games. And everyone was like, what a fucking nerd. And now it's like everyone plays video games. And it's like, bitch, what the fuck? You know, why did I get
Dude, but that was a small minority. I thought. Like, I didn't-
but it was the popular.
No,
it
but
was-
you grew up in North Kingston. I grew up in Warwick, where everybody's like super wiggery. And
Yeah, it's
super,
way
like,
worse.
Well, no, I mean, in
So
high
I
school,
would have like a punk shirt on, like
I smoked weed, so I was like immune to anything because smoking weed was cool.
I have to say, if you're in high school and you're getting bullied, just start smoking weed. Everyone will like you.
yeah.
Right. That's all you
That's
gotta
the
do.
worst advice in the world, but seriously, it's the only reason I had friends in high
Be
school.
like, yeah, man, I just smoke. Like,
Thank
get
God I
high.
started
You're a
smoking
pussy.
weed.
You don't smoke.
But the worst insults I ever got was like about comic books, about bands. Like I like Goldfinger, so they'd be like, "Oh, you're a Goldfinger," and I'm
Oh, I
like,
made fun of you for ska, but you know, like
I think, like, yeah, but that's acceptable. 'Cause everybody,
well, no, it's not in a way though. It's like you like it. I just liked metal back then, but that's just because my dad used to be like, everything else sucks. Listen to Megadeth and shut up. And
that's like when I was in,
that was good. I liked it. I was like, yeah, you're right.
when I was in elementary school, I had a friend that's dad told him that shit, and he liked Metallica, and I'm like, I really just fucking hate Metallica.
Right. No, and I understand.
And he's like,
My
"We can't be
dad
friends anymore, so you
hated-
don't like Metallica."
I think
I'm
my
like,
dad hates
"Whoa."
music. Yeah, I'm cutting you off, Chad. I think
You
my
always
dad
cut me
hates
off.
music
It's fucking normie piece of shit.
because he never listened to music. So I got all my musical influence from my mother. So like Melissa Etheridge and like Sheryl Crow
Fucking
and
love
stuff like
Celine
that.
Dion.
You know,
Cranberries.
I call it van rock. You know,
Zombie.
Building a Mystery was a
Hey,
huge
Cranberries are
song.
great, okay?
What else was
I'm
there?
a fan of.
Oh, Where Have All the Cowboys Gone? That
That's
was
a great
huge
song.
when I was growing up.
I like Miley Cyrus mostly.
Where have all the cowboys gone?
Is that Miley Cyrus?
That's a great song.
What was it?
Oh,
Miley Cyrus is just
You
a
pay all the
I like
taxes.
I like her new. I like
I'll
one of her
bring you
new
a
hits.
beer.
It's like Midnight something.
All right,
Trying to be
I got an excellent question for all of
Isn't
you guys.
Miley trying to be punk now, though?
No,
I think it's
I got an excellent question for you guys, and it's
I would love
related to
hear
this.
it.
It's related to this. What is the dumbest thing you ever got made fun of from school? And I'll go first. It was 5th grade. I was going to Our Lady of Mercy, and it was 99. So that was right when The Rock had that comeback. Remember, it was like, what'd you say her name was? And it was like, oh, my name is, it doesn't matter what your name is.
Yeah.
So someone did it to me, and then I turned around and did it to them, like as a joke. And everyone in the class was like, you're not funny. Like, you're not funny. And then they then told the teacher, they're like, oh, he's doing that wrestling thing. And then the teacher called home to my parents. They're like, why is your son watching wrestling?
Oh my God, getting made fun of for wrestling back in the day was the worst.
Andrew, we had to be together because when we were together, no one made fun of us.
No, exactly. That's why when I went to DMS, it was like a whole new world. But at the time, I was going to a private Catholic school. And it was so stupid because someone did it to me first and I did it back. And all of a sudden it was like, oh, what are you doing? You can't do
my
that.
dad- Hold on, you went to a Catholic school too. Did you have the Catholic school blues where you noticed everybody was being picked to be in the altar boys and all that stuff, but you were the one that just wouldn't be picked? And you were just thinking in your head,
Altar
why
boys.
can't I be good
That
enough?
sounds like a good
Altar
attitude.
Boy Blues.
Hold on, shut up. Why can't I be good enough? There's this
Yeah.
stubby little,
Why can't I get
No.
Yeah.
chosen as an altar boy.
No.
Hey,
It's
hey,
more
hold it,
pretty.
hold it. Chad is the host, and you're being rude, Chad.
I'm the host with the most.
I don't like
It's
it.
up to
I
me.
don't like it.
No,
Um,
at my school, Our Lady of
Sorry.
Mercy, the pastor the pastor who was his name was Father Lolio. He had a rule where if the head altar person was a boy, then they all had to be boys, or if it was a girl, it had to be all girls.
It's a really good idea.
Like he didn't do this like mixed boy girl thing. It had to be all or none. And he was like super old school. Like he was strict about everything.
Condom.
And let me tell you something.
There was one sex at a time.
And I know there's the whole like joke about like the priest raping the boys or the girls or whatever. There was no chance that was going to happen on his watch because he was so old school. Like the altar boys and girls had to get changed. They're like at the school. You weren't allowed to even get changed at the church.
Did he
you had to
change?
Get changed at the school, then walk across the street to the church in the full.
He made you walk across the street naked?
No, not naked. In the full like.
Do it.
The joke I was trying to make is all the fucking kids who being altar boys were skinny little kids, and me being the chubby little Chad being like,
no, it was voluntary.
I don't think they found me attractive. I think I was
no, Chad. At my school, it was
chubby little Chad.
I just wasn't good enough to be raped.
TLC, chubby little Chad. I never even thought of that, chubby little Chad. But I didn't think of it. Like I just didn't think of you like that.
Are you going Mr. Garrison on us right now, Chad?
That's what's happening. Was I not good enough, Dan?
No, at my school it was voluntary, and what I didn't want to be an altar boy because I thought it was weird wearing a dress. But what I did was I read, like I had to go up and read in front of the whole like church.
They wouldn't even let me do that. I was
no, seriously.
So I was in the sixth
grade. No, but you know what? I'm actually glad I did that because it gave me the character to be the asshole that I am today. I have no problem going in front of a large crowd and saying, "Hey, fuck yourself."
I think one of the main problems with my self-esteem was this is like a chat therapy going on right now. One of the main problems with self-esteem.
Oh, well, you know what? Then, hey, good seeing you.
Yeah, I'll be seeing you guys later. It was really cool.
Hey, Chad, why don't you PM me later? We'll talk about it.
Yeah.
You're all a bunch of dicks. So I always wanted to like be like kind of what I'm trying to do on the show, but you guys make me seem like a piece of shit. Thanks. Just kidding.
What?
I'm kidding. I'm
gonna fucking eat your hands, dude.
Tipsy right now.
Turn this off. Turn that live off. I need to talk to you.
Whoa.
This will be the Patreon exclusive after we have our
where we all just yell at Chad for an hour.
Chad yelled at us.
I know.
Shut up.
You, Chad.
He told us to shut up. I haven't even talked for like an hour. I had Andrew talking about his going to Miami with Will Smith.
Oh, all right, Andrew, no offense, but dude, I now know every detail of that story.
Like, I had to tell it because
no, he needed to tell that. It was in his chest.
Like, dude, that part about the ATM with the $500. Holy shit.
You got to be honest. Like we didn't, Andrew does fill in with some interesting stories.
No, there was some moments. Yeah.
He's Chris.
Dude, about my social.
Dude, Chris, how about the shaved head with the star?
I
got a good image. It almost reminded me of Cyberpunk.
He almost. Honestly, when you said you were stepping out of the pool shed and rolled your ankle, I thought I was about to hear about that for an hour.
It looks good. Wait, so is this you, Andrew Rocco? Like right next to Andrew, Kyle?
Yeah. Chad, show the photo again. Andrew and Andrew
are different now, man.
No, Chad.
Oh yeah.
See? Andrew and then
I remember your crazy ass. I just never really talked to you because you came back.
No, see, if I shaved all of this off, I would look the same. But because I have all this
like
extra hair and
like,
what's that? Are you doing the
skull.
IT thing? Like,
guys,
like an IT mullet?
Hey,
no, it's because I have a competition going on at the office of who can look the worst by the time that this is over.
I agree with it. Yeah.
I haven't shaved at all. Like, well, except for the side. This comes in too patchy, so I shaved this. But like, this I haven't shaved. This honestly, like. Look at this. This is like fucking high school.
Hey, you still have your hair.
No, I've actually been cursed with a really bad hairline because it dips in the middle.
That's a really bad hairline.
Yeah.
What happened? Yeah, but Andrew, look, like
right,
look
guys?
how mine is. It's like
Rocco's like,
I know.
wait.
I'm just giving you guys shit. I'm giving you guys shit because I know I actually have a really good hairline. You know what the worst part is? Like a buddy of mine, Nick.
Chris, I
Not,
see all
not,
these
not,
fans.
not Zelensky.
I look
not,
like a
not the
girl
Nick,
now.
not the Nick that you guys know, but a different Nick that I know. He's like, oh, dude, it's the same problem with white people. White people always go bald. And I'm
Whoa.
like, no, my dad still has a full head of hair and it's white. Like, I'm not worried about it.
You know what's
It's
sick about
mother's
having long
father.
hair? You get to laugh at bald people.
It's your mother's father. That's where you get it from.
And you know what? My mother's father had a thick head of hair. Like,
Chad.
Well, there you
See
go.
this part
My
line?
mother's father was
See this
bald
part
though.
line?
And
Isn't
they
it
were all bald
majestic?
and young, which I'm not. But
Maybe not. Maybe skipped.
you know that
yeah, I know. That's what
I don't
everyone
care.
says. Like you give
don't
me
care.
that theory, they're like, well, I don't know. It skipped.
Like
Genetic.
you'll get leukemia
That's true.
because that.
I
that's
think
skip.
a lot of it is diet too. I think some diets will kind of fuck you up there too.
I've been injecting bleach into my testicles to avoid testicular cancer, and it's working out real great.
But my balls atrophied.
No cancer.
No prostate. No cancer.
No prostate, no problem, bro.
Yep.
So far, so good. So what? Megadeth album. Sorry.
Sorry, I was like, I wasn't listening, and I was like, I need to talk now.
I'll go on
So
a metal podcast or something. That's where I belong.
You guys want to
So,
talk about
anyway.
Cannibal Corpse?
Do you guys think that
I
not
like
being
Cannibal
accepted
Corpse.
into your altar boy could affect your self-esteem?
Chad, enough with wanting to get molested.
Go to church. Go to church.
Why
was an
wasn't I
altar
good
boy.
enough?
My brother was an altar
Go to
boy,
church.
and it taught him nothing.
I know,
I'm an altar boy. There's no point in joining the Catholic Church.
Oh, can I
Save
go on a
yourself.
rant real quick?
I guess.
Fuck all these people suing the Boy Scouts right now.
Yeah.
You are fucking ruining it. Little boys. need to
No,
go
you know
out-
what? No, you know what, Chris? I'm going to disagree with you because I was in the Boy Scouts, but you know what? Fuck the Boy Scouts ever since they started allowing girls to go in. So
Agreed.
you
Agreed.
know what? They did it to themselves.
But-
so they
but
can
we
fuck
need-
themselves.
Boys, when they're like 13, need to go out into the woods. They need to chop a tree
No,
down.
I agree with
and
you.
need to
I
set
agree
it
with
on
you. But
fire.
you know, ever since they started allowing girls into Boy Scouts,
It
they can
ruined
go
everything,
fuck
man.
themselves. They can go fuck themselves as far as
We
I'm
always
concerned.
had venture scouting, which was
Remember when those two Brazilian chicks came to Yagu and they had like a horde of 100 kids following them?
Dominican.
Yeah, and then
Dominican.
who was it? Chris and Draka. Oh, Chad, you better censor this out with your horrible beep that doesn't actually beep out
Dude,
the
fuck
name.
Chris and Drake.
But no, he got caught
So
because he
angry.
was peeking over at Yagu. He was peeking over the wall and he was watching him shower.
That was him?
Chris and Draka.
I heard the name. I
Hey,
heard the
Chris,
story, but
if
I
you're
never heard the
watching this,
name.
go fuck yourself.
Remember when he worked at
Damn,
Knesset with us?
Kraken.
Yeah, and you know what? Me and a friend did to him.
What?
We were at Wendy's hanging out. We were in the parking lot. You know, the Wendy's, the Stop and Shop.
Yeah.
And we were sitting there eating burgers, and he came up and he like passed by us. He had like that riced out Honda. He bought it from what was his name at Knesset? The chef, the short chubby chef. He had that riced out Honda.
Fuck.
Yeah, the Honda.
Anyway, yeah, he had the Honda.
Anyway, he bought that rice because before that he had a Ford Taurus. It was his parents' Taurus. He wanted to buy the Taurus for his parents, and his parents wouldn't let him. So he bought that riced out Honda, which was a piece of shit. He was driving that, and he drove past us, and he went, ooh, because he was fucking retarded, right? And so you know what me and my buddy did? We drove up. He left his sunroof open. We took all of our garbage from Wendy's and dumped it in his car. And he was walking back because all he did was Stop and Shop was to get like a drink, like a tea or something. And he saw us dumping our shit, and we were like, "Oh shit, we got the fuck out of there so quick."
I remember
You're
I
a
saw
bad
Chris and
person.
Drake.
You
It was like
rascal.
my first day at work, and I recognized him from Boy Scouts because we both worked at Aquapod together. So I went up to him and I was like, "Yo, Chris, what's up, dude?" And he's like, "I don't know you." And I was like,
Whoa.
"Okay, well, this is gonna be my experience at Knesset Country Club. I had a miserable time. You were the only highlight. Everything else was terrible."
Oh, Chris. Speaking of which, since we haven't seen each other since Knesset, have you gotten a fucking job yet?
Yeah.
I
I'm
went
like,
over this last podcast.
I don't
have
make-
to ask him every time.
Mad.
It is a routine.
No, he gets it. He gets it. You got to make sure I stay employed because there's
Dude, how mad is your dad about working right now that he has Andrew Rocco working?
no.
in
He
that place?
Chad
kidding?
actually.
Things
Bob
that
was
we've
talking
actually
about.
begun-
No, even Andrew knows this. This is like a joke between me. And
No,
Chris.
I honestly want to know what Chris is gonna say right now.
Oh no, Bob was like, why isn't Chad working? And I was like, dude, he's pretty much working 7 days a week, 10 hours a day. And Bob was like, "Oh, good on him. That's a good man.
I'm dying. I'm in
Dude.
so much pain.
Get better shoes.
I
Yeah,
still
my
think
better
it's
shoes,
hilarious.
retard.
I want to add a story right here that both Rocco brothers will enjoy. I still think it's hilarious that one time we were at the ranch and I met Robbie and I never even knew Robbie existed. And I met the three of you in the living room. And I was like,
outlier.
wait a minute, there's another Rocco?
Yep.
And Chris, remember what you said? You were like, achievement unlocked. You met all the Roccos.
I did.
Rocks.
All of the rocks. Yeah, I remember that.
All the rocks.
You've obtained all the rocks or something like that.
All right, I need Andrew Weber to do me a favor. Put the
Yeah.
tinfoil back on.
Oh.
Now.
You're gonna tell
Listen,
me
are
to
you
shut
guys
the
doing this
fuck up.
again next Monday?
Yeah, we do this every Monday if you want to start doing it with us.
Hey,
I gotta
Andrew
study.
Rocco, I've told you this for the past 2 years. We do this every Monday, you piece of shit.
Well, COVID, everyone's bored.
That's what I mean. This is
I mean, I
literally
think we could make this a lot better after COVID because we could go for like Mortal Kombat tournaments and be together, which I think would be cool.
yeah, dude.
Will you
once we
make
get-
the drive down to my house, Luke?
Huh?
Would you ever make the drive down to my house?
Oh,
No.
I told you that when I was messaging you on Facebook.
No. For real, you guys need to come down to my house.
Yes, I agree with Andrew.
Down.
Week long.
I
podcast.
have all the consoles and I have EverDrives for all of them.
He's got
Yeah, is that-
condoms in every size. An entire week. The 5 of us naked on top of each
Listen.
other, sweating.
I
feeding.
will gladly
I
fuck
gotta
Chris
go.
Rocco
I gotta
in the
study.
ass over and over and
All right,
over.
Andrew, you can leave. Bye. I love you.
Sorry,
You're my
I'm
favorite
gonna-
brother.
All right, the tinfoil's back on. We're gonna have our final topic.
Wait. One last thing I want to add that maybe Chris will appreciate, but
Oh,
Chad, Luke, Andrew, you'll probably appreciate.
Andrew's
Have you noticed this?
still here.
While I've been talking, have you noticed this behind me?
The Dark Forces or
A
what?
Mercury grill.
I saved the grill to my old car.
Yeah, I
My
never wrote
Mercury
it.
Sable. I saved the grill to it.
Dude, you never gave me a ride home from work, by the way. And that was kind
Ah,
of
No, I
bullshit.
did give you a ride home from work.
Oh, I don't remember.
You never gave me a ride.
I used to get
No, I
rides
never
from
gave
Greg.
you a ride,
I
Luke.
used to get rides from Greg Roche, and
Stop
he would play
talking.
like
No,
Square-
Chris, I gave you a ride home because I remember I ran into Andrew one time.
and we smoked weed. I do
I bet
remember.
you gave Andrew Provost a ride.
Yeah, I used to get ride homes from Provost too.
Yeah.
And then other
You know
times
what
I would
else
just
I
walk
have?
home.
If you didn't see it before, I have the grill to my Lincoln LS.
Oh my
Hey.
god.
Is
I
Chad
have the grill to both of my cars. So when it comes time to trade in my current Lincoln, I'm gonna have to find a way to pull the grill out of it and replace it with
I'm gonna
another
hear it
grill.
too.
My goal is to eventually have this wall full of grills of every car that I've ever owned.
You're on your way there, feller.
Speaking of grills, you have Lil Wayne just got arrested for weapons charges.
Smile for me, babe. What you looking at? I want
Guys,
You want to see my what?
All right, everybody.
I can see my bed.
Up on beat. Last topic of the night. It's probably gonna go another hour. What are your favorite?
Chad, I just want to say this has probably been the best podcast ever. This is like Alex Jones podcast level. Even though we're only going to get like 1/1000th of the view.
Fuck you.
It'll be funny.
I need you guys to share, like, and subscribe to my channel and go on Store Frontier. And buy-
Click below right now to like and subscribe to Just Your Average YouTube.
Wait.
I
We're
will
not
donate
done.
my ass hair to
No,
whoever-
we're not. We're
Thanks
advertising.
for watching.
Okay,
That's
good.
right.
Bring up another
Yeah, I was
topic.
gonna say we
Chad
canceled
wants to bring up another
D&D.
topic.
Me and Chad canceled D&D to have this big long
No,
conversation. with you.
absolutely, Chris.
No,
Let me
fuck
tell you
you.
something. I will
Hey.
gladly do this with you guys every week.
God damn it! I will mute all of you.
What about Kyle Ziegendrath?
Kyle's like,
He's rebuilding his
All right,
boiler
hold on.
in his house or something.
I'm gonna
What?
call him right now.
Oh, we're calling Kyle. Let's call Kyle.
Get Kyle on the line. We're gonna talk about our favorite conspiracies after this, by the way.
I think we
Jesus Christ, I thought we were done here. Dude, it's 9 o'clock. I got shit to do. Dude,
9 o'clock? Dude, what are you, a grandpa?
You have to play
I
Cyberpunk.
gotta play Cyberpunk and then go to bed.
Dude, check this out. I've been staring at this the whole fucking time.
I know, dude. I have it. I'm ready to play.
The Cyberpunk pause menu.
Andrew
I've
hates
just been-
it. I know. Brought it up to Andrew. He's like, "Fuck
But
What I've been staring at this whole time?
my wife's tits."
you
Del
look
Shannon
like you're
for
in
some
Gitmo
reason.
right now.
I don't know why I have Del Shannon up. Oh, I know why I have Del Shannon up.
Doesn't he look like a Gitmo detainee? He's got the orange shirt and like the hat, like in the beard.
Oh my god!
You
Yeah.
look like you're in Gitmo. Holy shit!
No, you know why? You know why I had this up? Because we were talking about hairstyle, right?
Oh yeah.
That my grandfather, my mom's side, had hair just like this,
That's your hairline.
Wolverine.
all the way into the 80s until he passed away. He had hair like this.
Damn.
Wait, what does this mean?
That's
Oh,
not my
lets me
actual.
draw.
No, that's not my actual grandfather. But I just found a picture of a guy who
Are
had
you
similar
guys seeing
hair.
my drawing?
No.
Jesus fucking Christ!
Can you see that?
Oh, whoa!
It lets me draw on your pictures.
Well, at least you didn't draw a cock.
No, I mean,
Can you?
I mean, you could.
do you guys want to see a dick?
No.
Well, all right. Hold on one sec.
Yeah. Let's get going, boys. Let's compare. Let's see who's the biggest. What is this?
Hey! There's fuckface.
Just
They're
draw.
all the worst.
No, seriously, you guys could all fucking take this guy. Like, I
I'm not
honestly,
worried about that, dude. That guy
Let's
looks like
go
a
get
snow-
him. Dude, hop on a plane. Get here by tomorrow morning. Let's go get him.
oh, I'd be down. You want it? You want to? I'd gladly.
Now YouTube has flagged us and the
Yeah.
government.
Disavow, disavow,
You're
disavow. It was a
dressed like a
joke. It was a
goddamn
joke.
terrorist.
Disavow, disavow.
Anyway, Luke joint.
By the way, Chris, I don't know if you follow a lot of
Stop it.
like political commentators, but Sargon of Akkad is one of my favorites, and I love whenever
Really?
someone. Oh, dude, his new podcast is so good. Whenever
I'm
someone does
sure.
like a what is it, like a super chat, they say something
Yeah.
controversial. He's like, disavow, disavow.
It's like, what is this Seinfeld do? Don't shoot Kramer. Anyway, no, it's just my thing. Whenever I hear like political commentators, I go, "Oh, you're just what the fuck is happening?"
What is going on?
We're like
Oh, this is
sharing.
Chad.
the share of
This
the-
is like 5 minutes behind.
Ah!
What is going on?
Chad, how back is the delay?
It's pretty delayed.
Oh wait, Jenny's talking. Who's Jenny, Chad?
You know Jenny.
I know a Jenny.
All right, I shared this, but I don't know how to get out of it.
You go up to the top and see the green, and you go to the right of the green and you hit, and there we go. Oh boy.
This is the best Doom mod ever, by
Can you hear
far.
the sound from this?
Oh, I ended it.
Did you end it? Oh, that's good. You can though.
Yeah.
I'm the host.
So wait, did you guys hear the sound of that YouTube video I shared of the guy in the alleyway? Did you hear what he was saying?
No.
He was screaming, "Ah, help, he's fucking me in my ass, man." It was a guy getting raped by a ghost in
Oh,
an alleyway in New York. It's pretty fucking...
he was on drugs.
Oh, yes, exactly. But in his drug fantasy, he was getting raped in the ass by a ghost. And he was screaming,
He
"He's
might have
fucking
gotten
me."
raped. It might not be funny.
Eh,
What if he was
I
really
don't
being,
know.
You never thought of that, did you, Chris?
it's a
what if he
crazy
was really
homeless
being
guy
raped by
in an
that ghost?
alleyway.
Really that funny, Chris?
Yes, it's a crazy homeless man in the alleyway.
Homelessman?
Homeless man. Just watch, that'll be a new
Wait till you
term.
get raped by a train.
It has a little bit more class.
Ooh. Is that a Rugrats joke?
I never
SpongeBob
watched. I didn't
never
have
kicked
cable
out.
growing up.
You
I had
didn't?
fucking I had X-Men the animated series.
On Fox.
I was at work and this kid's cell phone went off and it was the opening to the X-Men animated series. Yeah. And I turned with a giant
Oh, you're gonna get sued.
I looked around to find the kid, and I saw him pick up his phone and I gave him a smile and a point like, I fucking like that. And he just shook his head at me. And I was like, dude, we could have had like a friendship moment and you decided to ruin it.
Here.
Nope, we're at work and it's fucking dude.
I like
Wait,
X-Men. It's not
Go
a-
back and watch the X-Men animated series and watch
It's
how
still
useless Jean Grey is. Jean Grey is
Scott,
useless character ever.
I feel the Phoenix
Oh
overtaking
yeah,
me.
but she turns.
Anytime she tries to do anything, she gets shot by someone.
She's
Even
only
though, like,
12.
her and Scarlet Witch could just destroy everybody.
Listen to all of Apocalypse's recorded dialogue. The
Oh,
guy
it's awesome.
playing
Awesome.
Apocalypse was amazing and the script was really great.
I love that. What was the line when he crushes Archangel or whatever into the series? Like, I will crush you like an insect.
What is the one? You are the stone, I am the wave, you will break. And it's just like, God damn, dude, that's so hardcore.
Can we talk about how pathetic it is that dub thing with the I'm Juggernaut bitch made it into a movie?
That
I
is
get it.
dumb.
It was the style of the time.
I know, but it was dumb. But I mean, it was kind of funny when it came out. I was like, wow,
Exactly.
I was like, wow, that meme
No,
got.
I liked the actor, but that was the worst Juggernaut costume ever.
Yeah.
Dude, best
I'm
Juggernaut.
a Juggernaut, bitch.
Best
I mean, that was
Juggernaut is
kinda
Deadpool.
funny.
The best the Juggernaut's ever been is in Deadpool. When he fights Colossus.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
It's such a good fight. Cause like, I don't know if you ever read that famous comic where Colossus gets broken up with. Who
I fucking hate you, Liberia.
Oh, fuck you, Liberia. I get it now.
No. I actually want to go upstairs and show you guys the bar.
You look more like a terrorist in the phone video. You look like you're about to tell me your plan, where the chemicals are hidden or something.
Wait, how do I reverse the video?
Double tap the screen.
No, it doesn't. Oh, wait a minute.
Anyway,
Yeah.
Deadpool 2 was a weird movie. It was kind of a waste, but kind of good.
I don't think they did Domino right.
Here, guys, I'm going to show you the bar. I need to show you the bar.
Oh my goodness.
Be right back.
I feel like Goldfinger should start playing right now.
I don't have the rights to Goldfinger.
I know. Send them in. Hey, the Melvins gave us the right. Why wouldn't Goldfinger?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right, check this out. It's a little bit of a mess. I apologize.
Sorry.
You had your 30 seconds.
No, we can play the whole fucking song, baby.
Well,
We have the
all right.
rights to them.
Is it public domain?
No, they gave us the rights to play
Oh,
that
was the
music.
Melvins. My bad.
Fucking
Right, so
idiot.
Guys. I just want to show this to you. This is my bar. I'm sorry it's a mess because it's still under construction.
It looks horrible. Have you seen my bar?
This is the worst
No.
bar I've ever seen.
No, it's because I just got this hung. So this is supposed to be over there.
I'll show you
Etc.
something, hon.
Well, all right. Well, you wanna?
No,
Um,
damn it.
The reason why I wanted to show this to you guys was because
I'm sorry for the audio listeners.
check this out.
Yo, where the fuck did Andrew go?
Oh, come the fuck on! Are you guys not even paying attention?
Hey, yeah.
Alright.
I love you, but this is your Nintendo. This is your stuff. We do have audio listeners who don't know what
Yeah. You gotta explain it, bro.
All right, this is my ColecoVision.
Oh, why?
And then this is an updated component connection, so I can connect it to a modern TV.
Did you modify that?
Yeah. This is an NES, and check this out. Modified for HDMI.
Awesome.
Sega Genesis with 32X, modified for component. See the component cables right here. All right. Come over here. this is the best part. All right. 360, whatever, right?
Yeah.
N64 with an EverDrive.
Oh,
HDMI, baby.
Yeah.
See that? That's the regular up above. That's the regular connection. Look at this cable. You're like, oh, what is this cable?
What is
HDMI,
it?
baby.
oh shit, dude.
Sweet, dude.
Do you know how rare this is?
Dude,
Like,
that's
not very-
Go on
to do
eBay and search
anyway.
N64 with HDMI. It's like
So bad
$1,000.
about the system. So HDMI is perfect for it.
Yeah. And then I also ordered the HDMI for both my original Xboxes. Now you're going to ask, why do I have two? This one's modded, and this one is not.
Okay. Cool, man.
And then
You guys want to see my Dirty Harry box set?
this is what you want to see my Dirty Harry? No, this is my bar. All right, and then I got a full bar. Anytime you guys want to come down.
You seem pretty desperate to get us down to Florida.
No, it's not that. It's just more of a.
Ew,
I'll go
Yingling?
down there and get hammered with you, buddy.
Dude, I got this. First of all, this thing is heavy as fuck because it's actual glass and mirror. I got it for almost nothing.
Damn.
And you know what? I don't mind like Yingling. I think Yingling's fine.
Ah.
Ah.
Oh, all right,
Narragansett.
fine. All right, fine. No, get
Sponsored by Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Oh,
God, I don't
And
even.
then this is-
didn't even say
this
There's
is
anything.
nothing I
my-
love
I
more than a
assume you know
cold
it's bad.
Narragansett after a long
I
hot
assume
day.
you all know Narragansett and Pabst Blue Ribbon's horrible, right?
no, Narragansett
You.
is fucking awful. I would gladly take Yingling over Narragansett.
Oh, very
I
much.
don't know about you, but after a long day walking cars, I love to sit down and drink a Narragansett beer.
Narragansett is water.
Hi, neighbor.
No, it's not even water, man. I'd rather have a Coors Light than a Narragansett.
Oh, I disagree with you completely. Coors is the worst.
Oh, PBR's.
No, Natty
Yeah,
Ice.
drink
Natty
Natty
Ice.
Ice.
fucking-
Natty Ice.
Natty
drink
Ice.
Tilted Barn. You should drink Tilted Barn or go to Treehouse and get your fucking beer there.
Keystone Light.
Ugh, you guys are gonna die.
No, remember that? Remember drinking Keystone?
I remember drinking every bad beer because you had to, because
Because
that's
you had to. And the guy, dude, at one time when I was like,
Look at this. Look at this. Look at this.
Christ, you're a big
Yeah.
Were you big or something?
yeah,
like
he was a fat fucker.
What?
I'm kidding.
that? When did that
What?
happen?
What?
Look at your chin.
You look fat as fuck there.
You don't have a neck.
Oh my God.
You're like a thumb.
Why, Barry?
You don't look like that
Honestly.
now.
No, you look great now, you fucking ISIS motherfucker, but that's bad.
It's probably because it's on its side.
You almost look like Chad.
I don't know, man. You look like I don't know. Dude. You got no chin there.
Yeah, he's just a solid, big, bad muscle flesh.
He
man,
looks like
you know?
maybe he wrestled with Hulk Hogan.
Maybe because Hulk Hogan's so much more muscular than me.
That's what it is. The other dick's
maybe, yeah.
bigger. Oh no, it just looks bigger.
I don't
trust
know.
me.
Andrew looks big in that photo.
He looks huge.
He looks a little more normal than that, but he still looks bigger.
You got tits, bro.
Ah, Jesus. Anyway.
Dude, look.
Jesus. What are you drinking?
Anyway, this is my vintage sound system.
No, I was born with these.
And this
I
is
have a
my
con-
turntable.
I have a
These
convex
speakers, believe it or
chest.
not, both
So,
of these
like,
speakers
It
are
sucks.
worth a fuck ton of money.
What kind of speakers are they?
They're
The
double
bottom
D.
ones are Sansui, and the
Sansui?
top ones are the Fisher, not Fisher, because Fisher was when they sold out, but when it was the Fisher, they're worth a lot more
Ah. That was
because that's when they were doing their own thing.
I had a Sun O.
And then this is a BSR turntable, which isn't really worth that much, but the Sansui, this is worth a lot. Sansui sound system.
Get a PlayStation 1, bro.
Beach vacation to Malibu.
Oh shit! Sorry. I know YouTube doesn't like that.
Whoa, speaking of YouTube not liking things, apparently if you make a video now that says, hey guys, I think the election was rigged, you get auto banned.
You do.
Isn't that fucking crazy? Your opinion isn't valid. You know, like, holy shit, we're censoring thought.
it's
Okay. Did
I
you
was
move
just
really
like, damn,
fast?
somebody's coming in Liberia's house.
Who the fuck is that? I knew Obama didn't kill Osama. You look like Bin Laden, bro.
No, but do you guys have any crazy ass conspiracies that you don't think anybody else has?
Yes, I 100% believe. See, so schizophrenia runs in my family, and there are moments in my life where I'm like, yep, people are following me, and I know it's just mental illness, and it's fucking weird. Where I'll be like driving down the road and I'll look at a red light and go, now, and it turns to green, and I did that. Then like 5 seconds later, I'm like, no, that was just a coincidence. Don't think that's real. You know what I mean? Do you guys do that?
I think I ran a red light today, but I don't remember if I did.
That has nothing to do with
No.
That's nothing to do with what we're talking about.
I like revealed something deep and dark that I deal with. And
Can you
Chad's like,
repeat what you just said? I'm so sorry.
Here, let me reiterate so I don't understand. You're saying you're basically trying to make the light turn green. You thought you did it, and then you kind of backtrack and doubt it.
Yes. So literally, like I'm pulling up to the red light and I go,
turn green,
change. And then it changes and I go, I did that. Like 100% confidently. And then like
doubt it later.
From like TJ Maxx to Walt's Roast Beef, on Post Road, North Kingstown.
Oh, I know that route very well.
Walt's Roast Beef, is that even
I get
still
my
open?
clothes and I go to Walt's Roast Beef.
But so
Dude,
anyway,
remember the commercials? No, wait. Remember the commercials of the Walt's Roast Beef where it ends with the guy going like this?
Yeah,
that's everybody.
But from that plaza to the Walt's Roast Beef, that like 2 second like streak, I go, no, you obviously didn't do that. But for that couple seconds in my mind, I'm like, I can.
You do that with anything else?
You know who loves that kind of stuff? My daughter. When I'm like, check this, green light, and it turns green, she's like, holy shit, Dad, you're psychic.
I actually, this is going to sound weird.
That's your mentality.
Because I was about to make a sex joke.
Encourage.
I was about to say, I see a lot of myself in your daughter, and then go,
No,
hey,
don't say that.
yeah, I know, right? I didn't want to do that. But dude,
hey, it could be worse. She could be influenced by me. That's a lot worse. Let's be honest.
Yeah. Let me tell you about the sausages. Was that you, Luke? That was all about sausages in high school?
Luke was all about sausages, say switches, and verbs.
Guys, it's my little brother.
I wanted someone to tell me I'm weird.
Hey, it's Chris Rocco.
It's the little rock. You've collected all the rocks again. I'll try one. Thank you very much.
Buffalo chicken.
Do you want a piece of bacon?
Almost.
Hey, Robbie. Your Subaru can suck a dick.
Whoa!
Okay.
Robbie's got a beer going on.
You got to keep in mind, dude. He used to be a Marine, so you should watch.
I don't give a fuck.
All right.
Yeah, if you like them, you can have it.
I'm gonna try this one, and I'll tell you in 5 minutes.
Is it
Just cover your mouth while you're eating it. I don't want to see you fucking chewing on camera. Okay?
No, you want no. Wait a minute. Hold on. Can I be serious for a moment?
Yeah.
No, I want to put this point out there. So this Christmas that was coming up, I was actually planning to go to Rhode Island because my sister and her husband and her 2 kids were going to Rhode Island. All right. And because Gina Raimondo is the worst governor in the entire fucking country.
Oh my God.
And she shut the fucking state down. And then she got caught at a Christmas party, not wearing a mask, drinking wine because she's a piece of shit. My sister is now.
Whoa. Don't go against wine drinkers, okay?
Stop it. Chad, stop defending her just because you voted for her. All right. First of all, let me say something.
Don't you put votes in my mouth?
No, Chad, let's be honest. You vote straight D down the ticket.
Oh, straight D.
If anyone votes straight D, it's Chad.
Chad is straight D 24/7.
Who else am I gonna vote for? Fung?
He loves the D. Chad loves the D.
Do you know? No, Chris. You know how many times I've seen that on Facebook? Who else am I gonna vote for? Fung? Yeah, like no, go fuck yourself. How about that? No, but seriously, like my sister in South Carolina is an RN. She's a registered nurse, and her husband's a police officer.
I thought you meant
retail negotiation. They have to deal with this COVID bullshit all the time. All right. They were planning to go up because my grandmother is 90 years old, and she's to her credit, she's in great health, and her mind is still sharp. And you know what? More power to her. I love my grandmother. All right. And I'm so happy that her mind is still there and she's still in great health. But at 90 years old, this could be her last Christmas. And I hate to say that. Honestly, it hurts to say that. Because at 90 years old, you never know. Something could happen. But the fact that my family is denying us to go up there to visit her is fucked up. My sister is very close with our cousin, Christina. And she, you know what she said to my sister? My sister goes, "Are you really going to fall in line with all the other cousins who are saying we're not allowed up here?" All of our cousins up there are saying we're not allowed up there because we're out of state. Because, you know, crossing state borders is illegal. But you know what she said? She goes, "You can come up here, but if our kids are going to hang out, they have to hang outside in a tent." How? In the middle of winter?
So
in the middle of December? Go fuck yourself. How about that?
For like 5 years straight, I played trivia. Like me, my mom, my dad. We were a trivia team. We were Chris and the Deadweights. It was awesome. We'd win a lot. It was really, we had this bar, the Waysider in EG, and we had built like a community. It was like the same 7 teams that would come back every week. And like, oh dude, this week, fucking Here for the Beer won, you know, because it was just a lot of sports categories and they nailed it. Oh, Chris and the Deadweights won because it was all about Roman history. You know, like we had like this amazing community built. COVID. I haven't seen any of those people that I would consider my friends since COVID. It's like fucked up. 5 years straight, every Wednesday, I would hang out with this group of 30 people. We'd buy each other drink. No one went there for the food. You know, we went there to hang out. It was like this feeling of like, remember back in the day when you had like the communal house?
Yeah.
Like they took that away from us.
I have a quick thing to go about.
And like
that.
you should be able to go up to Rhode Island and meet your fucking, like you should. Why wouldn't they let you? You know?
No, they're all fear mongering up there. It's ridiculous. It pisses me off too because I was planning to go up there.
I work in the automotive import industry. So you have the 2-week quarantine period, right? Rhode Island requires an extra week. So it's 3 weeks. So now these boats that would come into the port of Davisville are going, fuck it, I'll go to Baltimore. I'll go to Halifax. I'll go to Austin. Fuck it. You know, I need to make money. I'm not going to spend the majority of a month waiting to come into port. You know, I need to offload these, 500 Bentleys. So like they go to like Baltimore took all of Davisville's business. Now the main source of revenue for the state of Rhode Island is collapsing. Like she fucking killed us.
Gina Raimondo. All right, first of all, let me add something to this. Before I left, Gina Raimondo was doing bullshit stuff like the whole fucking Design Rhode Island tourism thing. Remember that?
Warmer, cooler.
And she outsourced that when you have fucking RISD right in the fucking state.
The best art school, one of the best art schools.
And you outsource it.
And you outsource
Gina Raimondo, if you ever fucking see this, go fuck yourself.
Me and Andrew are pretty drunk. I'm starting to realize because now
no, but seriously, seriously, you know how many?
All right, Chad, what are you trying to say?
No, but Chris, you know how many friends I knew who said I should run for local office because I'm like so in tune with this kind of stuff.
Yeah,
and you know what? I said it's not worth it. If I ever tried to run for any of this local stuff, I'm probably gonna get fucking assassinated.
Because you're not in. You're not one of the elite. The
Gina Raimondo can go fuck herself.
I'm running.
You know what? And Gina, come down to Tampa. I dare you.
Come down, brother, and I guarantee you I will
the fucking ground and put a fucking bullet in your head.
Look how you're dressed and you're making terroristic threats. You cannot. You can't be doing that, dude. Because you look
on. What?
Disavow.
Yeah. Jokes in Minecraft.
Luke is the only one behaving right now. Thank you.
Because I agree.
No, because Luke agrees with me. We've already talked about this.
There's nothing else we can say.
Here's the thing. Rhode Island is by far the worst run state in the entire country.
Yes, correct.
By far. It's not even close.
Aren't we the most corrupt?
You are. And you know what's even worse? You're leading the entire country in COVID cases.
Yeah, we're the
and you have one of the smallest populations.
Yeah, we did.
Gina Raimondo and Rhode Island can go fuck themselves.
It's because I don't wear a mask. That's why everyone's sick. I'm the one doing it. It's all
yeah, exactly.
Why are you doing that?
Because it's funny.
You're killing my grandmother.
Not your grandma. Not your 99-year-old grandma.
Hey, my grandma's 93 and she's doing just fine.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, but if
All
you
right.
put the fucking mask, she'll do a lot better.
What the fuck?
No,
is
she
this?
won't. She's 93. You know, like
So it's funny. I went to go visit her, and I'm not supposed to because I'm coming from
We
Mass.
have a glitchy person on the bottom.
well, she's got her fucking
But they
Screen
won't let me go in the building anymore. So she's 4'2". She goes to a window. They won't put the window down to her head. Like she can't go from
and
the
she has to
bottom.
like yell.
So they bring the window down. You can't see her. Her head's down here. And I go, "Hi, Grandma. I love you." And she goes, "Who is that? Who is that?"
That's so
And then I see the
stop.
nurse looks at the window and she's like, "She says she loves you." And I'm like, "All right, Grandma. One day I'll see you.
Look,
Take it
at that
This
point,
is
you
your
say I
first
could have
year
used the
in
phone
an
for
assisted
this.
living facility. If you want.
I
If you
just,
want,
like-
hand.
Hi,
It's-
Jenny. How's it going? You probably don't even recognize me because I haven't cut my hair or shaved my face since this whole thing has started.
When I first went on, I didn't recognize you, but then when you started talking, I did.
Yeah, once he started like telling a really long story.
I was like, I was fucking Libera.
You probably joined right in the middle of my fucking fuck Rhode Island and fuck Gina Raimondo rant.
It started off like that pretty much, and then just kind of full circled. So
Jenny.
yeah, I've been here.
You know why it burns me so much is because my parents are still up there and my sister's coming from South Carolina. We're gonna spend
I know,
Christmas.
I had a
We
joke,
spent
Dad.
no, seriously, we spent Thanksgiving together. All right. My two aunts, my dad's two sisters who live across the street from each other. I have to clarify that nowadays because everyone's gonna think that they're lesbians. But seriously, they're sisters who live across the street from each other. All right. They came for Thanksgiving. Marissa's parents came for Thanksgiving. My sister and her two kids came for Thanksgiving. Guess what? No one got sick
Fuck
because
you,
my sister is a registered nurse. My aunts are in good health and they don't go out. I don't go out. I've been working from home this whole time. That's why I fucking look like this. All right? As long as you're not fucking stupid, it'll be
Yeah, me
fine.
or we're all sick and we just don't know, which is fine too.
Hey,
Well, no, you know, Jenny, you
wrong
probably
with
didn't
that?
hear about this, but back in May, I went for a doctor's appointment, my usual checkup, and he took blood just to check my levels on everything
Doesn't sound
else,
very
like
usual to me.
cholesterol, whatever, sugar, and all that.
Yeah.
Everything came back normal, except I had the antibodies for COVID. But guess what? I haven't been sick.
I think I had it last year.
I got it.
I was
last
like
year.
fucking dying
So
last
guess
year.
what? Guess what? As long as you're not stupid about it, it's fine. Otherwise, don't be a retard. All right? If you're sick and you think you're sick, don't go out.
God damn
No,
it,
but seriously, if you're sick and you think you're sick, don't go out. Get
Oh,
yourself
yeah.
tested.
Fuck it.
But
Who
if
cares?
you're fine,
Chris.
don't be
Who
stupid about it.
cares?
All right,
Oh man, old people die.
bring up the
What's
topic.
But no, but seriously, this is what pisses me off is that my parents are up there. They're all depressed now. My parents are all depressed now because they're not going to be able to see their grandkids.
They're gonna get mad if I mute them.
Gina Raimondo's ruined your fucking family.
She has. And
My
meanwhile, she's out drinking wine at a Christmas party.
The craziest experience.
Why
I
do you
think-
guys keep voting her in? Stop.
No one
voting her
is. I
in.
feel like it's a fucking.
You don't understand, dude. I
Who
don't know.
else am I going to vote for? Fung?
No, I voted for
Stop.
Yo, no, on some real shit though, Cicilline obviously, was on the ballot this year, right? Did you guys look up the two other guys that were the options? Because it was scary. One of the guys had like this like MySpace coded fucking ancient website, and it had like big, like bold, like various colored prints that like scream tinfoil hat. And then the other guy was just like, what was up with the other guy? I don't know. The other guy was just fucking just as crazy, but like the opposite. And I was like, this is why we're stuck with these corrupt ass politicians for like.
And write someone in. Don't
Are you
vote
tinfoil
Raimondo.
shaming?
Seriously,
Right there, put
don't
the tinfoil
vote
back
Raimondo.
on.
Write someone
She
else in.
tinfoil shamed.
Put the
Did you guys
tinfoil
hear
back
that?
on.
She tinfoil shamed.
Saran
you.
wrap,
All right.
whatever.
Seriously.
Pastafari.
Don't vote Raimondo.
No, I have a serious. On everybody, just
Shut up. I'm the host.
Then we're gonna calm down.
Fuck.
How easy is it for you? Like I forget why I wanted to bring this up, but somebody talked about this. Oh no, you're talking about the Wayfinder. People just like totally abandoning what they've been doing in a routine. People they've been seeing. How easy is it for you guys to actually just give up on a friend or
Oh, it's been
just like
great.
totally change your life like
No.
that?
I
and
don't
not
see
feel
my
like-
family anymore. I don't see any of my friends. My life's better. Like honestly, gotta be honest.
Chad,
Honestly,
Is it
no,
like easy like mental change for you just to be like, all right, well, this is
hey Chad,
happening.
when you sent me that long
I'd
paragraph
love to
about
work
your
from home
feelings,
forever.
I had the thought in my head. I was like, well, I guess I'm done with Chad.
no, but you know what?
Never be
Honestly,
done with Chad.
to throw something out there,
Wait, what did I say?
I've actually started
You sent me
talking with
something
people
about
on-
how I'm super negative and all this shit, and you didn't appreciate it. And then my brain went to done with Chad. You know what I mean?
No, during this whole
I could
pandemic,
go with
honestly,
you, man.
Yes,
During
you
this-
did. I'll show you.
Andrew,
I remember what it is.
But
I'm
in
not gonna
my
get
brain,
anything,
I
am I?
instantly went to fuck Chad and was like okay with nothing.
Wow.
I know. Well,
Chad.
now you know I don't talk to Brad. Now you know I don't talk to LaValle. Like,
But I'm not gonna give up on you that easily.
oh, thanks, babe.
You're my bro. I love you.
no,
If
but
me and
honestly,
Chad were both chicks,
honestly,
we'd be
during
the
this whole
coolest lesbian-
pandemic,
I don't know what you're saying, Chris. I'm sorry.
I said if we were both chicks, we'd be the coolest lesbian couple. But
Yeah.
we'd be the weirdest gay
Weird
couple.
scissors so much.
no, but honestly, during this whole pandemic, I've actually started talking to people more on Facebook. I actually, believe it or not, I've even reached out to Eric Cranston. Hey, Eric, if you're watching this, because I sent you the link to the
He's
last one,
not.
you might see this one. Peace, brother.
Eric
But
Cranston's
That's
seriously,
cool
not a
shit.
problem. Him, he was always a chill dude.
no, he's fine. It's just we've been talking about football a lot lately, and my team faced his
You
team.
know, he would like football. That's a.
Oh,
Peter's
Eric's
the
a huge
Ten men
Raiders fan.
tell no tales. It's
Dude.
perfect. Ah.
No, but seriously,
Jetty, watch out!
Let
You
me
got
do
some
the
sort of
green
wild
screen
beast
'cause I
behind
have
you.
Orange.
Salem and Salem die already.
I hope he slaughters me. He's making bread.
That's Salem, or did he die in it?
Did you ask if he died?
Well, Salem was a dick. you know?
It is Salem.
Salem was such a piece of shit when he first got him.
Wait,
Oh,
you-
he's still a little
I have a
shithead.
serious question.
that's
I have a
cat.
serious question for everyone.
But
What do we do about the Jews?
the aliens have contact with them, so
No, they
there's a
don't.
reason why they're controlling things.
Oh yeah?
It's like, oh damn.
I mean, Chris, you asked the question. I think you should come up with the first solution or the
Oh,
first
I mean,
I mean, I think we all know the first and final solution.
hug them. All right.
I was hoping
Listen,
you guys would all go,
I
whoa!
have known.
You
Oh,
let-
shit.
I have
Oh,
known
oh,
plenty of
shit.
Jewish
Oh,
people
shit.
that I have gone
Oh, I
along
want
with.
this to stop.
for a
Okay.
very
No,
long
but seriously,
time.
have you guys had like
Currently, I'm not friends with any of them.
easily being able to like just like out of it?
I
What?
love it. I miss my friends so much, but I feel like I'm able to focus on other shit and like
Hey, do you still talk to?
Uh-oh.
Yes.
yes, I do. She's still my best friend.
Is she
I'll tell her you
okay?
said hi.
She's okay though, right? Because last time I saw her, it was like, whoa.
Oh,
Like-
yeah, she's okay.
She seemed like checked out, is what I mean.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know when you saw her.
Fucking that time you stumbled in on Jen naked in the bathroom at that Halloween party.
Jen who?
Nick's girlfriend.
Nick?
No, Satch?
Carolyn?
Oh my God. Okay, so I had a costume party. I probably shouldn't even.
No,
Say
tell it,
this.
tell it, because
Someone-
my hand was broken and I was dressed as
You were
Jesus.
drunk and you were Nick was smashing just shit on the ground, breaking shit.
Yeah, Nick
I went
was
upstairs.
blackout.
Jen was out of the person was out of God.
No, say Jen, it's
I
okay.
shouldn't.
She laughs about it. So
They're
it's fine
out
to
of
talk
their
about.
costume completely. They're a Wonder Woman, completely naked. I'm like,
She's
are
not
you
an
okay,
attractive
honey? And
woman.
she's like, she like said something like, I shit in the toilet. And I was like, what? And she did. It was there. I was like, this is fucked up. Like, what
And
the fuck? And then,
Do you remember pulling me aside and being like, look, you're drunk.
yeah.
but
I remember
you
like,
need
how
to
are you
be the
guys
one-"
getting home? Because you all came in a van. And
Yeah, and then
she's
you
breaking
told me
things.
specifically that I needed to be the one to drive. And I was like, I can't drive. And you were like, no, you're the most sober of the three. You need to drive. And then the whole ride home, Nick was choking me because he was mad at me. Because he was like, I'm sober enough to drink. And he's just fucking sitting behind me, choking me the
Oh my
entire car ride
God.
home. So I
That
dropped
was your
myself
fault,
off
dude.
first and just let them go. Because I was like, fuck it, have fun.
Holy shit. I made like a mental note after that. I'm like, okay, no more going apart, inviting them to parties, love them, but
Hold on,
like
I
party
have
party.
to ask Luke a question. What's one of the weirder party stories like they just said that you've been experiencing?
Weirder what? Sorry.
Party stories. Oh, come on. Don't be like, I don't have weird stories.
There was that time me,
I mean,
Eric
many of my
Dietrich, and
parties
Nick
ended up,
Nosach
like,
attempted
mushrooms
to
or
molest
acid
Christina.
or something, so I don't know. Nothing like crazy. Maybe like Joe Morrow, like see, I
Fuck
said
that kid.
It's okay.
It's only 2% body fat. The rest is all muscle.
I remember one time Skylar cut his hand and dragged blood across the whole house.
Oh, okay. A weird
Fucking
party was I
stupid.
went to this house in like near Mattoon in Mattoonic, Ocean Mist, and someone rented the summer house. And I went there and like it was all these like kind of beach kids. And I don't know, I was just hammered and I ended up like choke slamming Joe off the steps right in the front door. Like he punched me in the like for no reason and thought it was funny. So I choke slammed him down the stairs. And as I did that, there were like 30 kids coming in. So they assumed I'm like this violent drunk. And like, so they're all watching me the whole day. I had long hair at the time, like Chris.
I don't have long hair.
I was sitting at the sink or something, and everyone's hammered. They're doing beer pong and shit, and we're like owning, but I'm hammered. And I'm sitting at the sink, and I'm like, "That's fucking awesome!" And I like knock a bottle in the sink, and it shatters. And everyone stops and looks at me and goes, "Whoa, whoa, 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 dude! You gotta leave. You gotta fucking leave." And I'm like,
that's the worst
you fucking make
feeling.
me leave. I'm not fucking crazy. And it's like, I probably sounded fucking crazy because I was hammered. I was like,
see, you jumped
and I got in this huge fight with this kid and then he backed off and it wasn't a big deal. But then afterwards, I was talking to some girl and my girlfriend was showing up at the party. Eventually, she was just running late. And I was just talking to this girl. It was Amy at the time. You remember Amy. And she ran in the middle of us and she goes, "You ain't fucking touching my man." And I'm like, I've never seen Amy act like this. It was like I was in the ghetto. And she's like, "You ain't fucking touching my man." And she's like, "I was just talking." And she basically like choked her. And then I realized I lost my keys on the beach over there. So my theory was I couldn't find them. It was night out. It was dark out. And so my theory on the beach was if I go up and down in little increments, so I'd go down to the shoreline and then go move over one and move up. I did that for an hour and I found the keys.
Wow.
Yeah, no,
See, you weren't crazy.
What's that?
Goddamn genius.
I know. I had to. I was hammered and I couldn't get home and everyone wanted me out of that
Jenny,
house.
you'll probably laugh at this story. I remember one time I went to Laura's sister's house when she lived in Providence. And there was me and Adam Whitaker were there. And
Adam Whitaker.
I went upstairs and these two girls were smoking and I didn't smoke weed at the time. So they were like, "You want to hit
this story?
No.
I'm gonna go pee.
Wait, Chris. Look at this.
What?
Look at this. Look at this picture I just put into the chat.
It's The Rock. Okay.
Can you? Oh,
Anyway,
this is my favorite picture of the two of us.
I go upstairs
Oh,
and they're like, "You want to smoke?"
Dude,
And I'm
he
like,
looks so young.
"Shut up."
I know.
That's the race war too. That's the best part.
So I go
Chad, pull the picture up and share your screen. Pull the picture up and share your screen.
So I go upstairs and they're like, "Do you want to smoke?" And I'm like, "No, thank you."
You never smoke. It kills you. I saw you smoke.
I remember one time exiting this story, they're smoking crack. That was the end of that story. But I remember one time I went to Luke's house on lunch break.
I love this picture. I love this picture for so many different reasons.
And we smoked weed. I ended up passing out at Luke Joint's house. And this is one of the first times I've hung out with him. So I felt like such a douchebag that I passed out. They went back to school and I left after that. Do you remember that, Luke?
Yeah. No, that's what I'm talking about. And you shouldn't have felt like a douchebag. I think, weren't we going to like fake it for you? I said, stay here and we'll say like he's in the library or something.
I don't remember. I just remember not
we
being
were really worried. I was really worried about you. I was like, oh my God. Like at first I was like, nah, you don't get sick and die. And the second you took a hit, I was like, oh shit, he was right. And like you went pale. You looked like you were going to puke and die. And I was like, I've never
seen it before.
I'm sensitive to
Really,
like,
Chad was just like, "Oh, this was before I smoked weed," and it's like, Chad, you never smoke. You don't smoke weed.
Chad smoked weed with me.
It was scary. It was scary. I've never seen that. Are you confirming that you're allergic to weed or something?
I can't smoke or anything without getting sick like that.
Even like a cigarette?
Chad smoked
No,
weed.
cigarettes I can smoke.
I actually knew a girl who
Did he live?
she was
Yes, it was
allergic to
perfectly
weed.
fine. We got really high. We watched a movie. It was fun.
What was it?
I actually no,
that
seriously,
time
I
was
actually
sitting
knew
next to
a
you and I
girl.
kept blowing smoke in your face all night on purpose, and we watched. I think we watched Mortal Kombat.
Annihilation.
I got you high for that. You know that, right?
I got you high for that. I
So-
love how Chad's story in the beginning was like had no relevance. He's like, we're at Laura's sister's house, and then
And
we
they're
went upstairs, and
smoking
there's two
crack.
girls smoking crack. End story.
Chad is the
That-
worst storyteller.
What
No,
was
they
that
tried to
story?
get me to smoke crack. It was
What was that story though? Okay, they
But
were
anyway,
smoking.
Did you guys show
Who
that
tried to
picture?
get somebody to smoke crack?
Did you guys show the picture?
Wait,
that,
are you allergic to
yes.
crack?
We saw the
I'm
picture.
allergic to crack too. It's not good. It's addictive.
Can I say one
It'll
thing
make
about
me
that
sick.
photo that you guys
Where's
showed
this
while I was
are we
eating?
having like a photo battle?
No,
I
no,
don't
no.
know how to do the background.
I have too much
Do
fun with
I
this. This
look
is the
any
adventures of
different?
Helen Keller.
That's funny.
Oh
Do
yeah,
I
I can
look-
kind of, but I don't see the picture.
Show the picture. Can we do like a side by side comparison? Because I don't think I've changed since that photo was taken. It's practically the same thing.
On.
I mean, I have the leather coat in my closet.
We're doing this.
Where is it?
Look, that's not a picture of me.
My bear, where's your hat?
I love that picture.
It's
I
me
love
with-
that picture for so many different reasons.
I don't have the coat anymore.
Chris, look at the photo.
I lost the coat. But dude, isn't it the same fucking photo? It's the same.
The only
photo.
difference is I have this now. If
And
I
it's
shaved
looking
this off,
sad
I would
now.
look the same.
God. And that photo's what, 15 years old?
Yeah, something like that.
No, it's like,
Nah, more like 10.
yeah, I was like 19 in that photo, 19 or 20.
It's me with myself and my dog. It's kind of weird.
Jenny, are you 30 yet?
I don't want to talk about it.
No, but are you?
I am. I turned 30 in October.
I
Are
turned 30
you?
I turned 30 in December.
Jenny, do I know you?
You already had your birthday. You're 30 now.
Yeah. But it's different for women because they're all stupid. They don't understand time.
It's a concept.
Dude, it's all relative. Shut up.
It's not real.
But I have to say one thing. Thanks for watching.
Wait, we're ending it?
Jenny just got in here. You're like, all right, it's later.
No. We need to get some Jenny stories. Ask her all the questions you asked us.
Oh,
All right, quick.
Are you?
Rapid fire. Everybody shut up. I'm going to mute everybody. Rapid fire, Jenny. Do you believe in aliens?
yeah.
Do you believe in the Galactic Federation?
Bless you.
Do you believe in the Galactic Federation?
I don't know what you're saying. I don't know what that is.
Do you believe in the Galactic Federation?
Are you like auditing me right now?
Galactic
Goes.
Federation is like, if you
The
believe
idea
in
there's-
aliens, then there's like a UN for space, basically.
Yeah.
Bunch of alien races.
United Planets, basically.
Oh, I
I'll
don't
take that as
know.
a no.
Okay,
Yeah,
so go on.
that dog is so
Uh,
cute.
How would you be a murderer and what would you do? How fun would you have it?
A murderer? I'd kill someone with a Q-tip.
How would you do it though?
With a
Shove it up their
Q-tip.
nose.
Would you stick it in their brain or something?
What would you do
I would
after they're
lobotomize
dead?
someone with a Q-tip
What would you
over
do
and
after they're
over.
dead?
All right, go on.
How would you get rid of the body?
I would I'd bring it to the zoo.
Bring it to the zoo, make the. That's a good reason. All right. How do you feel about the
Dude.
Chinese putting a flag in the moon?
Rude.
How do you feel about Oregon legalizing all drugs?
That's I think it's okay.
Do you think it's get out of control and they should be put into prison or rehabilitation?
I think that it's better that they get a fine instead of going straight to jail. And I think that, and just like driving, if you get so many, then maybe you go to jail. I'm not exactly sure how it works.
Do you regret coming on the show?
Yeah, 3 years ago now.
All right. Well, thanks for watching Just Your Average
found the
Podcast.
jacket.
This has been the epic live stream. I'm Chad on the left. You have Andrew Iber on the right. Luke on the bottom left.
It's all different for everyone.
Chris and Jenny. Thanks for watching.
Yes.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. Go to Store Frontier to buy our t-shirts. Hit that bell to be notified. Tell your friends, Motified. Tell your friends. Thanks, guys.
You don't
Guys,
need
I
an
found the
upload.
jacket though. Is no one gonna talk that I found the jacket?